northeast is not available to go to. You're gonna have to get cars to get to Yasnaya. You're gonna have to move long distance here. The so-called cold drops are gonna have to come into effect if you want to get into your usual areas here. So let's see if there's some hot drops that's gonna have to be resolved here. I don't think so. With a plane path like this, there would be some cars being picked and being left out here. So, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. The first game to get this kicked off, and it's 15 total to find our Esports World Cup qualifications and the PGC points, of course, to come through.
This is how you know that sometimes EMEA is kind of the wild, wild west. We're in our PEC finals, and Everlong gets Pachinki. That is kind of wild. Consider if you went to any other region, they'd be like, "Yeah, we're the big dogs. We're going to be able to take the middle spots, no problem." But Everlong is the one going.
You'd be thinking Navi gets it, but here the myth of is actually fighting it against Levante. The first death from Vitality here in PEC is going to be Levante, James. I cannot believe it. But that's a contest that you don't want to be losing early on here. Unfortunately, in that North George area, you're going to have a fight in there. That's sad times for him. But TMO gets the first points here. And you hear it from Justice, and he was able to get it without a vest.
So, weren't Vitality originally dropping over towards crates? And now they've been pushed away by Noslack? Is that what I'm seeing here? Where were they normally going?
Yeah, I mean, in that area. But why is there 3 teams in Georgia Pool? That's my question.
Yeah, that's also a bit of a question.
And why is Noslack getting crates, South George, and Hospital uncontested? That's my second question. I don't know. That's a little bit wild. The circle is west, though, so you kind of want to wrap this fight up, James, and get looted and then get sent here. Because look at Hive, already sending it, getting in some of that high prior positions here. Send is also looking good for a home turf circle. Noslack needs to get moving too and get that in. But yeah, they did drop 3 guys in the crates area, right? So that's definitely a contest. I would swap around and just go to Kovalevi. Also just announced as the ENC coach for Finland, so that's cool. Here actively playing, so that's awesome.
So I guess it's an interesting drop, right? Because technically the Mythov would like to go up towards Yasnaya, but the plane path's so sparse over an area where they normally wouldn't, as you say, because of Noslack flexing out as far as they have done here. So this is, we were talking about and singing the praises of Vitality, but this is possibly the worst start they could have had.
A little bit of a rough cookie for them. Sad times. Honestly, again, Vitality, they look so strong that losing Levante is going to be a huge blow to their first game. But then again, have your bad games in the start and then ramp up towards the middle and second half of the tournament would be fine for them too. And I'm looking at these. I'm looking at the lineups here. We actually have such a banger final here for PEC Finals Day 1. We have so many great teams. It's good to see some OGs back. Good to see some coaches in the Kovalevi turned pro again here and playing at the top 16 in EMEA. It's awesome. Also, Boas, we saw them playing super well. We saw them absolutely donk at a Wrangler. They had some great games with that. Hickses and the guys here, they're able to get in. Hello Senpai, good to see him still at the top of the PUBG pro esports scene. Let's see with that. But yeah, Everlong getting uncontested Pachinki is kind of crazy. But then again, over a set of 15, if they're just saying in the kind of drop maps and scrim Discord saying, yeah, we're just gonna go Pachinki. You can come if you want. We're gonna throw if you come. We're gonna camp you for 20 minutes and you can lose all your points. Then that you kind of don't want to go up against that, right? We all probably also gonna see that in PAS. That's gonna be going on later today here, a couple of hours after we end. We're going to have the first PAS finals as well. It's going to be awesome to see. It looks like Copenhagen Wolves might be hot dropping onto Falcons X.
I did see that.
IGL H1 is dropping onto them. That's cool. That's fun. So I'm a little bit excited to see how that's going to be evolving.
It's a little wild because technically, I guess Copenhagen Wolves kind of has more to lose than Falcons, right? Because they obviously are GPT and things like that. But Falcons isn't qualified for Esports World Cup technically right now. So
they're very far away from it. They need to do well in BGS.
Exactly. So obviously they kind of probably get a bit keen on not having that hot drop themselves. So that is definitely very interesting as well. But also you were bringing up the fact that this lobby is very stacked. And it's an interesting one because technically, we lost a few organizations from 2025 to 2026. However, the crop of those players is just kind of dispersed across so many other organizations and rosters now that there might not be some of the bigger names in terms of some of those organizations sticking around, but new ones are in, obviously, and all those other kind of put together squads to try and qualify on through are also very powerful, very stacked. But Na'Vi, obviously PGS2 winners, they
Match
are
one.
incredibly
Where's my
stacked
foot rest, bro?
themselves. I would not be surprised in the
Hello.
slightest if they win at least one of these finals across the next 3 weeks.
I love how Boostix and Ferris' gameplay is somewhat the same, even though Ferris is a forehead gameplay. And then Hagatar's, he's hidden the camera in between the other screen and the PC, so it's just so far away.
Is it?
Like, I almost
it a
can't
vertical?
see.
Isn't it his
S8UL,
phone?
landed
Yeah, it's
meter
his phone
power,
probably,
headed
yes.
towards STS ka full from
All
Get
right,
Starry
that's
Sky.
zone closes here. PGG gonna
No,
try to
not
figure out
headed really
how they're
far.
gonna
Map
come
is
through.
just big.
Also Starry Sky, good to see Silas and the guy coming back too. Nemesis, oh my god, good connection here onto Viz. Pains. There's some quality content. I'm not sure if they're streaming the finals as well. That's some really good quality
मेरा sound
content.
आ रहा है
If you
ना?
wanna see the
Hello?
guys streaming as well. You can check out their PUB. Pains was streaming our playoffs, so they're actually really interesting. And also,
मेरा
so
webcam
Team
quality?
Nemesis is looking to kind of commit to this fight
क्या
here
हो
on
गया webcam
Cubes.
quality को?
Looking to position themselves up a little bit here. Not technically, a bit of a checkpoint compound on a circle like this, and looks like this is going to be
खुद को इधर बीच में
dispersing
रखो
away
ऊपर.
from the majority of it.
Yeah, इधर
Likewise,
chase.
Nemesis looking for a bit of a chase here. Yeah, I mean, and Melman's got the M249. I'm not complaining with that, and he does take a few shots there.
Looks blurry. Yeah,
Don't think
that's
he's gonna be
just
able to catch up though. Takes the mini
my
out, see if he can
webcam.
get a few shots.
Because मैं
long
सामने ring light
range,
नहीं लगाती
all
हूँ
the
ना.
way down.
मैं
I
ये
think
वाला
that
light
they're
लगा
getting
रही हूँ,
out
top वाला.
scot-free.
Its races just look so good in this game.
Yeah,
It's so much fun to watch. But yeah, Melman.
चलो guys बताओ PUBG PC में
our,
पिछले हफ्ते
PGC
क्या हुआ?
2022 Dubai winner
इस हफ्ते
with
क्या
Na'Vi.
scene है?
Good to see him competing at the very top, obviously here
Finals
with
किसका है?
M249.
Usually
PGG
अच्छा
coming
अच्छी
into.
आती है और
And this
some
team is a
I
team
don't
that you're
know,
looking
you
at and
guys
think,
tell
okay,
me,
these guys
is it
can
fine?
fight. And they actually won
Bottom
day
left
2
रखो
with
खुद को,
63 points.
I thought वहाँ पे
16
लोगों
more
का
points
HP और
than
ये सब आ रहा था
S8UL.
ना?
They won in day 1, so these guys can definitely fight. The question is, can they fight at the very, very top?
अरे प्लेन में घूम रहे घूमो
There's a
घूमो
good
भाई
question.
आराम से
Yeah,
घूमो.
they are. S8UL. The doozy flying on forwards. Admittedly, this is very far away, so a little
हाँ,
bit
दे
of
दो,
expending
दे
of
दो,
meds,
अभी
not
निकली
too
ना,
much
दे दो.
maybe, as a doozy is going to be
Juice.
taken to the
लो,
skies
बोल
to
दिया.
try and give them as much information as possible. I think that
I thought
they
bottom
are
left
very
में वो
aware
आते हैं.
of the fan base of S8UL, and they will be looking to do them
देखो
proud
लोगों
for
के
sure.
सब HP
as
और
they
ये
are
सब
coming
इधर आ
out
रहे
in
हैं.
form.
क्या
Everyone's
आप
aware,
PUBG
as
PC
mentioned.
पहली बार देख रहे हैं क्या? ओ बेटे.
Even
also,
Barney.
Even Barney Banks himself. So, you were mentioning, by the way, a PAS coming up as well. There is just PUBG wall to wall in these
खुद को
weekends.
top में रख दो, get top
PWS was
center.
on before, obviously PMS was on before as well. Did you see in PWS guys like Inonix and these guys? They're using the pickaxe.
Oh,
no
yeah.
joke. Yes.
I saw it's basically a new strat that at least one guy has a pickaxe
Yeah.
on the team no matter what. And I think
Yeah.
in one of the clips there was 2. Nemesis though is driving close to TMO here. Micah with a 3 vest and an AUG in hand might be able to get a fight on here in Diffix. Look at that.
The myth
Peeking,
of-
trying to send it in. One goes close.
Oh, no.
Oh my god, that's a
Oi.
setup. Oh my god, Diffix swinging the corner here with the sawed off. Easy flush for him to
फिर
get
इसमें भी
TMO
short
down.
से मार रहे हैं.
Yeah, a bit of a shame there for Amika because I think that he really did actually
इसको
want to take
final
the first
करते हैं?
shots against the
ठीक है.
person, but once you actually don't get them and then you can actually be seen a little bit there on that TPP, I think your window's completely gone there, Mika,
Yeah.
and Nemesis proves it just in kind. At the same time, though, Justice do a little shadow step forwards, and we'll be doing this for a little while up the stairs.
You shall not hear me. Well, yeah, as you said, wall-to-wall PUBG here, and with the pig action play, I played around
It's
a little
crazy.
bit myself. It takes some time, but
Yeah.
you can do some crazy stuff pre-planning, to be honest. We also saw a doozy with some of the gameplay ideas that he had and wanted to share is that you can take C4s, you can take mortars and make playable air if you don't have any, and that's actually a kind of 5-head. I like it, the idea of it, and I want to see more of it in play here. But yeah, the pickaxe strat with broadening out where you're gonna play is actually kind of cool. So next circle pop here is a big one, James, and that kind of just goes on the West Coast. Somewhat donut-y, still a little bit of water in play. Majority of the teams that had good spots were all in. Lookarooks finds Celtic here
कहाँ से
from
knock
Bushido
किया ये?
Wildcats.
4
They
किलोमीटर दूर
James won
बड़ी.
here, and VP able to get 1 point.
क्या finish किया
Looks
ये?
like Nemesis actually, despite having got themselves the 1 kill, and then also the Mythov still kind of lurking around, they went for an emergency pickup
एक ज़माने में मैं भी
instantly
ऐसे
on the
खेलती
circle
थी.
pop, so they're not afraid of the
Hello,
potential.
क्या exclamation
of the
break
Mythov
break
coming
डाल
out
रहा है?
and
आकाश
kinda
यही पे बैठी
trying
हूँ
to
मैं
go
दिख
for an
नहीं रही?
ambush after they maybe get picked up for this
Oh,
emergency
hello.
pickup, but it's understandable why, right? Like if you're in the North George right now
Where's
and
my
this circle
stream?
kind of
Where's my
pops,
story?
you want to be there as fast as possible. You won't be having any cars though, as you're trying to get yourself a
Shit.
little bit further into
Probably
this circle.
blink.
Yeah, but if I'm TMO, I'm lurking on that. I'm gonna try to get a Panzer at it. I'm gonna try to get an 8 at it. I'm gonna try to do something, you know, actively, or at least set up in a spot where I'm close enough that I can do a spray down. Ares finds Sosa here. They're able to get one, and I think that was actually from the pickup. So that's a little bit sad. I know they're driving. Okay, so they're just trying to get across here, but they lost one. So now Vitality with another camp here, and it looks like a lot of guys going down. Status one tries to drive him down. Getrax gets more shots in. He's 1 HP. Explosions going wild here. And Quissy finds the millman. Nemesis falling completely apart here, James.
Oh, and we're in the gas station as well, so there's extra explosions for good measure here. That's actually much quicker of an annihilation almost than I expected really here for Nemesis. They are donezo almost. And it's kind of a consolation prize here for Vitality, who is still sticking at the bridge, by the way. So the Mythos still needs to get on over here. A few shots go their way against this. Twisted Minds is looking for a bit of an opportunity themselves.
Yeah, that's such an unfortunate situation for Team Nemesis. And then Vitality, obviously, the guys that are even more unfortunate too, now got a few points here to get a salvage game rolling. Just a little bit. 2 points is fine, but we want to see a little bit more from them. Twisted Minds deciding to disengage a little bit from this fight here and kind of engage in a rotation and get in deeper. Or maybe even chase Nemesis here, the last player, trying to get into a different spot for himself. A little bit sad for him to have lost all the other guys. Diffix, the guy to get the only kill so far for Nemesis.
Let's see what Twisted Minds wants to do on this north side. Let's see what they want to go for. I mean, they have a few options, but not many of them are central, unfortunately, given a circle like this, and everybody centering up the way they have done. Also, with it being almost 13 minutes in and still 58 alive, there is very little room here as you're coming in later into see these kinds of circles. Virtus Pro in an okay spot at the moment. Looking all right. This is almost dead center basically towards
why is this a match 1 of 15?
Just north of them.
Acha, like 5, 10, 15. Aaj color कर दो. ऐसा है क्या?
If the circle comes your way and you're able to kind of survive towards top 5, then you'll be okay for the moment.
Yeah, if the circle goes south and they kind of can be the only team to get out of the southern side,
कहाँ है हम?
If you have to go east or west, it's very difficult to get all four here. But yeah, red zone coming in. The circle's close. Yeah, it's very congested, as you say. Basically, every single prio position or compound is taken by a split or so.
वापस zone चले गए हम चलो.
हमारे एक बंदा zone के बाहर क्या कर रहा है? Next circle, but here with a lot
What are you
of
doing,
fields
buddy?
in play,
Get in there.
Fields inside here. Boss is looking really great with a 2-2 split. The question is, do they stay
Get
together
in.
here, or do they try to get together, or do they stay as a 2-2?
Well, they had that big game on, was it day 2? I think it was.
Day 3, yeah.
When they were able to take exactly the same position here. And Boars, I found out in Chechen, is actually
map stream में आ गई क्या?
So I hate that because
मैं तो normal stream में थी.
We know Boars as Boars, you know, like the pig. But
it's basically you northern guys. You pronounce it like this as well, right? The boss.
Or it's a bar. Yeah, we do. Yeah, both of us, in fact. But yes,
Watches Pro
we'll see.
and
Mika is now back here. They did get him rezzed up and good to go, but the myth office
अरे
is
recall हो
a
गया?
bit later up on this north side. They've actually got a compound. And technically, Mika can get some loot up here if it's not being completely ransacked by the rest of the teams.
They get mini Gatka for free. That's crazy. Or old liquid, or you want to call it. That's kind of not. That's nutty. Good to see Micah back though, to be a full form and strong.
का full form क्या है?
Closing in them a little bit. Hopefully he doesn't get knocked and flushed immediately here with no armor and vest. You don't get any of the 30, 40, 55% reduction that those are offering here. Beamy with a full 3 gear. This is my goat, by the way.
I wonder why.
Yeah, I mean, no questions to be asked here. My question is though, why is he running around with a gas can? Is that some explosive ordeal be happening here, or what's the plan behind this?
He's looking for some stylish maneuvers, like just throwing it at people and then shooting it to explode it, you know? We've seen it before.
आज एकदम calm battle royale कल एकदम fast paced battle royale. Head को क्या हुआ गीले?
S8UL coming in here on the southern side of the chopsticks, and
अभी बाथरूम से निकले, अभी नहाई मैं, fresh.
The space ahead of them now,
fresh
but now we have to Gatka, and that opens up the door for them to either play on the fields later or take some of the compounds is still in. But now, once we see this next circle here, especially with how congested it is already, we're gonna start seeing a lot more people.
एक property पे घर बनाया है हमने.
Only built to camps.
Yeah.
A lot of teams have called back. It's only Nemesis that's
Bro,
down
what is
to
this?
a one-man solo here.
Is he dying to zone?
It's a slow one to start things
Kitna
off, understandably so, though.
Players kitne?
For a circle like this, everyone's kind of got their spot, and they are sticking it out.
Ui.
I'm interested to see if Boz
छोटे लगते हैं ना मतलब ये मैप में ऐसे देखे तो ऐसा third person POV. It's like they look so.
I think that once this next circle shift comes in,
it's like watching humans on Earth. They're like ants.
Right, we gotta get together. Like,
minuscule. I don't know
to be
how
able
to
to hold down
pronounce
both
it.
of these locations at any given time, unless they are very, very confident about their defensive capabilities. I don't think you should be, though, in a lobby like this.
And also on radio, you get shot from everywhere. Like, you lose your car so easily, and if people start encroaching on us differently here. Now, okay, Gedrox does get pains. VP's trying to get a hold of things here. It actually looks like we're going into the more western side of things. Very open. And it's looking like Boris has two prior positions. If they leave, someone's going to spot it, and they're going to pre-take it here. It looks like Noslag actually spotted them and pre-drove that to take radio away from Boris. That's huge.
And there's a lot of teams also driving through on here as well. This as well as the myth
going
crashing at the moment here. Ball's going to try and hold it down. Hello Empire start things off against He-Man, just as though Dust were trading back with Hicks going for another maneuver against this. Nate's fall. Perfect stuff by Boars. I was asking whether or not they have the defensive chops, and yes, they do so far.
That is huge. Good nade. Plenty of boxes to
राजू में तो सारे ऐसे ही होता है भाई ये इन लोग के स्पोर्ट्स वाले गेम्स में सब
in this area here now. Mogo finds Levante for the flush here, sad for them.
सब लास्ट जोन तक ही रहते हैं हमेशा लास्ट जोन में 10 टीम
that's the place to take out
एक ही टीम एलिमिनेट हुए अब तक देख
to make sure your
the
car
myth
doesn't get hit too much here. It's a good spot around the water tower, a little bit different to what it was years ago when Rangel come in. There's a lot more cover and very, very playable in this area in general. Subila also found himself a decent spot to play here now. The question is really, do we settle to see the teams coming out from the western side, because there's a lot of space and a lot of teams.
आपने तो player अच्छे है. Hello JP, hi.
Meanwhile, we also saw No Slack move into a different position.
ओए
they went down
पीछे
into
तो
the northern side of the
देखो.
swamp. So Twisted Minds actually took the old spot of that. But Zulins find Vaso here from Starry Skies. Lou finds Nitro, and now it's falling apart for Starry Skies here.
Yeah, a little bit more of an attack up on the north side here, as Twisted Minds is going to be moving into attack formation against Starry Sky. They're losing a lot of members though. At the same time, Vaso's completely gone as well.
This is in zone 1.
Twisted
Get
Minds,
out.
Kind of the blue nipping at them as Batulins needs to rendezvous with the rest of the team. Still see them in the distance. Example is some great shots as they're fleeing though. Oh dear me. Twisted Minds is here for blood.
Huh? What?
Whoa.
गाड़ी से उड़ गया.
That's crazy. Code Marco going down. Lockerux actually also flushed here from T-Bone. And VP losing
दो बंदे गेम में गाड़ी से उड़े.
See another spot here. Beamy's really trying to figure out, can he play here? Can he defend this spot? And he cannot. Lots of damage done both from Ascend and from S8UL. Nixie, more nades coming in. Oh my god, there's so much shots coming up towards them. Can they defend this position even?
Hey, वो देखो ऐसे
क्यों? But they're trying to make it.
क्या हम भी कोई kills? ओए बेटे.
Oh. See if we can kind of suppress the angle and see if we can get a little bit going further on. But now they've lost wheels. It's going to be much harder for this US to really do much about it. Into the smoke we go, getting a bit healed and down. And in picture, Na'Vi versus Twisted Minds across the fields, across the trenches here.
Big fight. Perfect example, getting one each. Hackatory down. Ferris the IGL as well. Also knocked. Circle goes away from them. That's
Damn, bro, इनके nades तो बढ़िया
That's a big knock to take here on the rock. And yeah, Spur being half HP. Oh my god, that could be a great nade. It finds him.
Look at that, bro.
It's evening out just a little bit here for him. Perfectix pushes forward. Lou's going for some nades towards his former
Look at that nade, that's gonna finish him.
And tries to take and save. Oh my god, Batulin's gone down too. He's gonna go for the rest here, Lou. Who's gonna end up on the top of the fight here with effectively a 2 versus 2 until they get the rest off, an example.
Perfect जी, आपके पास nade नहीं है?
This is brutal.
लो मॉल ही आ गई बंदे पे.
Meets the immovable force, or however that goes, right? Because it's
लो आया nade.
when they throw their
brother यहाँ पे safe नहीं है.
They're gonna hit. They are going to hit. It's just a matter of who's actually going to be the casualties that go down first.
Safe नहीं है यहाँ.
A little bit better. But Boostic once again hits another nade. Boostic is so accurate with his abilities here.
Yeah, really using the utility.
इसकी टीम में T-Bone को किसने invite किया इधर खेलने?
Find some shots and there's now a 2 versus 3
T-Bone
at the
इस level पे?
goes to Navi.
Aha.
Oh my god, a great nade from Hackatory finds Perfectix, and now it's just example. Can he hold on? Can he save Twisted Minds versus Navi here?
Yeah, the problem is that whoever wins this out, I mean, they're on the north side of this field, and they're obviously going to try to be coming in a very, very dangerous position against these teams. Looking now across, Example starts things off against Boostic, but Spiro goes for the trade as well. Now, as Hakatori finishes it off, Navi
yes, abhi to sari fight hogi gaye.
and finishing off completely. Spiro
Bhai
with the
ekdam
double,
nade ka to in
takes
log
down
ne
Lou. That's Twisted Minds out with only 3
shower
points in the
kiya
game.
log pe. Bushido Wildcats
goes down to
eliminated.
14th place
Is
here,
T-Bone?
semi-finals
Wo,
until
wait,
the
actually, there is a T-Bone in this game. T-Bone, what are you doing here, bro?
Nemesis is actually sneaking in behind Ascend here. He expected to be safe, I think, and now it's falling a little bit apart for Ascend. Multiple players also knocks on their side, and they're just on the edge of this circle here. A backfill from Nemesis is just detrimental.
Okay, I'm gonna try pronouncing our teammates, our players' names. Bestolock, Eduzi,
I don't know.
Phil first, Molodok. Oh no, अपना बंदा knock हो गया, नाम नहीं लेना चाहिए, sorry.
Nice nade though against Phil first to do that. S8UL.
Did I pronounce anything right?
A few more nades forwards, a few more smokes forwards. They got caught
भाई
on a
क्या
very
फेंक रहे हैं
hard
हमारे
edge
बंदे पे, मत
here,
फेंको
to be able
यार,
to
क्या
play in,
कर रहे
because
हो
not
VP
only do you have to
वालों?
then go down the hill, you have to go back up it right after.
Not very
with this
virtuous
kind
of you.
valley ahead of you. And Virtus Pro is very keen on the idea of shutting this down.
Bimi finds Keter. It's not what I like to
दूसरे
see.
बंदे ने
Oh my
मार
god,
दिया अपने
PGG
Phil
finds
first
Navi, the
को.
majority of it.
Damn.
Rox also finds one. And they tried to get in here. They got held out. The fight was going on
देखो
for too
बात
long.
ये
They were also
आदित्य,
sitting out
पता
for
लगाती हूँ मेरे को.
an easy hold
मैं खुद
from the
पहली बार
northern
अपना
side
PUBG
here.
PC
Scan
मैच देख
finds
रही हूँ. पिछले
Diffex,
हफ्ते
that's
मैं
Nemesis on
disconnected
11th
from internet
place.
थी.
And now the
Social
southern
media
fight is just going
detox.
to be between VP and S8UL.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Whoever comes out from that south side might be in a
Best of luck.
position to
ऐसा
start
pronounce
playing
करते हैं ये.
onto the very far south of this circle
Best of
as
luck.
well. A lot of the compounds have just been pushed out though of this
Molodok.
next circle here, Martin, meaning that Everlong, Boars, Vis up alongside the compound as well on the north side of that road. Gonna have a bit of a harder time trying to kind of wiggle on through, especially once they get in nade range.
नहीं नहीं, मैं Lady Luck हूँ मनन.
Because
Lady
as
Luck.
long as they've got a little bit of utility left available to them here, PGG should be flying.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see what happens here with this fight, though. Everlong, Boss, and Viz. All these teams are currently outside, as you said. The winner could be PGG from this. They could be cleaning up the majority of these teams already. No Slack also on that western side, trying to figure out.
हाँ Lady Luck में बैठ. Yeah,
try
buddy.
to make something happen on Hive, though. And here
मैं
we have
भागते हुए तो मैं
Hands
नेड
of
कभी
fouls.
लेके जा ही नहीं सकते. I would
happened here.
literally
Six
accidentally
goes
throw it on
down.
myself.
Slow Jackets, look at that. PGG stealing it.
Ooh.
They're thieving. Oh, it's on to 1 HP.
Yeah, there's technically a lot of points for PGG on this board if they're able to kind of convert some,
Bro.
steal some of the knocks that they're able to
Not
maybe get
safe
on this.
for you here,
Although
buddy.
knocking
Not
Green in the
safe.
distance from Everlong. I don't know if that's your priority right now, S8UL here, but at the same time, no Slack getting
What?
absolutely annihilated here for a moment. Scav down. Keta trying to do something. Will it be the end of Ascend though? As it can be running on in. Chase him
What?
down. Okay, Ascend's gone. Ascend's gone. Satta doing even more work for him, and he was
नीचे
kind
से
of
बैकअप आ गया.
MVP for
अरे
Snow
बेस्ट ऑफ
Slack
लक ने एक किल
in
निकाली.
the
मोलोडॉग ने भी
playoffs,
एक किल
I must
निकाली.
say.
ये
So I'm hoping for big things from Satta.
Yeah, they're looking
ये
good for
एक
that.
और
Look
kill
at that.
निकाली.
Nix got an angle. Good swap. Gets another. Oh my god, Beamy and Nixie destroyed
bad.
S8UL in 8th place here. 6 kills for them now. They
I'm
were
sorry.
3
Are we playing
man.
third party
They're able
legends?
to hold them down and kind of push in between them. And now they have the southern sides on themselves.
क्या
They
10
can
बजे
have a
सोने जाते
fight
मनन? Very realistic.
with a Snow Slack here. They
Very
just survived,
realistic time to
another
go to
fight
sleep
with
on a
Corexi,
Saturday
the
night.
M249,
Saturday night है यार.
about to
Friday,
take
अच्छा
his
so Friday night है यार.
nationality friendliness guys
कोई बात नहीं
here
गाइस,
to
पहला गेम
on.
था. Actually मैं लेट आई थी ना, इसलिए मैं
The
before
comrades
game
from
best of
Finland
luck नहीं बोल पाई.
Action
भाई
on
गया
each other.
ये नेड
That's
तो.
what I
One
want to
thing for
say.
sure, we're going to see quite a few
नहीं.
of these players on the
भाई ये
PMC roster,
नेड
that's for
तो.
sure. Curex's guarantee,
नहीं.
as you say, and then from there, I don't know. I think we'll be seeing good old Satta there
Interesting.
alongside. Yep.
भाई ये वाला नेड तो.
As Beamy and Nixie now going to
नहीं.
be moving forwards, trying to put some pressure on. 500 damage already done for Nixie at the moment. Flashes forward, seeing if he can get a little bit more of a purchase on this position. Vitality is gone on the other side of this map. Ives been kinda
Advance की
lingering for a
तैयारी
little
कर रही.
bit. Nade
Oh,
forward,
advance
spray,
तो.
straight through. IXE is down at the front of that, and oh yeah,
उसने
nade
खुद
cooks
ही
in his
पे
hand, he
नेड हो
dropped
गया.
it.
So
Bit of a disaster.
sad.
As he trying to push through again, they're
That's
getting
one.
annihilated on this push.
देखो बंदा सामने नेड कर रहा है.
One
देखो
flush
इधर.
as well. Now it's just
Can you
down to
not see
Santa.
him?
Can he get
Oh,
another
that
hand
smoke
nade
is
up to
insane.
Corexi here? That's a
I
great
thought-
one. Cook.
I thought
7
that was-
HP left. Now he pushes out. He goes with a stun in the hand instead of going for a push with the gun. So now VP can survive with 9 kills
मत करो.
here, and Hive decided to not
Yeah.
third party this. They were inside the house. They didn't have a timing for it.
नहीं
They're going
बोलूंगी.
to go for the fight for PGG and this instead. That's survived so far in the northern fields.
Well, yeah. Virtus Pro definitely made the case of... Gee, he's hitting everything, isn't he? They made a huge case on the south side, and as I say, I think they're going to be totally fine on the south side of the circle, and everybody else in the north is going to have to fight one another. Unless Hive, of course, continues to commit to this, what is effectively a 2-2 split. Have the two at the north can be able to hold out the rest of what's moving. Oh. Another hit here from Beamy. This is kind of dirty. They've got so much room. Unless Hive wraps around on them on the west, but I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon.
BMG.
Looks like at the minimap they're kind of disengaging a little bit from the fight, and that looks like they're going to be it. But their window of opportunity was when they're fighting with no slack. Now Beamy finds strats as
What
well.
a knock.
Goes for the flush as well. 89 damage. He's going to bleed out. Nixie goes for the confirm here. Oh my god, the green machine is just doing so much work.
It's unfair.
Beamy is a
The match next match. Yes. Actually, इस map में चालू होने के बाद लगाई थी ना.
The edge here, and now VP is
flight
going to have to
में
engage
तभी
11 kills for them in the top 5 in the
You
first
get it
game.
right.
Talk about confidence.
It's a smart move as well, because they knew that Hive was eventually going to be able to try to make this move on that
Gili
west
suit
side.
नहीं,
So they
gili
actually
suit
wanted
है.
to deny from that position,
Gili
and Beamy
suit
just
क्या?
finds an
Gila?
instant opportunity on the spray on her BB. Sees PGG moving in the distance as well, goes for a
my God.
crazy
ये वाला
spray
नेट
of
तो
distance.
for
There's
sure
that blue
damage
zone
करेगा.
going forwards there to be able to try and deny exactly what it's doing from this. Another hit with the arm. Beamy, somebody get this guy a napkin. He is cleaning up. Oh my god.
You heard that the PNC player selections are just about to hit here, so the performance comes in. As if he was not already guaranteed, he continues to dong
Hello,
in the
hi
lobby
Shadow.
here. PGG in the distance here. Can they get in though? Teams, they have so much cover and all the other fights should be going on, but Beamy gets the focus still a little bit. Gets Habibi gets some damage onto rocks here on the other side here, and multiple fights
भाई
coming
guys
on.
PGG का full form क्या है कोई बताएगा?
And Hive going down to multiple.
और
Nixie finds
VIS.
2 on Hive.
Another Hive watches
No
Pro,
way.
but what is PGG
No way.
and
First
VIS?
prize
Somebody
able
tell
to
me full
take
form.
all
Somebody
of these
watched last
teams.
time.
Be able
I
to
did not
take
see
down
last
Nixie,
time.
though. That's a huge scalp to take, and trying to slow down what's Virtus Pro is going to be doing here.
Schengen finds some. He has full 3 gear. Last player for Hive here. Smoke's going forward. Both the VP and the rest of the guys here have to engage. Habibi finds Salik here. It's mostly PDGs that's on the
What a
receiving end now. Habibi
position.
finds a absolutely beautiful
way.
push onto Viz here, and 7
1v2.
kills for him. A push forward, finds a high player as well. Damage
1v1.
done, swings around again, and he's just gonna do it. Oh my god, it's Virtus Pro for a 16-kill victory
Nice.
in the first game
16
of PEC
kills.
here for finals, day 1.
Actually insane.
The PGS
16 kills.
3 champions put in the lobby.
पप्पू बदमाश गैंग PGG है PBG नहीं PGG था ना कि
because
PBG
that
था.
was so much damage being done by the boys in the south. What holds, what great plays. No slack, getting absolutely
VIS क्या है?
slaughtered by the M249.
Very intelligent streamer.
And that
Wow.
opened up everything
Wow.
for them on the south side. Joining us, Blank, to
Wow.
talk about that game, and it really was the
Gili
Virtus Pro
suit.
show here, Blank. This was crazy.
That's my goat. That's my goat right there.
बहुत
Yours
बढ़िया.
too, wow.
Nah, Beamy was insane. I think that it really did become just a Beamy show at the end where you could do a lot of analysis on that one where Hive technically has the wrap on that north side downwards.
Right.
But
Papa
Beamy
Gunda
is
gang,
just
wow.
so incredibly good. I mean, it
और
did
ये
also
कोई
feel
दूसरा है, अब
like
इसका
Viz
team
sort of had
इसको
dementia where they kept forgetting that he existed up on the high ground. But yeah, he did some insane stuff. I mean, the amount of impact he had across the map was wild. He was even playing into PGG. He was
Somebody
like
please.
500 meters away from them.
Telega
It also
what?
goes to show that Virtus Pro is like, okay, yeah, but we don't even really.
अच्छा मीरा बार कब है यार?
need
मैंने
4
देखा
lives
नहीं
to
इसके
make
start
this
में
work.
कौन से
Three
series
for
में
so long
maps
here,
है.
Martin, during this game.
मैंने actually कुछ भी नहीं देखा. मुझे PUBG PC का कोई idea नहीं है guys. मैं completely disconnected from the internet थी पिछले हफ्ते.
But as you said here, I completely agree, Blank. The window of opportunity that Hive had was the fight with no slack. That was.
So
time
now I
that they
gotta
had. They didn't push on
see
it. Hive had
which map
actually
is
a lot
next,
of time
which
where
is
they could
now.
have backfilled and done lots of damage onto potentially also no slack, and then continue the fight onto VP. And they're a
अच्छा
four-man
अच्छा
strong.
नहीं नहीं
They
hello
knew they were outnumbering
वेदांत.
them.
it's a weird one, right? Because I feel like I
सिर्फ
understand
last match
that
देखा था
Hive
last
wants
time.
to hold out the teams on the north. I get it, right? You've got that western side.
28 minutes
try
चला
and
ये.
flex
हम
out
हैं
with your
number
two
8
if
पे.
you get 10 points from this game.
There will be PGG
with
लिखा है full form तो
26
देखने
going the
को
way
मिलेगा.
of the polar
Watches
bears.
Pro, Hive,
But,
VIS,
yeah,
No
it
Slack,
just felt like
PGG,
too little
Boards,
too late,
Vitality,
like, for
S8UL,
Hive to be able to do something
Navi,
on that west side.
Everlong,
Maybe if
Ascent
they'd been
Club,
a bit more
Twisted Minds, The
proactive,
Myth of Team
instead
Nemesis,
kind of
Starry
the
Sky,
wishy-washy of
Bushido,
what was going
Wildcats.
on up in the north.
Did I hear
Well,
something
it reminds
about...
me very much of week 1 from the PEC
I don't think it's the
Cups.
same Ascent.
They would do this a lot, and they're particularly good at an Orango, which
एक
is
काम
getting
करता
towards
सो
that
जाता हूँ.
end game.
Q.
But taking control of the end game, that they're not always the best at.
Oh,
A
thank
lot
you,
of times it
Shadow.
just
Hello,
became
hello,
that they were the
Ajit.
most
Hi.
dominant
No, hello
force
to me.
remaining
Hello,
in the
Sharma
lobby
ji.
as a
How are
foreman,
you?
and then
V
they won the
Sharma.
game off
V
the
क्या
back of
है?
that. I don't think you can
Very
really do that
Sharma.
anymore in this sort of lobby where you have teams like Virtus Pro who are happy just to run things from up on the high ground and be very proactive. I think that is the big difference here between Virtus Pro, and I think Martin put it really well there in terms of proactivity.
मैंने बोला मैं इंटरनेट से डिस्कनेक्टेड थे तो मैंने तुमने रिच पीपल बोला. क्या कनेक्शन है? इंटरनेट से डिस्कनेक्टेड तो जिनके पास नेट नहीं होता वो भी होते हैं. ठीक है, मैंने स्ट्रीम चालू रखे. सो Isn't Starry Sky also name of a one challenger team name?
That team fight was arguably one of my favorites.
Challenger team name? कौन
Just
सा?
because of how accurate they were with that utility.
Thank
But
you,
yeah, look
Ajit.
at that Beamy in the
Vyom.
Grand Club.
Ah, no.
Very,
Now
very
it's
good.
very Sharma. Now you are very, very
Okay,
Sharma.
club here for good old Beamy. The funny thing is I think you're totally right, Blank. I think that watching Twisted
और like
Minds
भी
and
करो यार,
Navi
stream क्या
go
करो?
for those kinds of trades, they are going to hit the
शादी को
nades
बोल
and
PUBG
everybody's
PC
going to
देखने
be
आएगा क्या?
worse off
He will
because
say
of it,
no, but पूछने
unfortunately,
में
for
क्या है?
those two teams. So I think that, yes, the cup teams live in large aside from Virtus Pro, but it comes at
Guys,
the behest
अगर मैं
of
मेरी
Enja,
पिंक वाली
of the fact that
पिंक
you
वाली
get these
सारी
teams running
एक और
into
बार
one another
रिपीट
in the
करूँ
north.
Yeah,
और
it's
सबके
always good for
कंटेंट
the
में
rest
देखे
of
तो तुम लोग
the
मेरा
two
मजाक तो
big
नहीं
dogs
उड़ाओगे
in
ना कि ये
lobby,
सारी
they
कितनी बार
assure
पहनोगी मैडम
mutual
ऐसे
destruction
करके.
with
नहीं
very
नहीं
explosive. So
नहीं
yeah, obviously
शर्मा,
big
that
for
is
them here, but
Sign Stellar.
again,
That's
the
not
way that
Starry Sky,
everything
that's
kinda
Sign
lined up,
Stellar.
there's so much potential for other teams, both third-party timing. Like,
I thought इनका
but
in-game name was
the
Damage, Kills
window
and
of
Revives.
opportunity to
Brother.
strike was so
Brother.
short because everyone was just ready to either go and flush for the knocks or either kind of go for the backfills here.
It was
You saw even with Ascent,
Sign
like,
Stellar.
They lose players to Nemesis, and then everyone else starts striking on them. BP holds them out. You see No Slack kind of coming in and wiping them out as well. Even though Keta had a big try, I think he got a flush and a knock onto the No Slack guys, but they recovered quite well.
Well, we'll take the highlights from S8UL from this game as they won one of our team focuses after getting first place in day 1 of the playoffs. But unfortunately for them, they fell at the hands of, again, the overall winner of the lobby, which kind of makes a lot of sense, right? When you have to play things in slow from the south side here, Blank. You're coming in late anyway, all the way from the east.
Hello, hi, what are you doing?
Stuff like that. But if Nixie is looking down at you like that, then how
Busy
are you supposed to be able to get in?
Yeah, I was going to say,
Busy.
the drop spot is way on the other side of the map of this circle.
PUBG PC watch
and
party
even so, I do
joining
think
or
that they took a good route in, right? It's just they've got absolutely no information coming into this circle. They've got no info on that high ground.
चार लोग होते हैं, गोली मारेंगे, बंदे मरते हैं.
It's probably contested territory at that point in time. So you rock up, you're hoping that you've moved in silence. Sadly, Nixie's on the ball this game. Yeah, I do think for S8UL, there's maybe a world there where
GPC नहीं समझ रही
small
इसको.
opening, but they ran into the
आप भी तो प्रो थे ना PUBG PC में. एक टाइम था जब मैं रोज 12-12 घंटे PUBG PC खेलती थी.
Well, the way in which the Virtus Pro
स्ट्रीम पे सीखा था मैंने PUBG PC.
being as far ahead as they were.
मेरी फर्स्ट स्क्वाड वाइप मुझे अभी भी याद है, सैनहॉक में की थी शायद से, आई थिंक. मेरा फर्स्ट विक्ट्री भी सैनहॉक में ही था भाई. सैनहॉक एक्चुअली मेरा फेवरेट मैप है.
Before we get to the next game, let's check in with some team comms here from our first game of the day.
आपने एक्स चैट की स्टोरी डाली, उसका अनएडिटेड वर्जन कब देखने मिलेगा? अगले जन्म. तुम्हारे अगले जन्म, मेरा तो लास्ट है भाई. मैं जा रही हूँ.
Guys, get second place. Life is gonna die and...
Comms.
Let's play.
You have Panzer Force if you want to do a highlight shot.
Full forward B.
In that, yeah. Nice, not connected. Fuck him with Panzer.
Panzer it.
No.
Golden days.
2 men under.
Do you have nades?
I would still do it, but no one's into PUBG PC like they were before. I तो love playing this game. Even with randoms, I just love playing this game. I just love existing in this game. Me in this world, wow, मजा आ गया.
Do you have nades?
Nice. Solo guy orange, I think.
Yeah. Yes.
Running
Is it
closer under beam. 1 HP under beaming. 1 HP. Nice, boys.
A problem, Virtus Pro already raising the flag here for game number 1.
I don't know where he is.
PEC finals 1 and yeah, you
टीम कौन सी दिखाते हैं? हाँ ने लोग सोच के बात करते होंगे ना कि गाइस वो सब सुनने वाले हमारी बात है.
They're very capable of doing it.
Xander, Martin,
you cannot
James.
give them this kind of lead.
No, and also, you know,
So they're the
it's a little bit
casters?
sad at the same
Nice.
time because obviously the two guys that we're talking about, they're gonna contest
गुस्सा ना
at the
होएगा
top,
but
they're
M1 की
destroying
win.
each other, right? So this foundation that
PUBG PC
VP is building uncontested
No, I'm just
currently, is gonna be hard to tear down. I know, obviously, the Esports World Cup slots is up for grabs. There's a lot of the line for this.
I have
tournament
grown
here,
as a
so
person since the
being able
Eminem
to
episode,
lock
so
this
I
in
don't
early is
think
gonna
I
be
will
good for them,
be
but this is not the team
going
you
back
wanna
to
see
that.
run away with things and snowball effect everything.
No, definitely not. I mean,
Apex का comms नहीं दिखाते. Apex का comms तो खुद ही दिखा देते हैं ना teams, लेकिन
a few PGC points across those playoff days. However,
अपनी टीम तो
in
स्ट्रीम
these
करती है,
finals is
अपने
when
को
it
तो
gets
वैसे ही
really
comms
big.
देखने मिल
Compared
जाते
to
हैं.
Day number 1 and getting 16 points for first place. If you get first place in the finals, it's 250 points. So things start racking up very
Rivals.
quickly as we take a look at.
Why are they
Beamy
rivals?
going up
Beamy
against
versus
Schengen.
Schengen.
I'm so sorry, Schengen. Yes, you survived to the late game. But
57%
Beamy outshot
headshot,
you just a little
0%
bit
headshot.
Yeah, I love the production team, man.
Why are they rivals though? Because they were both last alive. Because they were both last alive. How you grown? You're still 16. I meant like matured. अब मैं वैसा थोड़ी बात करती हूँ जैसे मैं पहले करती थी. अब मैं react नहीं करती हूँ जब लोग मुझे rage bait करते हैं chat में. लो आ गया मेरा मार. कौन बोल रहा था? हम Impala land करेंगे, right? As far as I know, we are landing at Impala.
You are going to be out a little bit early though if you want to get that looting under control. So some of our teams towards that north side will be out slightly.
We're landing at
late.
Impala.
It's it was almost a little bit sad going into this game.
By the way, top 2 from this finals, then top 2 from finals 2 and top 9 from PGC table. PGC क्या है? ये सब EWC जाने वाले हैं. You guys are gonna have to tell me about this, okay? क्योंकि मैं नहीं थी जब ये सब समझ रहे थे लोग.
Let's see though if we have some time to talk or if we're gonna have some contests towards some cars.
Manan lion, sher, cheetah. Wow, 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 wow.
I don't think
is that how you spell Tiwari these days?
Uncontested Picado is absolute insanity.
हम लोग Impala जा रहे हैं, guys.
Me, but yeah, maybe it's not worth it. If they're just gonna hot drop and sit in corners with shotguns and just wait it out for 15 minutes, nobody's gonna wanna do anything with that, right? So
I believe in Very Sharma.
But so far, it looks pretty calm and collected here.
I also believe in Very Sharma. If he's saying it, it must be true.
I'm in love. I'm actually in love. This is amazing.
Yeah, I need someone.
I've actually seen people just be like, Picado's great and all. I don't want to do the do-si-do.
Oh, we are very close to the zone.
I just don't want to.
I mean, we're in it right now, but we're gonna go loot at Impala. I think. गाड़ी लेके तो जा ही रहे हैं. So we still should be like very close to the zone.
Give up on it straight away. They didn't even test it, so I'm very pleased to see it.
Yes, ALJ's की watch party कल सुबह 9:30 बजे है. Impala airdrop, yep.
Early on this plane aren't too unhappy with this. They get looted nice and early. You can start
I
moving.
need someone.
Like
कितना काम माहौल है यहाँ. Thank you, UV. Thank you. Are you from Uttarakhand? नहीं, मैं तो मुंबई से हूँ.
But overall, yeah, you like
वैसा नहीं Fnatic, वैसा नहीं. I need someone.
PGG quite pleased with how this is all panned out.
वो जोधा अकबर में जैसे हेयर ड्राई करते थे ना उसका.
You are dead central right now.
वो ऐसा हेयर के नीचे वो ऐसा वो स्टीम लगा के मेरे को भी वैसा करना है. कोई मेरे लिए करे, मेरी सहेलियाँ, मेरी सखी सहेली. I don't know. But मुझे पता नहीं वो क्या है, कैसे करते हैं. Because I don't blow dry, I don't style my hair straight and curl whirl. करती कुछ नहीं हूँ, मैं naturally रखती हूँ अपने बाल तो अच्छा रहेगा ना, उससे dry हो जाएगी. I need a boy, Manan. We accept everything. Oi!
Make it exciting. There he is. It's El Diablo.
Oi!
He does have a bit of a hellish throat right now, but like we said, we're letting him rest. We've put him in his coffin, we've closed the lid, and we'll get him later. In about 23 minutes, let's say, Avenger. We'll put the timer on.
The vampiric joke is on reference and on point for the actuality of his playing style right now. I like that. Steps, a little bit of vampiric games, and then
कौन है ये लोग वहाँ पे जाके ये कर रहे हैं?
himself in Kylaris. But yeah, obviously great here with how the game shaped up here. But talk to me about what do you think the great conversation was, and let's talk a bit more about that as we point out what's happening on screen here, because the rotations are going to be happening. The majority of the teams on the northern side are going to have to get in.
And it's just quite nice, isn't it, right? Where you have the 3 games beforehand.
उनको बोलो अपने घर में बैठे.
You get to really talk about a lot of these teams' tendencies and how they like to play. And it really does come back to Hive, because I think we even brought it up last week where we were saying
इधर तो बहुत शांति है. Of course, my streams are always chill. I have no negative people on my streams.
One of the big difficulties a lot of these cup teams are going to fall into.
क्योंकि मेरी vibe ऐसी है.
Versus some of these bigger squads like Navi, Twisted Minds, Virtus Pro. Is if you give them mints, they're going to take a mile every time.
Right.
Which is
El Diablo ने भी पिंक डंबल से बॉडी बनाई है. Obviously, उससे ही खरीदा मैंने ये डंबल. I was like, buddy, आपके लिए ये किया है तो मेरे लिए तो कैसा ही होगा. आजकल से बहुत रेयर हो गया. अभी एग्जाम जाने वाले हैं. बेस्ट ऑफ लक. जल्दी एग्जाम खत्म करके वापस आओ डेली स्ट्रीम पे. थैंक यू.
Where teams are going, what the rotational paths are. Here it's a bit more set in stone, which is why I do think teams that have played on the international level start to thrive a bit
Except
more.
Anki, excuse me, then what do you mean?
Right?
Yeah, I completely agree. The craziest thing to me of Evalon
पूरा Impala chart लो guys. सब अपना है.
Technically the 16th.
Take it all.
Third in our third day.
दो ही जना है इधर. बाकी दो क्या है? जोन में रख के आए उनको.
Central locations on the 2 most played maps is
PGC's overall table after these playoff and finals जैसे ALGS में points मिलते हैं ऐसे ही इन्हें मिलेंगे पर उनमें जो top 9 आएंगे वो EWC तो अपने पास अभी 160 points है I guess after qualifier. Okay. तो ये finals के top 2 next finals के top 2 and then overall scoreboard के top 9.
I do like a Porsche. I don't know what they Aston, I believe.
Aston's great too, yeah.
That's one I go with. I got the silver one, but it's probably because it's the only one I own. So,
right.
Yeah. Right. I'm always looking for it.
30 matches हैं in total, 2 phase finals.
I think
हाँ तो अभी एक है और फिर next week किसके matches है? Playoff 2.
That does look great. I've seen some.
Playoff 2 किसके same ही teams खेल रहे हैं क्या नहीं ना? Same ही teams है क्या?
No way. You're crazy. Yeah, some of the guys that play a lot in rank obviously committing a lot of time and effort, so they gotta have that.
That's true. I'd have to beg Crafton essentially. That's the only way.
वो जीरो शर्मा जी ने खुद ऐड किए हैं.
Do you have some
Same
sort
teams?
of code for blank?
हाँ nice. चलो फिर अगले 2 हफ्ते अगले 2 weekend तक तो set है.
You gotta turn on the stream and get going in there, and then see if you can apply for partner at one point.
यार मुझे कोई एक MacBook नहीं हो गिफ्ट करो ना प्लीज पिंक में प्लीज.
That's fair enough. All right, Resort down here with no slack in the Finnish squad. Good to see Scavin here. Good to see Sata. James pointed out that they're able to play extremely well here, and Sata did do extremely well. Scav too obviously were able to do extremely well for their games and how they're able to play in day 1. Sata had I think the most kills in 13 kills in 5 games, so it's good to see. I hope he can be able to continue that a little bit, which was crazy because the rest of his team was nowhere near him. He got 13. The rest of the guys got 4, 2, and 3.
No worries.
So no slack were hard carried by Sata. So really going to be cool to see. And that, I mean, something like this, the PNC selection for the different countries now that Finland is in,
जल्दी से 10 मिनट में आता
is going to end after PC's over as a whole.
AMD वाले को पूछे कि मुझे एक लैपटॉप देगा क्या तो मैं मतलब समझ रही हूँ कोई दूसरी जगह होगी तो वहाँ पर से भी मैं वॉच पार्टी कर पाऊंगी. Do you think if I ask nicely they will give me one?
We got team comms as well from a certain.
वॉच पार्टी के लिए तो मुझे सबसे लो एंड लैपटॉप ही चलेगा क्योंकि उसमें तो सिर्फ OBS ही स्ट्रीम करना है और स्क्रीन शेयर करना है. कुछ तो करना भी नहीं है उसमें. तो मुझे कोई सस्ता लैपटॉप दे देगी मैं इससे भी स्ट्रीम करके दिखा दूँगी. AMD वाले अगर आप ऐसे सुन रहे हो तो मेरे घर पे भेजवा सकते हो. You have my address.
That's why we have so much time for team comms. We can listen to them drive for 2 minutes because they're not going to go to any fights for the
I can keep the laptop safe.
This is very Ascent. It used to be
assignment के लिए मांगना है. अरे मैं बोलूँगी ना guys I will stream जरा मुझे थोड़ा सा.
So it's cool to see. These guys here, they have some ideas and plans, and they obviously know where Everlong's landing for Picado, but they don't know that Everlong's already on the southwest side of Los Leones. They know where the team's from, so that's obviously something that's crucial here for when you rotate. But yeah, it's good to see this new lineup for Ascent. Always been a fan of the Ascent club as a whole, but It's awesome to see this new lineup. But them being in
Bro,
first
look
shot
at Watches
here,
Pro up there with
it,
27 points.
from day one, or from day two, sorry, with how well they're able to play.
Yeah, it looked like there was a chance for them in day one, I think.
It was close.
Yeah, if that Everest play had gone a little bit better.
वो GoPro वाला वेदांत हाँ देखा मैंने वो full field में ना
I think that's the point
वो
where
लोग
you
जी रहे लाइफ भाई ऐसे ऐसे acres and acres में जो रह के ये कर रहे हैं ना वो लोग जी रहे हैं लाइफ भाई कितना zoomed in मैप है I was like इतना बड़ा कब बना मैप
at the end of the day I think it was that
अपने पीछे है bars
but you're right I mean they still got in a pretty dominant fashion on day two so it was absolutely all okay. I'd love to see a little bit more from this team coming into the finals. I actually really like their gameplay, and whenever we do hear their comms, I think they're one of the more pleasant teams to listen to in terms of just camaraderie, right? It might be the UK representation, I'm not sure, but it does feel like they all enjoy playing with one another, and that's always nice to hear, which keeps the comms clear as well, which is something I did want to double back on with VP. It is incredible like listening to multiple teams comms at the end of that game and listening to VP. They are so clear on what their approach is going to be. That team is very well oiled.
Yeah, they know exactly what to point out, what to talk about, and when to talk about it. And that's, I think, one of the most hidden skills you actually have in PUBG is the comms. Like, if you have clean comms, accurate comms is something that you really can benefit from here. And X-Circle popped, it's kind of on the southern side of Las Lonas. A lot of teams already moving into position here. VP trying to get some of the more southern side here from especially the intersection and the compounds close to the big warehouse. They might have a fight with Starry Sky just shortly, so we might be able to tune into that. Perfectix also taking some shots here towards Everlong and Verstory. Yeah, I completely agree. It's always great to hear this. Oh, Nitro finds Nixie. That's one of the big fraggers from the last game gone down here. Nitro swings around and actually engages kind of hard.
पीछे चले गए already. ओए भाग गया बोला बाद में revive कर दूंगा दोस्त मैं निकलता हूँ.
Disengages completely fight here. Smart if they don't feel like they have the upper hand in this fight here.
बड़ी मैं आपको recall कर दूंगा. अभी के लिए टाटा बाय बाय.
Disengage himself from this. But
the guys on first pro. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's from Hive as well. I think that they dropped in off the back of an E pickup as well. So that is a very fast bit of revenge there from last game. But you're right. I think for VP that
Buddy, how do you know I was talking to Wilson?
You got a central spot, slightly getting further towards the end of the game. It's just crazy. You get backfilled from the sky. The shoots did come in thick and fast. So now Hive will be holding on as Beamy attempts to keep them at bay. What a shot though towards Mogot.
He set him down. No, they know Hive. Yeah, they saw the knock was on Hive as well from the third party. So now it's just gonna push through, see if they can commit to this. Correction goes down as well. Beamy's alone. It's gonna try to get some info here. Nate does a lot of damage, down to 30 HP. Immediately goes for the first aid, waits to see him. Finds one. Rox is down. Beamy goes down to, oh my god, Dante down to 19 HP. He almost 1v3'd them. Giving him a little bit too many of the 1v1 fight here. The good push for the refrag came in for Dante. And they're going to go for a quick res on Mogo. Vitality heard that. They saw that. The knocks and the flushes coming in through. So they know that they're going to be able to capitalize on this just a little bit.
मैं watch party solo करती हूँ guys.
Back at it again. He's got the Panzerfaust ready to go.
Hello, my bad. ये अच्छा नाम है ये copy करूँगी.
Very good pickup from Team Vitality. Very quick on the trigger there. Took what they saw from the kill feed, like you said. Moved down here, got the player from
face cam
on
भी है.
the backside there, and then just slowly push forward. The position that ideally Hive would have loved to have grabbed for themselves after they'd taken and cleared out the rest of VP. Now Team Vitality's instantly in there, so very quick to move into this position on the balls of their feet this game, which is great to see. But this did move
ये VP out. देख लो इसे. देख लो शौनक को.
I do find Lost Leonis circles sometimes a little bit messy.
Oh, that was quick.
कोई बात नहीं. कभी-कभी दूसरों का बुरा सोचना चाहिए. Cams नहीं दिख रहे क्या? Left पे थे ना?
Just down to 3 men here. More shots come in from Boss. It's actually Marshall finds Phil first. Damage done onto Molzak as well. He's down to 25 HP.
ओए Phil first को कोई उठाओ वापस से.
Now, with how everything is kind of evolving and with the zone popping in just a second here, the
No,
teams
ho
in
gaya.
this southeast
How
side
se
here, they're
koi-
gonna have a lot of teams to go through, especially if it goes away from them, or if it goes even anywhere on the northern side here.
Watch parties usually सब solo ही करते हैं.
And with where we're going and how everything's kind of evolving close to Los Leones, a lot of the southern teams gonna have to make moves.
Yeah, I mean, this has worked out
Hello,
fantastically
Munawar,
well for
what's
Team
up?
Vitality, right? But Bushido Wildcats are making a break for it over towards the eastern side. You can already see that they've got 2 players across. Team Vitality's having none of it though. They're instantly taking pot shots towards them. Puffing their chests
Now
out
we
just a
make
little
our
bit.
way to the
Navi's happy to sit
zone.
on the sidelines. But
Chalo.
you're right, for a lot of those players on that southeast side, this is a tough approach. You know, uphill through fields. It's awkward. I think there's a lot of angles that you might not be quite aware of either. Team Nemesis currently still sporting this 2-2 split right now, but neither is super dedicated to where the zone might go. I think they're ideally now just waiting for the next phase. Really,
Fnatic का not so friendly friend आ गया. Fnatic 10 मिनट break लेके गया है. अभी 13 मिनट हो गए आया नहीं है, तो इसको हम charge करेंगे अभी 1 lakh points.
They'll likely just keep this until next phase.
A lot of unplayables in play still here. I could see this zone kind of ending up towards where Twisted Minds is, unless we see a deep.
Guys, VIS का full form
deep
क्या है? I
shift here,
ask
but
again.
Yeah, could see it going a little bit west. We'll see how kind of that evolves. Still Starry Sky in a great spot here. Kind of a last-minute team to come in and do quite well here. It's cool
God
to
bless
see.
me.
With IMM, obviously, PNC from last year, Swedish roster, Vatso doing good.
I'm sorry, Sweera. Did I
Belgium star himself, Silas. I saw
ये
he's
देखा
struggling
surprise
with
people?
trying to find players to play the qualification with for the Belgium lineup for PUBG. For ENC,
आज no friends
but,
in DC
yeah,
नहीं.
we'll see
PUBG
how that
PC
evolves. They've had a lot
viewers
of players
कोई
in the
नहीं है,
past,
I
but,
guess.
they've gone through and
Helip से
retired
पूछा
and
मैंने,
done
he
some
said
other
उसको
stuff.
समझ में नहीं आता. I mean, imagine not understanding PUBG PC.
It's an old man's game now. What PUBG
yeah.
is.
When
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
your
Kalaris is
inspo
playing,
spent
you know,
like
Yeah, that
2
is true,
years of
that
her
is
career
true,
just
yeah.
Mark
streaming
Powers
PUBG
is playing it.
PC.
He's old as well.
Hello,
Oh,
visual.
150-year-old vampire. That's correct. Yes.
Long time no
Yeah,
see.
I think things do slow down a little bit right now. Just
Okay,
like all of
हम
our
आए
joints.
हैं
Over
ever
towards the circle.
long.
Most teams just waiting things out. Navi is
Ever long ना
peeking over. They're
उनके
taking a
ऊपर आए
sniff
हैं.
at what's coming next.
देखो उनका
SAUL here.
वर्स्ट स्टोरी बंदा देख रहा है
Everyone
अपने.
takes shots at them. Some
Don't
damage
do
done
it,
to
buddy.
them.
Don't do it.
Not connecting here from Verstory, but they have an
Don't
itch
do it, buddy.
as well from that northwestern side.
Let them pass, buddy.
Kind of could go well for them. Best luck.
Maro,
finds
Maro,
lots
best of
damage
luck.
onto Verstory here. Saints in the distance. Nate goes out.
Oi,
That's
nice.
a great find here from Bersalog. Turns around, gets it. Confirmation is going to come through for S8UL here. But they're on this northwestern side, and it might come their way. We'll see. Next circle is going to pop.
Heal
It
करो
does
best of
go
luck.
west
Hi,
here. Look at
Manmacycle
that.
40.
Twisted
Thanks, thank
Minds,
you
they
for
had
it.
an
I
idea all
can
along
stream through laptop.
that it's
Yep.
going to go on this northwestern
Yep.
side here. They're locking down to the greater compounds. And now the
Chalo, finish
majority
with
of
a
the
leg
southern
point.
side and
Yay.
resort teams is going to have to make moves.
You can always stream through laptop.
I mean, Bushido Wildcats instantly double back, and
चलो
for obvious
zone तक
reasons,
तो
much better position to be
आ
in.
गए.
Navi though is going to make a bit of a send here for themselves.
First time watching
across
PUBG
the
PC
road
esports.
as
हमने
SAUL
last year भी
know
तो
they
की थी
need
ना
to
watch
start
party
getting
PUBG
move on.
PC
They
की.
have just
तब
found
अपनी
a
टीम नहीं थी
perfect position
लेकिन
to get in
पर
towards the
watch party तो
circle.
की थी
Don't really want
पिछले
to give
साल
it
ही
up too
WC
soon.
वाली.
It is strange, like where Everlong has been playing and who they thought they were going to catch. I mean, they did see S8UL, but I think that S8UL, they thought they were going to make that cross and no one be there. It was a bit of a sneaky maneuver from them. Sadly, they do run to Everlong, which slows them down on this cross in towards the circle. But you're right, Twisted Minds, this is a fantastic spot to play. A lot of teams went around here. There's quite a lot of open ground in that area anyway. So they can
Visibility
hold this 2-2
or
split
visible.
for a little
Oh.
while, which is a huge amount of space to be taking control of.
I really don't like the 2 split from Bushido Wildcats for multiple reasons. It's
इसका
very,
नाम
very
सत्ता
easy
है.
to crash, and if you don't lock it down easily, then it's going to be hard. As I say, that Ares and Justice does go
ओए
down
क्या
here. Lots of damage done to
है?
Ascend, and they go down. No slack, and it's mainly Sata and Stay that gets the top end of things here for no slack.
ओए T-Bone कैसे मर गया?
I mean, you're right. TMO did try and rock up, but
No, best of luck.
Years.
Finish हो
not only that, there was
गया.
a great Panzerfaust as well. We didn't quite see it
Oh,
on
yeah.
screen, but I think that was the big
No.
thing that kept them in the picture.
Why
But I
Goblin
do
is
think
not
you're totally
playing?
right. That 2-2 split
So
was a
actually
little
what
bit
happened
dangerous.
is
it's
कि अभी उसको क्लैश ऑफ क्लैंस में वो असाइन किया हुआ है टास्क, तो वो कर रहा है, इसलिए वो अभी नहीं खेल सकता। वो रेड मार रहा है कहीं एक जगह पे।
See Nemesis fighting with balls here. But hello, my bad. With another Panzerfaust, Mogor goes down. Oh, Mogor finds a shotgun.
What are these fights? What is happening? Why aren't we seeing that fight? Oh, that fight is in the smaller screen, but that should be in the bigger screen. And now they made it big while I was talking about it. But now the fight is ended. What?
2 points in 2 games for TMO is just not enough for them.
It's a very, very slow start. Really not quick out the gate at the moment for them. Team Nemesis, though, they had not the greatest of games last match. They were able to get some stuff done with Diffex living quite a while in, but I think still they only was getting 1 point off the back of that. I think Team Nemesis is not used to
नहीं वो ये गेम के लिए पूछ रहा था।
Usually they have a lot of space to play with in the early game, especially when they're coming
मैंने
in
उधर पूरे ऐसे टाइप के, तो
so far
एक्चुअली
outside the
ऐसा हुआ है और
circle.
फिर वैसा हुआ
But
है।
more and more
Meanwhile,
teams are happy to hold you out now if it means more points, and teams are confident to do that, just like Virtus Pro. So for Team Nemesis, this is going to be a little bit test now. Game 2, at least for me, on the eye test.
Eye test?
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at him and test him with my eyes. Yeah.
Ah, okay. I didn't know that you had that ability to just look at it.
where
and
are
test
we?
it,
Are we
you
not
know,
in the
instant
zone? Are we
test.
outside?
Yeah, it's
I
like
like
that
that.
little centrifuge in the eyeballs.
Oh no, Aduzi bhi
sample.
gaya.
Do you do physically
Aduz.
turn the
How do you
eyeball
pronounce
around?
our team's
Diffex
names, guys?
finds multiple on balls here. That's
Looking
huge for
good.
Nemesis. They take control of this southeast side here. That's actually a huge blank. Starish guys holding on to that compound in the middle here. Twisted's mind is trying to lock out that northern side, but then they're going to sweep and take control of that west. Sosa finds Sloy Jacket. Quizzy steals the kill. Presenti tries to do a pull-up here, but takes damage, swaps in. Sees he can do some damage.
What?
Oh my god, Melman
What?
finds him, and the help comes in from Diffex.
What?
Nemesis find multiple.
I
and they
for
get
sure
this
thought that
game
that
to
guy
start
was about
quite
to
easy.
die, dude,
That
but
is
nope.
a wonderful rap from them.
Nope.
Unfortunately, now they have to deal with Team Vitality, who has swung round on the
अच्छा
sidelines.
fight तब है ये
And
इनके
so
लिए।
down. Defects, though.
फिर अपनी
Great
team
shots
पे।
for the MK12 into the flush. Gedrox goes very, very low. For the
Yeah.
Team Nemesis actually
ये तो
holding
बढ़िया
out.
खेलते हैं।
This has been a difficult hole for them as well. Not easy.
ये क्या कर रहे हो
but
यहाँ?
they're holding on here, Avenger.
Yeah. And having obviously lost one player, Levante is a big player to lose. Now,
नहीं,
Mr.
not
Fines takes a
Phil
fight on to
first.
S8UL. Phil is going down here. Nemesis
No.
is really trying to hold out this aggressively. They want to be this only
Nice.
team from this spot here. Stay it finds Gedrox. Diffex finds, hello, my bad earlier. And they're going to be saving Melman, and I think they're going to end up double digits quite easily with 30 teams, or 30 players alive with 10 teams left here. That is massive for them. That's the Nemesis we
बंदा
know
बचा
and
अपना।
love that we saw in the cups. Had so many points that they didn't need to
No,
play the last
not Molodog
of
too.
it. So there's confirmation coming in here on Gedrox that that's the 10. Oh my god, Diffex with the Groza. Almost 1k damage already here. Gets the
मेरा भी था एक
confirmation
time पे।
potentially here on boosting.
It's
He
such
finds,
a-
oh, so much damage done.
It's so funny how instantaneous the pickup was.
Good night, Manan.
Towards
Good
Boostic,
night.
And then he struggles on the flush.
सुबह
but
9:30 बजे आ जाना
Gedrox
time
to
पे।
go and
bullets.
get behind a little bit of cover.
He had no reload. He has 26 bullets in the barrel. Not a lot of bullets for the MK12 as well. They're going to have to loot here. State has some, so he can put some suppressive fire out here. Sosa has to disengage this fight here. Next is going to pop as well. Vatso finds Melman here. Starish guy comes out aggressively to make a push onto Nemesis here. No, not too much damage done. Double nade into the
मेरा
smoke.
मुश्किल है
I love the
9:30
fake
बजे।
nade here.
बेशरम
Big
Apex
smoke
miss
to Diffex,
करेगा।
but look at that. More nades come
सब fake
through here.
fans
Like
जो
the
होते हैं ना।
utility usage from Starish guy.
ये fake
Now
supporters
Nitro
जो होते
has
हैं ना।
gone down to stay it. Is it worth
So अभी
to
सुबह
commit to
Apex
this
है,
fight?
guys.
But then this
Did
big
you
circle
forget?
actually came to Starish guy. They could get the points and get the southern side locked down, but yeah, they're gonna have to fight Nemesis and Navi potentially later on.
Yeah, I think slightly worried about teams getting up over towards this warehouse because it's quite a large area. You could try and get on the backside of this one.
ये फेक फैंस जो होते हैं ना, अंकी कल का शॉट अभी कर ली भाई। सच्ची बोलूँ तो मुझे ना यही लगा था कि सीधा 9:15 AM अलार्म सेट करके ब्रश करके 9:30 AM लाइव स्ट्रीम चालू, तो मैं अब भी नहा ली।
Ammo count quite low. There is a fair few death death crates around there.
Very real story. Not even kidding.
To resupply. It's just getting a little bit tight on time. With the circle starting to move.
Hi, Bhavya.
To cross the road. So
सुबह रखना क्यों है इनको?
Because it has been constant onslaught. Either way,
early to bed, early to rise makes the man healthy, wealthy, wise.
The samples come back good.
Samjha.
It's come back looking good.
I like that. The centrifuge and the eyeball going out, proving that this is worth a while here, Quizzy, with Vitality getting 5 and some potential placement points. He's gets spotted here by Celtic. Spiro finds it as well. That's another point to go the way, and we're into the top 8 here now.
हाँ तो मैं तो टाइम पे से होगी और सुबह उठ जाऊंगी सिर्फ उठ के इधर आना ही तो है
27 players and 8 teams.
यहाँ से ऐसे बेड से निकल के इधर बैठना है सेम ही कपड़े पहन लूंगी
control I was talking about to sweep along this high ground ledge.
अभी तो फ्रेश पहने मैंने.
Take on this. The question is, how long is this fight going to take, and can they survive for long enough?
This is roll up here a little bit tough.
भाई इसमें मुझे पसंद ही नहीं है. वेल्दी तो पसंद है ना? गया नेड उड़ गए दोनों. ओ भाई गाड़ी उड़ा दी. ओ भाई. Bruh.
My days. What was that?
Oh my God!
उठने वाले thing is the only problem for me. आँख खोलने का stream चालू देखने का. Wow.
Oh, that hit perfectly to go up.
भाई कितने नेट बैटल करते हैं लोग, कितने नेट बैटल करते हैं. इतने नेट तो आज तक मैंने गेम में नहीं उठाए हैं. इनकी बैग में अलग जगह होती है क्या?
Scav trying to go a little bit for the disengage. They obviously want to kind of hurt them a little bit away to make sure they don't sweep and continue on this edge here. Slack has no Slack has space to go back into this next zone. And next zone pop is in 20. Batso tries to take some mortar fire towards Navi. Meanwhile, though, here, let's see what happens with this one. Blank.
It's a fair bit of damage. He's tickled by the blue as well. We'll have to walk away. That one's a little bit too far. And how many more are left?
Oh,
that
that's an 8.
could be good.
Oh, that's an 8 too.
It's on his face. It's a double from Stade. Now looks to finish it off. They're getting across
ये
this road.
गया.
A little bit too long. A little bit too short.
ये गया. अरे इतना सामान फेंक रहे, एक तो खाएगा ये. ये गया. ये पीछे आ सकता है उठाने के लिए ना इनको नहीं. अरे भाग भाई डरते नहीं है. उठा ले.
Starry Sky know they're here. Giving it a little bit of time here to Ferris. Dropping the stun grenades. Keeping him at bay.
Now that you realize that they are not going to push, you might as well stake it.
To move in shortly. Look if they can get a full reset on this one. You do wonder if Team Nemesis even have much utility
लेकिन
left.
थोड़ा सा घूम के आ तो रही है. But right में वो Starry Sky वाली भी तो है ना, घर से देख रहे हैं. उसे क्रॉस तो करके आने देंगे नहीं उन लोग.
Keeping the smoke is obviously the crucial one
उनकी तरफ
here,
चालू
because they
हो
need to smoke the lines and the openings on the warehouse where Starry Sky is. And now the reset fully happened here for Navi. Navi's going to sweep on the northern side ridge for Starry Sky, and they are going to be pounded on from multiple angles, both from Navi and from Nemesis eventually here.
हफ्ते में 2 रात ठीक से क्या सोता है. मैं तो टाइम पे स्ट्रीम एंड करती हूँ ताकि तुम लोग सब टाइम पे सोर्स टाइम पे नेक्स्ट डे आओ.
Samble finding Crossberg here. Look at the sweep on this spot here. They got this ridge line I was talking about earlier.
And those are taking some shots, but this is a really nice spot. You need to drop a smoke here. You can start pushing in over towards Bushido Wildcats. Already finding an initial knock is massive. The nades start to come in. It's long arcs on this one. Sent over the top. It is a 4-man, but a bit of shrapnel. Not any knocks going through, but still a lovely nade to be sent across. I'm going to try and line up another. The first aid kits are still coming through. Effectix almost down here. Immediately you need to start grabbing him, picking him up.
That's some absolute insane utility here from Bushido Wildcats.
6
pinned.
team.
We've got the tennis court nets in front
He
of us
bees
as well.
bars, na?
No, it's one love to Bushido Wildcats. They have been really sending some bangers their way. Team Nemesis Diffex. It's good usage of the emergency cover flares. Giving some capability to get across the road, but what a shot from Nitro. Very quick, almost like a side swipe. So sad, needs to get something done here.
उनकी कैसे नाम है ना? Hello, my bad. So sad.
Nitro. Sade has to stay alive. Try and I think Diffex might be just going down here unless he can crawl himself
Millman.
It's been fun as well. Stop with them 249. Down to just so set. They have 12 kills though into the top 6. That's huge. Kovalevi gets the confirmation on Stade. Nitro gets the confirmation onto Diffex with the bleed out.
सामने को
Margo
सत्ता.
gets Patulins. Spyro finds Silas here. Now it's the Star Skies.
हाँ ना अक्षत एक हफ्ता में नहीं थी तब तो तूने तो बराबर टाइम पे सोया होगा ना.
Multiple angles. And so set. Look
कुछ
at
और
that.
कर रहा
That's
था क्या
great
तभी?
play here from NoSlack. Controlling the entirety of
अब
this
देखो
southern
भाई,
side
देखते
here.
रहियो.
Staying both
Commentary
guys
तो कर
alive
रही
here.
हूँ.
And look at that. Satsa 3, Scav 2. And they're on 5 kills and top 5.
पूरी फाइट
I
भी
mean,
बता रही है कि
everyone's been
कौन
done
किधर
in
से
by
फाइट
that
ले रहा है
position
किसको
multiple
कब
times
रिवाइव
in the
करना
past,
चाहिए.
like, give it
उठा
2
ले
blue
फर्स्ट
zone
एड.
grenades just to be sure.
Take it.
A little bit of a resupply there for Kovalevi. Yeah, 4 first aid kits ready to go for these.
एक और टीम एलिमिनेट होगी फिर ऊपर चारों के नाम आ जाएंगे. इजी रहेगा देखने कौन जिंदा है कौन मर गया है.
Most are on 3 players. NoSlack, the only team with 4 as the circle does come down towards this south side. Keeps this warehouse in, but very, very fun area to be finishing up our game. Shots from Hakatori. Na'Vi at the most risk right now. And I mean, what can they do? It's such a difficult push for them.
Difficult for Twisted Minds to get across, but they make it happen here. Example and
सब टीम में 3-3 बचे सिर्फ भी स्लैक वाले बंदे के पास ही फुल
That's
स्क्वाड
actually
है.
huge. Doesn't have a helmet. 34 HP. Satsa finds Ferris. Scaff finds Perfectix. He was left to make some
Left,
points
right, हर
onto
जगह मार रहे भाई
Wildcats,
स्लैक वाले
but
बंदे.
didn't happen here. Code Margo
Oh,
finds
kill चुरा ली.
confirmation onto Perfectix. That's a
Sad
good
bro.
steal away from the knock here. Medvedev finds Hakatori. Kovalevi finds Celtic here, and there's so much
दो
fights
टीम के साथ
happening,
एक साथ
and it's
फाइट ले रहे
mostly
हैं. अच्छा सब एक दूसरे के साथ फाइट ले रहे हैं.
it's on the receiving end here.
Oh no,
Example finds
Bushido.
Medvedev. That's huge.
That's a crazy shot from Example. I'll show you what happens.
अब तो बहुत गंदी जगह पे हो.
Lovely nade will take down Twisted Minds.
Slack versus Starry Sky.
Crosses into
No Slack versus Starry
No Slack
Sky.
versus Starry Skies here.
3v4.
Huge game for them. 24 points already. If NoSlack wins blank, they could take over first
आज
place.
क्लिकबेस्ट टीम
and,
ने ये रिपोर्टिंग
open
चैनल
qualifier
माय
team, a
अपलोजीज
top
कल
team
मैंने
to
लिखा
come
तो था
in
#real.
with this sort of domination here is kind of unheard of. Obviously, it's very, very seasoned players, very experienced players here, but then again, can they lock this out? And the vast majority of the circle advantage goes to NoSlack, obviously. Survivability is crucial, and being 4 alive versus 3 is massive.
जाओ इन्फो
Stairs
लेके
Sky have
आओ
used so
वाजो.
much of their
Hi
utility.
Vijay,
That's
long
how
time
he
no
was
see.
on
Thank you for the
2 stun
29.
This will be a big result from Starry Skies if they can win this out, but it's really a question versus NoSlack, who have been on a bit of a meteoric rise as we go through the Cups and now into the PEC. Very, very impressed so far. Good shots from the sidelines from Scav, and Starry Skies barely peeks out
4v2
before
it
they start
is.
taking shots at. Silas, close range weapon, but your P90's
Damn,
down
10 kills for
already, and that is a big loss for the squad.
Sata.
One player left remaining, like you say, Sata with the
1v4
M249,
तो नहीं
making
होता
big
है.
noise in the lobby. And
क्या
NoSlack
लोगो है
will
ये
take
इनका?
over VP in game
बहुत
2.
बढ़िया.
Unbelievable scenes here. An open qualifier. a
Kills,
top
damage,
team
assist, damage
from
सबसे ज़्यादा team
Finland,
Nemesis की
NoSlack
है.
coming in here to take a win. The second game of our PEC finals, they won here. 22 points to come their way. Obviously, VP going out early here, but still, that is massive for them. The consistency from this team is unreal.
Yeah, it's been good. It has been very, very good. I mean,
United.
NoSlack has just been going from strength to strength so far, Kalaris. And it's been great to watch, honestly, from beginning to now.
Is Finnish
क्या
PUBG
सुन रही हूँ मैं तेरे बारे
truly
में?
back? That's my question. I think that if NoSlack keeps doing what they're doing, I think a certain Finnish ENTS organization might come knocking on the door, and we might get them back in PUBG sometime soon. Because wow, what a performance from them! Not only in the playoffs, but also here in this final game. Number 2 goes their way. Martin, the bloody Finland! Oh my god!
They're back. The ghost of Jimty and Zamty.
आकाश
They're in the
उसके
distance
खिलाफ बोल रहे हो
saying,
तो
"Yeah, let's
प्रमोशन
do
ही
it
है.
again." But it's obviously
मैं
huge
भी
here.
पहली बार
Obviously,
सुन रहा हूँ
Scav
मेरे
with some
बारे में.
experience there. They could- that-
Sure
that-
buddy,
that car, by the way,
sure.
to be exploded in the direction that it was driving already was amazing. I almost lost it while casting here.
ये बंदा जो डॉज किया उधर सारे नेड दुनिया भर के.
We lost Kalaris. Where's Kalaris gone?
Yeah, I think so. You're supposed to say,
No,
yeah,
I'm here.
that's
I'm here.
exciting.
I have a
Maybe he's-
certain
Kick it
yappy
and
dog in the
break it,
background going crazy, so
Oh,
that's why.
yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, she
You're
saw
fine.
the flying car and she was like, "That's a tie."
Yeah,
That's a
precisely.
we weren't playing Rocket League. We are playing PUBG, just to assure everyone of what's going on here.
Okay.
But it certainly looked like it in that moment. But no slack. What a team. I do think that so far Sata has been very much stepping up to the plate. I believe that AnkkitagB also has a lot of strength in him and was able to showcase a little bit during this game.
एक ping super chat तो करो पहले.
When we get no slack firing on all
Ping
cylinders,
super chat करके expose कर दो इसको.
Playing at max potential, this is a very fearsome squad. And I think that is the difference maker between them and perhaps like a team at the top end where every single player is firing on all cylinders all the time. No Slack seems to have these days where it's one player in particular who's having a massive day. But this is the game that you want to have, where everyone gets that confidence on board.
At the same time, right, Nemesis getting themselves 14 points as well. Bushido Wildcats 13 points. I think for Nemesis, they had to play much heavier in edge style, getting their points on the board here. Bushido, Martin, when you look at how they were playing things out, they had that compound in the north for a long time. I thought maybe they were going to get even more from it, but they did get extremely slowed down by Twisted Minds on their engagements. As Blank made his lovely tennis reference. One love, apparently. He's never seen this scoring system from tennis in his life.
What do you mean?
8
It's 15 love. Isn't that the first score?
14 पे आ गए हम, कोई बात नहीं.
Anyway, one for him and none for you.
It's 15, 30, 40 blank, but yeah, that's fine. I'll say this, they dispersed TMO quite quickly, obviously with the pants on hand here. I didn't expect them to be able to get in and get that compound and the warehouse locked down, but they were able to for quite a while. Diffix with a 1k club.
Holy moly.
That's crazy. 6 kills to go for him and Sata. That's a massive return here for Nemesis after their last game.
Yeah, it's very rare that actually we get a player that like is able to drop as many kills as Sata is, especially in the playoffs and now as well. And I don't even know what the guy looks like. That's very rare. That's actually extremely rare.
That's his face right there.
Oh yeah, look at him in the shadows.
He's just in the shadow.
The shadow man. No, I don't think that's true. But the rest of Nemesis putting in so much work on their side and the way they were kind of playing things. So well played here by those boys as well. And again, coming from the Cups, looking at how strong their performances were there as well. I'm so excited, Blank, to see the fact that these Cup teams are really rising to the occasion. They understand what's at stake here, and they've been playing their hearts out to get to this spot and try and make it work.
No, it's super cool. It is super cool. I mean, like, listening to how
break
how it all starts, right? You know, these are bunch of teams from
I think
from
fast
around
karna
the
chahiye.
EMEA region, all signing up
Bless
to
you,
play in
thank you.
these cups, and then just seeing how good some of these teams are. I know that there is quite a few these teams from the
मेरे बिना guys इन लोग 5 stack खेल रहे हैं by the way. So rude of them. मैंने बोला था शाम को खेलना मेरे साथ.
But there's even the likes of Starry Skies who get a high placing in this match, and I'll tell you what, you know, they
तब नहीं खेलना था.
performances throughout these finals.
अब जब मैं stream कर रही हूँ तब तुम लोग 5 stack खेल रहे हैं. इधर आ बेबी, come here बोल तू.
They're able to do this here versus some of the best teams in the world. It's a fantastic thing to have as an
He doesn't fall for my lies,
and
bro.
that doesn't just come out of nowhere.
Are you playing after? It depends on what time this
really
ends.
In EMEA. And I'm glad it is. We are seeing
सुबह
some
क्या है,
great
बेड से उठ के
representation
watch
from
party
the
वापस
cup
बेड.
teams.
Yo.
Because we could have easily had like S8UL in here and one of these cup teams out, but you know, one of the cup teams just deserved
You remember, by the way, obviously, मैं लोगों को कैसे भूल सकती हूँ? I never forget people. And what they've done.
Stuff like that. It kind of creates a different dynamic to a normal Miramar ending where you're expecting kind of those high kind of mountain endings, the kind of those long range fights and stuff like that. Utility was way more important in this one than I think that most Miramars.
Yeah, it was. The ending in between those two warehouses obviously benefiting the southern one. It makes it so difficult to get into any playable area when you get in from the north, right? Because it's such an open, flat space, and then you have no slack that's kind of on the western side, just hammering everyone. You have all the teams in the north also just fighting each other with obviously all the nades and everything coming out. So I was just surprised to see Na'Vi being able to reset all three up and actually get deeper into the game and getting more
आपकी
kills.
stream IPL गाने सब एक साथ सुन रहा मैं.
To do so, but they did.
The greatest trio of all time.
Situation.
I need a rumal, wait.
Cool to see. I also like the proactivity from Starry Sky. It's like an open qualifier and kind of cup team calling and saying, you know what, Nemesis, well, let's just take these guys on.
Wait, go back to no slack. I want to see that hat again. That's like the shirts that I used to wear when I was 13. What is that? What's that?
We got the Hot Wheel Harold over here. This is crazy. That's not okay.
So good.
Oh, dear me. What's that guy called who does the cooking?
The cooking?
Gordon Ramsay?
Guy Fieri? Was that his name?
Yes, a long time ago. Wait, wasn't he? Oh, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this.
This
I
is some
thought
UK
maybe he
stuff
was the
right there.
fashion guy. Yeah, I think you brought up the dude.
Mental health से याद आया United.
Fiery shirt.
But that was the shirt.
Brother.
That was the flame shirt, not the hat.
Yeah, well, he's doing
He's
something
American,
different.
though.
He's trying to do something different. He's like,
I see.
that's like, this is his branding. He's not going to do
That's
the
a
shirt,
wild
he'll do the
shout
hat.
blank right there. I'm sure all the viewers out there, they exactly know who this guy is.
Yeah, what an
He's
awful topic of
famous.
conversation.
He's
Anyway,
famous.
no, let's talk about Nixie and Scap. Look, they've done
Tiger
exactly
damage.
the same damage. Really cool. What do you think, Martin?
40% headshot though on Nixie. That's demonic.
That's true.
Wow.
What are you talking about?
Scab obviously coming in here and
Almost
doing some
50.
damage. One more game to go here though, guys. That's it.
All right. Gentlemen, take it away. Game number 3. My eyes are on Palace to see if we get that good old hot drop, but I will let you have the floor for our Tego.
Oh, he's doing the eye test on the Palace. What do I say? Future's looking like. I promise I'll never bring up again, Avenger. I'm sorry. I'll never bring up again.
I'm just trying to visualize it, and looking at you and visualizing that's just extremely funny to me. So I don't think we should talk about it anymore.
I get like a monocle. I get like a little monocle.
I would thoroughly enjoy that, my friend.
The eye
That'd be
test
funny.
monocle.
All right, Tego though here playing. That's gonna be some crazy stuff here with a northwest plane to go Kangyang. Obviously, the very far south teams are gonna struggle, but the majority of teams are gonna be able to get into great spots here. Plane path ending, and VP and the guys getting to Yongchong. Everlong getting Palace. Hello.
Oh, hello.
What's going on here?
It's like a gimme, you know. They're so confident that they can win against Everlong. They're just giving them all the best spots. Right, this is a nice thing to do for them. All right,
Yeah.
I think this is a good thing. It's like charity work almost.
Yeah. That's not something that should ever happen. Although we do get another circle here, and look at that. No Slack is laughing.
Brother.
Somewhat home type circle here. Scabs
भाई
out
पहली
there,
बात तो मुझे बताओ
looking
ये कौन सा
great.
मैप है?
Making calls to ends.
ये रोंडो
Hello.
है.
Easy for them to get an
ये कौन सा मैप है? क्या ये रोंडो है?
You reckon? You think this is the big time? Big time to push. I think they're
this
making a
could be the
great
big
name
time.
for themselves. I think you're totally right.
I mean, already talking. They're talking about themselves in the name. How much effort they're gonna bring. They're not gonna slack. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God, you're so right. Like, this
Have you
is
thought about, did you think about that?
No, I didn't think about it like that.
the
Whenever
other angle.
whenever I hear, the thing is that they've got Slack in. Like, Slack is their tag, right? So whenever I see them, I see Slackers. But yeah, the full thing is no Slack.
Right. Yeah, it is. You can't really.
And also Slacker,
do it differently.
Sata the Slacker, that rolls off the tongue. You know, but he's a laid back killer.
And then he's just casually the top fragger in day one playoffs.
Yeah, now we're cooking. Like Guy Fieri. But Tego coming out as thick and fast. We are heading over to the eastern side, like you're saying, Avenger. A lot of the I always hate playing the northeast side of this circle.
Yeah.
I always
सिर सो रहा है? सोने दो कुछ ही दिन बचे.
I'm terrible
उसको शांति से सोने दो.
You have to be the last.
Let him sleep
team
in
that
peace,
enter.
guys.
You're talking about the rich, like the river.
अरे Discord पे भेजना photo.
To the high ground, kind of mountainside.
Went to one of the islands in Thailand. हाँ, Thailand is so nice यार. घूमने के लिए भी जाना है उधर ही. सब लोग वही घूमने आते हैं. उधर ही घूम लो.
That donked on us. Sadly, they had P90s and stuff, and they had covers.
Bro,
so,
50 साल लगते हैं इस गन को
the
reload
riverside
करने.
bit is really
अब तक reload ही हो रही है
the
देखो.
hard one for me. If you end up on the wrong side,
नहीं
where
अभी
it
रहने दो.
ends,
अरे.
and the other guys has cover on the other side, that's where it's really rough. That's where you got to use your mortars and absolutely blast them with your bombardment back to the lobby or back to Narnia, whatever you
हाँ
want
वही
to do
बोल
here,
रही हूँ
but
कि उधर ही सब
yeah,
लोग
for
घूमने
the
आते
majority
हैं
teams
तो
have to get into
like
this
for you it's
already.
like
Styrish
locally
Sky
घूमना.
and No Slack, our last top two teams, and basically the two best spots for this next one here. So hopefully they can roll with the punches so far. 10 points for Styrish Sky, but 31 for No Slack. No, not slacking.
They're
They hate,
not.
or they hate slackers. That could also be the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Clara says maybe they hate Slack, you know, the work chat platform.
Oh, right.
I have been in a Slack before. It's not fun.
Right, so like the IT Discord, the corporate Discord, basically.
The corporate Discord.
Right,
Great
right.
way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it is, right?
Confirm
That's,
करो ना ये map rondo है क्या?
Holy and
Hi
truly.
Ayush.
And corporate companies.
Ooh, nice visual. So you're like still teaching?
A year. They could just use the Discord and you know get a premium for one guy and they'd be fine. Anyway, not talking about that anymore.
Do children gossip behind your back and laugh when you turn?
Not working and
I just want to know.
saying they don't work anymore because they hate
because
Slack.
they are kids.
Yeah, no
exactly.
Slack.
We're not
Only
sponsored by
no
Discord.
Slack, only Discord.
But they give me extra side work.
We're not sponsored by Discord. Other products are available.
Hey, ये देखो अपने players के क्या?
I love Slack. I used to work with Slack when it's easy. It's expensive though.
I equally love Slack as much as I equally love.
I teach high schoolers. Oh, what a nightmare.
I'll say
ये
this
map का नाम
though,
Tego.
if you're
Tego.
a corporate business that is not
Tego.
working,
Thank you,
already
Preeti. Finally,
digitally,
किसी ने
you
तो
should
बताया
get
मुझे.
started already. It's 2026. Digital future
How will
is
he
coming
know?
upon us.
Yeah.
अरे बच्चे इधर हो या बाहर सेम होते.
No more
बेशरम.
We need clear communication.
Excuse me, visible जी. आप मेरे बंदे को गोली मारना बंद करें पहले तो.
S8UL probably would have loved to have some communication on this side swipe coming through here, but a little bit
AP Com Science A and AP Computer Science Principles. अबे AP क्या होता है?
Shot over towards justice. This is so wild, Avenger.
Yeah, VP also looking to gatekeep and camp.
Computer science.
Here. How much intro
And
do they
computer
have on?
science principles.
He's gonna get on another one here. They're gonna jump out and get some shots at it. Look at this. This guy stopped right next to him. He's got cover. Oh my god, headshot as well. Nixie finds Mogor. Rox finds Corexi.
चारों तरफ से घेर लिया है भाई ये बीच में खड़ा है इसके चारों तरफ बंदे हैं. There's no way he's living through this. Literally चारों तरफ बंदे हैं इसके.
Oh my god, nice headshot here from Nixie. It's a 2v2 currently.
What are we watching right now? This is a wild maneuver. It looked like it was going fantastically well for VP. Then they lose two.
नहीं वो है ना अभी भी
I think Hive
डांटे
is in a
हैं.
much worse spot where it's very hard to recover these players, right?
Yeah, I think Corexi
Artificial
quite easily here
intelligence.
from Nixie. The question is, what's the situation with Beamy? Mogor's obviously
तो उनको artificially
roughing
सिखा.
up just a little bit here.
Sorry.
How far? Lookarooks on the other side shooting.
वापस
It
आगे
sounds
heal
like
करके.
an SS
Round
or something in the
2.
distance. Now Nixie on another one here, and 8 comes out.
Round 2 buddy.
Utility used here. They're gonna commit just a little bit here.
Oi.
Schengen finds Nixie. Corrects it down to 10 HP. Has to hit the floor. Has to get the first
Advanced
aid off.
placement.
Drops it down to 26. Smokes out.
It's a tough one though. We're kind of on a timer here. VP is sort of dangling Hive's teammates like bait on a line. It's
That's a good
nice. It's a very, very good blue zone grenade. Corexi just doesn't care though.
He's got
Has
the jammer.
backpack. Yeah.
Pranam. Hello,
Should
hello
be
Tapish.
okay.
Hello Jeet. How are you
Schengen's
guys?
gonna try and
मैं बढ़िया
reposition
हूँ
on
तुम
this
दोनों
one.
कैसे
Players
हो?
are bleeding out. He should get the tag off over towards Nixie. Nice wrap around the side. VP immediately is gonna scatter. Rocks. Oh, I felt it. I felt it.
That would have been crazy. Lookarooks coming in to get the Hellbound here, sending it across in the
Stats
US.
लेते हैं.
And now Corexi with
लोगों
them
को
2
stand
4
लेना
9.
चाहिए.
65 HP only, a little bit dangerous to push with that. TPP advantage goes to one of the other guys. Rox is on the other side here, and H comes out. Could be good. Lots of damage could be done. Rox finds Corexi. Probably goes for the flush as well immediately. BP falling apart just a little bit now.
It's very messy.
निखिल परसों जा रही हूँ mostly परसों I'm going.
And he will go down. Hive, off the back of what looked absolutely disastrous, managed to pull it back, right? You know, they were the vicious catfish in the ocean. And even though they'd laid out the bait, they just broke off the line. What a wonderful play from them. Really good wraps as well on the sidelines. I think Schengen went for a very bold play and it worked out. Yeah, that's definitely the definition of keeping your cool. I think that Hive has a moment of retribution from that first game there, Avenger.
Yeah, it's rare to
see. We are chilling on
when
another
you're getting
planet.
Camp that you actually turn out and get an advantage on it. That's really rare.
Good luck,
And they had
Vishal.
one guy
Good
on the other
luck.
side
Good
too,
luck.
like,
Not
it looked
bhutni
like he used to
again.
push, but maybe they were just you know, the 3 or 4 cars kind of driving together like Hive was. Like they were spread
मैं आज
out
वालों
enough
में
that
D
they
rank हो गया
couldn't
बहुत बढ़िया बात
strike
है.
all at the same time.
Immortal से
Also, they
ascendant
could
आगे
get the
बहुत
2
बढ़िया बात
chips
है.
and
मैं तो day
go
1
into
पे ही
Young
D
Chong
rank
and
हो
actually
गई
get
थी.
the rest off quite quickly here. And now with
One
Bushido
player has
Wildcats,
returned to the
guys trying to get into a
battleground.
different spot here, trying to get away
Welcome
from
back.
Books and PGG was there.
स्वागत है आपका.
I saw I want to see a little bit more from PGG last
Good
game.
night,
I felt like
Visual.
they were in a terrible position to play.
सो गया सिर तो सोने दो भाई. क्या problem है?
Very, very good player. The rest of the team is very strong as
What
well.
is the problem, brother?
So I'm kind of waiting for when PGG does rock up. I think you brought up a
चप्पल
good
नहीं
point
पहने
last
इसने.
game as well,
Just
Avenger, in
us.
terms of the myth of.
कितने बार recall कर सकते हैं जब तक blue chip और recall beacon हो?
It's not quite good enough for a team that we know can do better.
जब तक अपने टीममेट का blue chip हो और recall beacon हो तब तक आप recall कर सकते
Last
हो.
weekend, I was so excited to watch him play every day. But here, 2 points. You're absolutely right in terms of when you salvage a game, you've got to be getting like 4 or 5 points every single match if you want to think about getting towards that top side. Because you've got to set yourself up for that big game. When that big game happens, it rockets you up into top 3. We do get a shift on the circle down towards the south side. Talk me through it.
Yeah, this So Yang side here, where Vitality is set up, where you have this rest station here, those ridges and kind of rocks that's on that eastern side and the whole mountain where Vitality is kind of going from Kangyong. That's a lot of playable space here. It can accommodate so many teams, so many players. Obviously the fields as well, south of Stairs, guys, tons of playable
हाँ ना इस साल
area.
ही आने मिले तो अच्छा लगेगा.
And PGG, the guys are still in, so I kind of assume and see that they're just gonna hold that top side and shoot at everyone that tries to play too early on the field. So you gotta be that last team that comes in from that last kind of angle, otherwise you're gonna get surrounded. But it's a lot of playable space. The question is, do you play it too soon, too early here? So, S8UL has been chasing
Can we steal somebody
every
else's blue chip?
single
Yes.
circle today here. Very, very unfortunate. Kovalev and the guys here trying to survive just a little bit, but Perfectix finds him. The Finnish man himself. Look at that. Perfectix down to 52, but he takes more shots to get against the coup here. I see no fire in his hat. He's just going to drive away.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart decision, right, from those sides. They know they've got good points so far. It's not worth it to try and fight this. Just duck out. You know, even if they just get 4
You can steal. मतलब वो बैग में रहता है, तुम्हारे बैग में रहता है, तो तुम मर जाओगे ना तो तुम्हारे लूट बॉक्स में से तुम्हारे टीममेट भी उठा सकते हैं ब्लू चिप, सामने वाले भी उठा सकते हैं ब्लू चिप.
You do wonder how far Twisted Minds is going to follow them.
कभी-कभी हम लोग गेम में जाके बंदे का ब्लू चिप उठा के रास्ते के बीच में कहीं फेंक देते हैं, ऐसे जाते हुए.
Chasing the back bumper on a car of this blue
They'll
zone
never
for
find
a
it.
long time. They've been barking it down, but it's not happening.
ये क्या हो रहा है इधर?
They just cannot catch a break.
मैं पेड़ हूँ.
This is just, it's way too fast for them a lot of times.
What happening here?
More edge play style.
There you go.
But they're playing with little to no information. I think that the way the circles are going today, where they keep shifting quite
Blue chip का
wildly,
purpose क्या होता है?
it's
Recall
hard for
करना.
S8UL to play into this.
I mean, especially how
ब्लू
they've
चिप से
been,
रिकॉल कर सकते हो वो बंदे को.
them assuming
तो तुमने अपने टीममेट का
right,
ब्लू चिप
first
लिया तो
circle
तुम
maybe
उसको
doesn't matter to
रिकॉल
us,
वीकेंड
they
पे
can
जाके
play around it. If you have a
वापस
hot
बुला
shift
सकते हो गेम
circle
में.
south,
जैसे ये वापस
which
स्पॉन हो
typically
रहा है
be
ना,
more space
ये
on the
स्पॉन है क्योंकि
southern
इनके
side of that
टीममेट
new
ने इनको
circle,
रिकॉल
so
किया है.
let's see how they approach this though. We had high expectations to them so far. 5
Hello
points
सूरज.
in 2 games, and what we've played so far is less than we expect from them. We know they're capable of a lot more, but still lots of potential for these guys. Big approach for them. This is a difficult circle, especially with how that the fields are working around both on the southern side, eastern side, and far north of Ouyang. So many teams looking to kind of say, okay, we can play there, but we can't go there too early.
Not just the game plan is right now for S8UL, because obviously they're coming on the south side now, like you say.
आपने PUBG PC खेला हुआ है? हाँ जी.
You've got Ouyang in front of you, you got the fields as well. It's like, do you wrap
900
around
घंटे
and like,
खेला
take
है.
a little peek over towards Team Nemesis from that ridge?
Ajit, I don't think you can, honestly, to be very, very honest. क्योंकि ऐसे मतलब किसी के personally घर में तो हम लोग आज तक कभी गए नहीं हैं. Trees feels real on PC, the entire game feels
This next
real
circle
on
really
PC.
determines a lot based on kind of the angle of approach and also the priority you have in the next circles. Obviously, Bushido, Wildcats, Vitality, the 2 teams that's already looking good, but we have a northeast shift, so that kind of terrain I was talking about where you can accommodate so many players, so much space is on that whole mountain above Vitality. Obviously, Vitality looking extremely strong here. No Slack has spread out on that southern side. Timo looks good in the compound, but it's hard to hold the entirety of that eastern compound too. So Let's
PUBG
see
or
how
Apex
they,
Legends?
determine and how they approach this.
Fuck, I am.
Twisted Mind looking to be the last team to come in from the north.
I love it.
Celtic with a P90. Habibi finds Celtic though. Big fight here between this and Bashir
PUBG PC
Wildcats.
is my love, but Apex I also love.
Prime position
How can I
to
just
play
pick one? I can't pick one.
here.
Oh!
Lovely shot on the sidelines. There are some more.
How can I contact
pelting
Tagba? You
down
can
from
email him.
above. No slack also.
His
finding
email
shots
should
over
be
towards Molotovs as
everywhere.
S8UL kind of just sent it in on
His
that
email
south
should be
side
in
and
his
then
Insta also.
bent into a roadblock in the form of no slack, but they are getting a little bit of damage back out there from Phil first over towards Scav.
Whoa.
It is absolutely chaos.
Wait, not
inside
our
this
team
circle
getting
at the moment.
eliminated?
So many teams taking pot shots at
क्या
one
तुम लोग
another,
chatting कर रहे हो?
and rightfully
Then
so.
kill
There's a
feed में
lot of
पूरी team
open
खत्म हो
space, a
गई.
lot of priority space inside of the circle, and no one wants to get left out on the outside.
Julia Kai potentially getting flushed here. No slack and PGG about to have a big fight here. IXE finds Presenti. Now Salik and Subila have to help a little bit. Salik's down low himself, 31 HP. Just one or two shots and he's gonna get knocked here. Oh my god, IXE finds the headshot immediately on him.
ऐसा कुछ
Down
गलत नहीं है
low
push करो इसमें.
himself.
It's part of the
Subila in
game.
distance here.
Anti था.
No slack. 5 kills for a salvage game is absolutely fine here. Could get one or two more points if they can convert this here blank.
No, you're totally right. I think 5-point game is fantastic for no slack. I mean, considering how this game has gone as well, like it's been all over the place. Get yourself, yeah, you get yourself 7 kills.
चुरा लो सबकी body. Oi.
Which is fine. I did, yeah.
Oh,
It was
Jan
good.
did.
It was clean, actually. You were right on the money there.
It lined up perfect.
It did line up. It lined up. Sata now moving into position.
Everything is
7
fair
kills
in
on
war.
this match.
Legal
No
कुछ नहीं
slack
होता.
is on fantastic as well.
Legal तो
Very, very
नहीं
happy to
होता
see
है.
them performing at this level.
Fair बोल सकते हैं.
Again, very, very similar, I would say, to Redline, just with a little bit, with more potential, essentially, at this top-end level, where every single week they came back with a new game plan, better mentality, better gameplay, and it feels like even since last weekend, they have been non-stop practicing, non-stop doing their homework. So very, very good to see a team like this is super hungry.
Legal
as
तो
well.
नहीं
It's
बोल
very
सकते.
obvious.
चलो सामने कुछ कर रहे हैं और तुम ऐसे देखो बोले कि brother, that's not legal, but we let it slide this time.
Subila, last player here for PGG. And yeah, obviously the scrims.
Vinay, for me, it was definitely tougher to learn PUBG PC than Valorant. Like, PUBG PC was like my first FPS game on PC that I played. I spent a lot of hours learning this game.
Look at that E pickup. That's too late in my book.
The recoil control and everything, like, it is most definitely, I would say, harder than Valo.
Take some damage, get some points here. They hold on to that northwest side actually quite well. But they could be engaged from Twisted Minds eventually. Let's see what happens with this fight.
I didn't quite see the E pickup in time, so all I saw was the nade going through.
Mere to
and then
PUBG
the
PC is
observers
much
following
tougher.
them up into the sky. I thought they'd just been blown to Kingdom
Oh.
but no, yeah, did get the E pickup in there. A little bit late, but helps them slightly, I suppose.
Yeah, too late. It's always this kind of fine line in between when you're able to do it and when it's too kind of late. So yeah, I mean, E pickup straight to the heavens. That's what it was for them.
Yeah. It really, really was. It was efficient,
Completely different
you know,
game
it did
concepts, but
get
like in
them
terms of
out
like
the lobby
recoil
pretty
control and
quick.
stuff, for me, like
Navi,
PUBG PC definitely a lot more to think than
on the
Valo.
south
Like
side line.
Valo is more
Again,
like
they were trying
point
to
and
play
shoot.
from
There's no
OKI. You got to remember this.
मतलब bullet drop and whatnot, distance और ये सब कुछ सोचने की ज़रूरत नहीं है.
Then we've head back up towards this northern
You know?
side to kind of Junior Everest, let's say, Everest Junior, with the
Okay.
Wildcats kind of playing on this edge. Is that okay? Can I call it Everest
I mean,
Junior?
you name things like you want, but is it tall enough to get that name?
Well,
I'm
you know,
not sure.
that's why it's the Junior.
Definitely.
It's not quite
Cynic.
lining up.
I don't know how to pronounce your name,
Right,
buddy.
okay.
Cynic
Boostic gets
Konifi.
one. Oh, balls. Both
Cine-
fights and knocks on both
Konifi.
sides here. Hicks drops an 8 on himself here. Favors also drops an 8 on himself.
Like
So
there's a
now
lot
he's down
more to think
two.
in PUBG
And they're
PC. It's a
just
different
inside
concept.
here.
Definitely,
Everyone
it's a
is looking
battle
to get
royale.
more
It's not
points out
a
of it.
5v5.
Vitality does look like they
much
potentially could hold out these southern teams here, but it's just
I would say
too
much
really,
longer
I'm not sure
games.
we're
I
gonna
mean,
have to
दोनों
look
ही
a little
mostly
bit
आधा
later,
घंटा 40 मिनट
how
चलते हैं,
much
but
they
much
kind of
longer
survive
PUBG
for this
PC
one here.
because it's not like you can
And
reset
on
in
the
2
hand,
minutes.
we've
Like
got balls here. I wanna
in
see some
Valo,
action
you
with that,
have
that's
like
for
one
sure.
round that you
Look at
finish in
that.
like 1
Oh,
minute 40
Vitality.
seconds,
Oh,
and then
great
you
headshot
like
here in the
you
pull-up.
can plan again for
Louis
the
and
next round.
Marshall
But in
could
this,
make
like
something
you
happen here, but the distance
you die.
is
Like
coming
you
out.
see,
Oh
they're
my
done for.
God.
Boss is
Vitality
eliminated. They're
completely
gone.
shutting down this push here with the help from the distance.
अभी next map आएगा इन लोग.
Getrox and Hello My Bat, great help from these guys. 3 kills and 4 guys strong here from
There's no
Vitality, really
reset
denying
every
anyone coming in from the
few
southwest
this
side.
thing.
Yeah, you are blundering all over the place here in this game, and it's totally understandable. It's so
BGMI is more
hard
difficult
to
for Ankkita.
play in
भाई
sometimes
phone में
when
कैसे
you
दिखता है
know
तुमको
you
कौन
need
गोली
better
मारे
spot in the
तुमको? How do you
circle
even
if
see
you
who's
make it
shooting at
deep
you?
into the
It's
match.
impossible.
And a lot
You
of
know
that
PUBG
means
PC?
you just have to make a play. Vitality, though,
Me and PUBG
great
PC.
positioning from them, great coordination in terms of helping one another out. They have this 2-2
Match
split.
made in
They're
heaven.
likely gonna regroup on this one now. They may hold out just slightly, waiting for some teams to get in, see if they can catch some players off guard, maybe trying to go for
Why don't you guys enjoy the
cheeky,
game for a minute, and I
endgame
will
res
be
beacon, but
right
I do
back.
find
I
that
mean,
very
our team is
unlikely.
eliminated, so.
Pot shots over towards Starry Skies. Again, another decent game from them, getting further into this one, but Perfectix with a perfect shot over towards
Yeah, डरते थे
and they're not
मुझसे.
letting them off easy.
Wow.
Oh no, कहीं हमारी team में
Maybe
ना आ
comes in, helps a little bit for Starish guys.
But yeah, no, I will be back in a second, guys. You guys enjoy this match. I will be back in a minute.
Machine himself. The confirmation comes in, and I think this smoke and res is actually quite easily happening here. Although the rest of the guys are coming in too. The question is, does Starish guy recover from this? I don't think so. Getrox gets flush onto Vatso. Pushing out from this aggressively. He has a 2-man. I really like it. Oh my God. T-Bone Keta finds the remainder of Navi here, and Ascent takes control of this south side.
It's really nice seeing Gedrox playing like this, honestly. I think he lost a little bit of his mojo in those first couple of days, and then coming into day 3, he found his mojo again. Let's put it that way. Playing a lot more aggressively, a lot more confidently. And I think when you are this guy who plays the front line, you have to have that. If you don't have it, a lot of times you're just going to fall over in the wake of some of these very strong teams. Ares does find Sosed, but not before he does find Justice, as well as Mika. He's already done a lot of work over towards this one. Team Nemesis, though, under fire once again from He-Man over towards Stade. And slowly but surely, Team Nemesis are falling by the wayside.
Starish guy down in 10th place too, down to 31 players. Paris Savage, he did get the first aid off him, and trying to see if he can find something. Diffix gets the information on Sosed. They're trying to disengage from this, doesn't work out. TMO goes down in 9th place, we're down to top 8 here. Now big fight in between Hive and Bushido Wildcats here. Komago finds one, but gets found by Mogor. Celtic gets the confirmation onto Rocks here. Now Twisted Minds, full 4-man strong.
Nice.
It's starting to smell more and more like a big game for Twisted Minds. They get a double onto Bushido Wildcats. 6 kills for them, and they're still 4 up.
Oh, this is juicy. This is very juicy for Twisted Minds. A lot of kills coming their way. 7 at the moment, but that's going to rack up fairly quickly for them. They picked a perfect time to get over here. I don't know if it was you or Kalaris who was saying that, you know, Twisted Mind just quietly catches up with the competition. And that's kind of what they've done over these past few matches. You know, it's not been super flashy. It's not been super aggressive, but they have maintained that distance between them and first place. You only feel like it's going to get better. Nice mortar. Very close. IXC, bit of trauma there for him.
Yeah, he is deaf for the rest of the match. If anything's going to be any more realistic to that, that's crazy. Really good Molotov from Mitch Chris. I don't think he can get closer because the separation in between is simply too long. I think it goes another side here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, it's too far as well. Smokes
scary.
are out. A bit of a diversion going on for them. Kilikai try to get in. I actually find Kilikai here. They're not going together. They're going 1 by 1 here. I want to see them go in and kind of push or drive by or anything together here. Otherwise, you're going to get picked 1 by 1. You can't do that when you know that you have a man advantage. They know that no slack is here. They know by the match log and by the kill feed read that they're down to a 2-man. Team Nemesis is also lurking in the distance here to try to get points out of this. And Team Nemesis is looking like they really want to maintain control of this south side here. Diffix finds a big nade onto IXC. Blue zone damage coming through too.
Oh, it's a very surprising nade to hit. I don't think it was on the outside there a little bit too much. Stayed, finishes it off with the Panzerfaust. I mean, that's a good pickup as well from Team Nemesis. Any kills that you can confirm, I think it's worth saying the Panzerfaust. They don't know how likely it is for them to get further into this match. This feels like a bit of a wild rock up though, with Team Nemesis being able to watch over this one, see if they can grab it out, but no way. Sata, bold, courageous, just runs out of it. Flexes the muscles a little bit.
Gets another one. That's 10 for no slack in the 6th place. That's
wild.
another 12-point game for them. Diffix finds T-Bone here. Sen falling a little bit apart here. They only felt like it was Ketter and it's Chris that really came through here. Now Vitality flexes out on this southwest side to take Ascent down in 6th place. So well played here by them. Nemesis up to 5 and also top 5. Also a great game for them. Holding on to 4th place currently. But Twisted Minds, as you said here, their consistency is ever consistent in this top. They managed to sniff out and get into top placement games and kills again and again here. Lou finds Pains. And now Viz is getting engaged in this fight here, but I think a third party from Vitality might be happening shortly.
Yeah, Vitality's played this game very slow, right? It has been a low and slow game for them, and that's absolutely fine. As long as they come out in the end game with a fair amount of kills, fair amount of points, absolutely fine for Team Vitality. They've had a lot of strength on this western side. They've cleared out the majority of the western side, so they know the majority of it is theirs to control. Levante with Yorm, making it look easy over towards Example. Great shot from him inside the smoke. Let's see if we can get some more Levante magic, where he's able to pinpoint where you are using that sonar inbuilt to the system.
That's some really good utility being committed. Does it do more damage to Luno? He runs away. 3 helmet for him. Oh my god, Twisted under so much pressure. Confirmation onto Batulins. Example goes down as well. He basically stole the kill from State that knocked Batulins, so that's huge. No, can he find more knocks here with the green machine?
Send a Molotov in.
That's great.
That's
perfect.
On target. On the tree line, Lou seems to be fine.
Oh,
drops
my
another one,
goodness.
and the nade goes in. It bounces off to the side. Where is Lou inside the tree? Is he inside the tree right now?
One with the tree trunk.
Yeah, I know, right? It's Squirrel Lou. That's wild. Even is able to hide his teammate in the tree for a little while he patched him back up again. Do not know how Twisted Minds survived that. You know, that's one of those situations where I wish I could see through the smoke like Levante can.
They were on our side of the tree, and the Molotovs hit the tree and spread on the wrong side. That's a little bit rough. Oh, that's a Panzerfaust. Hello, my bad again? No, I don't think so, other guys. But still, lots of damage done all to it. If that was on point, that would be great. They just need to delay, need to get them off this push here. Twisted Minds could potentially survive for just a bit longer here. And we still have no slag in. That's one more placement point to come through. If this survives for a little bit longer here, then yeah, that's a big game for them too. But they seem to be having this oncoming onslaught. Also, of course, there's some, as you see now, a little bit of foldable shield cover for them to survive some of the nades, some of the utility too.
Yeah, that's kind of like the smoke fades and it's the call an ambulance, but not for me moment for Twisted Minds. And Vitality wants none of it as they wrap back around towards that western side and see if they can have a poke down towards the southern edge. But there is a bit of a demon down there in the form of Sata. See what he can get done, but I don't think it's very much, as Diffx will be able to put him down. We're into that top 4. Good shots from Diffx.
Disgusting. Diffx is such a mechanically gifted player here. We see it once again and again and again. Remember some of the things he did on previous rosters was insane. We're down to just 3 teams left here. Twisted Minds got their top 4. Their top 4 consistency is crazy when you look at their past performances over the years. It's really what put them where they are today. And now it's a 3v3v3.
Uzi from Team Vitality. Jump peeking at the moment, but we do have teams on all sides. We'll converge at some point. Our emergency flares going down. You can hear the distant thud as they get closer. Kind of like the Giants' feet approaching in the form of Team Nemesis and Team Vitality. And all Viz could do is cower a little bit back here at the moment. It's a fearsome sight going against two of these teams.
You're not sure if it's, you know, the emergency cover landing or if it's the Leviathan Levante.
Yeah, that's right.
Walking around the map. Could be either. He's God's gift to PUBG here, this man. And with a 3 helmet and an arm, he could do some magic. Try to crawl a little bit closer here. Look at this. Maybe gonna try to sniff out for 3 gear. Could maybe upgrade that vest to a 3 vest. 15% more reduction from nades, from shots. If they hit that upper body here.
Ah, surprising he's got this close, honestly. I should.
He's got the info.
Yeah, just about squeezed his way in. Nemesis, you'd imagine they've got a general idea. I don't know if they know he's that close because he is in nade range right there. Of Diffex, at least. I know this guy can get some big rollers out of him. And you're right, he does have 3 nades in the back pocket. So I think he just has no clue.
Yeah, he doesn't see him. Look at that. They have 6 nades total. And they have so much information to the other guys too. Look at that damage done. Oh my god, great usage from the smoke grenade launcher. That's 1 nade now. Can they find something that's in between? Multi being, oh my god, being shot and moved around here. Levante swings around. Try to get out of the smoke here. Great shot from Millman, finds Levante. And now it's a 3 versus 2 on the southern side. Confirmed already from Diffex as well. Hello, my bat's gonna go down.
Ooh, nice one, Martin. No, let's get hell on my bad. So far, it's been very, very good from Team Nemesis. Some really good team play overall. I think they know how to have each other's backs. Always a scary thing is seeing Team Vitality's logo and a Panzerfaust above the head there, but Diffex will find Artun. Now just Quizzy left alive here for Team Vitality, and he will be struck down. And Team Nemesis come away with a victory. What a game from them. Really, really well played. Up against some very tough teams towards the end there, but slow and calm at the end of that match.
Yeah, they're able to fight it through. We're able to take that southeast side and work with it. And the way they're progressive and proactive, holding so much space, pushing around all the teams. Yeah, I really liked how they're able to, first of all, take the fight and just completely annihilate a few teams. No slack also on the receiving end of some of it, but TMO as well. Some of the fights they're able to get through and staying 3 guys alive for that. Then so many engagement, getting double digits, and the win here is huge.
Yeah, they're so quick to back one another up as well. Where you see one player taking an engagement and Stade is very, very fast on that flank there. That's probably my favorite moment of the whole game.
Hello, friends.
Dale, honestly,
Nemesis one kya?
Shooting up into the sky. I just want someone to make an edit of that where it fades to grey. Yes. You've got Dominic over the top of it.
Either that, I must go now. My planet needs me. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that was rough for them. But Nemesis giving the aggressive side eye to the rest of the lobby. I cannot believe what a performance from them here coming in from that southeast side, as you were saying, Avenger. But I mean, there's so many stars from this game. Again, no slack. I cannot believe they ended up with 10 kills in this game. That was ridiculous given what they were working with.
Yeah, we were talking about this kind of high ground, this mountain, all the ridges that you have below it. You just have so much playable space. Obviously, the shacks and where Whisper with the kind of cover and the walls that they were able to work with. But they had to lay low. They were trying to stay for as long as possible here.
Tego.
Nemesis,
Abhi fourth map kaun sa hai? Bro, we are still
around
on the right side.
to kind of take on multiple teams and take space just worked out. And
but we're still probably on the right side though. Like we're probably like 12 or something.
To get them to 12 kills.
You mentioned it during the game, right? He's mechanically gifted. We've always
शॉर्ट हेयरकट नहीं यार, अभी तो मैं अपने घुटनों तक बाल बढ़ाऊंगी जमीन पे सीधा. अभी झाड़ू मेरे बाल ही मारने वाले.
This kid is cracked.
मुझे माइकल मूवी देखनी है.
Sometimes we didn't kind of see that really kind of materialize, but
we're
right
14th,
now here on Team Nemesis, it is working. Second place with 37 points, but no slack in number 1 with 44 here so far. Blank, I am so impressed.
Yeah, I mean, no slack is looking great. I think that
Michael Jackson, yeah, I would love to watch a movie about him. कभी आ रही है? अभी तो Devil Wears Prada भी आ रही है May 1st, बड़ी.
It's such a bold maneuver that no one really
कितनी सारी movies देखनी बाकी
I
है.
really do like it.
Drama
So
भी
looks like
देखनी
it's not
बाकी है. The
afraid to
drama
take it to
Zendaya
the
का.
opponents. But you talk about Diffex.
आ गई?
He is crazy. I mean,
Ooh,
for me,
damn. Well, I am
watching
busy
him
this
during the
week.
PEC cups was such a treat.
Till Monday at least
The
I'm
guy
busy.
was skimming
Tuesday को देख
nades
सकती हूँ.
off
4DX
the
में क्या Michael
bonnet
Jackson
of
को
a
डांस करते हुए
BRDM
देखेगा?
bike. I think that was one of the craziest moments for me during PEC cups. And he
भाई
got
बुक
2
माई शो
kills
पे
for it,
ड्रामा का
so,
रिव्यू पे एक
yeah,
कमेंट है.
just wild.
The
just
best
wild.
part about this movie is that it
800
ended.
Oh no, IEXE, I forgot about the hat. And now I remember the hat. 7 kills go his way. I'm very impressed by the kills. I'm not impressed by the hat. So
He's on fire.
he is on fire. Not quite literally, but you know, figuratively. Well done by him so far.
Bro,
The thing is as well is
Insidious
the
का
more
भी
you
नया
take a
part
look
आ
at
रहा
all
है.
of these numbers, Martin, is
So
that
many movies
Versus
happening.
Pro and Twisted Minds
Where
is
will I get
still
the money
keeping
to
up.
watch all
There's
this?
still 29 points apiece here. Twisted Minds is just
सब मूवी एक साथ निकलेगी.
quietly,
एक
calmly,
मूवी
as
के लिए
Blake
तो फिर
mentioned, in the
जाओ बाहर तो
background, just
टिकट
being
करो,
able to make a run for it.
पॉपकॉर्न
And
करो.
There was a moment in the north side where I thought,
उतने में तो
okay,
हो ही
maybe
जाता है.
this is where
1000
Twisted
रुपए.
Minds is really going to pick up some pace here. And they did get plenty of points, just not
The
winning it.
Mummy देख ली
No, but
मैंने.
that's
The Mummy देख ली.
beautiful games of
भूत बंगला
Twisted
देख ली.
Minds, right? They
Project
always
Hail
get
Mary देख ली.
consistency. Their salvage games is good games for
और भी
others,
कुछ
and
तो
then
देख
they,
ही
you know,
होगी.
start
धुरंधर
popping
2
off.
देख
We're
ली.
gonna see,
और क्या निकला है
them
अभी
winning
बताओ.
games with
कुछ
double
तो एक
digits
देखा ही
too,
होगा
and then
मैंने.
they already are within that striking distance, right? And that's again their specialty. But yeah, eventually we are going to
कैसी
see
थी मम्मी?
IXE. He might pop off.
Not
he might,
it,
you know,
bro.
evolve or turn into the
Bro.
Ghost Rider with all the
Bro.
flames going on. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Once No Slack they
Bro.
continue this beautiful game for them. Very, very surprised on a positive note
Please.
for how we've been able to take the fights
Bro.
that came towards them and turn it to their advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Has 9 kills, 9 kills.
तुम
10
लोग जाने
kills.
वाले हो
Not
सच्ची
just
द
the
मम्मी
one,
देखने
but, you know,
या मैं
normally
2
we're kind of
डायलॉग
expecting
बताऊं
to be
मूवी
the
के.
brains of the
उसके
operation.
बाद डिसाइड
There
करना.
is a world
भाई मैं तो
actually
मूवी
where
कैरमल
I'm really
चीज पॉपकॉर्न
hoping
खाने
they
जाता
kind
हूँ.
of stay in the first
सेम.
place, so I can request an interview.
लेकिन
Maybe
तुम
we
लोग
can hear from
देखने
the
वाले हो
boys,
मम्मी तो
get to
बोलो
see what they think
वरना
about
मैं
the
2
lobby as well as
डायलॉग
the
बोलूंगी
cups,
सिर्फ.
how their progression's been so far and where they see themselves, right? Because this is probably for
सिर्फ 2
quite a few
डायलॉग
international
बोलूंगी.
kind of parts of the audience blank. A bit of a surprise to see this team being at number 1 right
नहीं
now.
जा रही
looking
देखने.
so good whilst
भाई
doing
एक
it
डायलॉग है.
against
मम्मी
again,
वो
this is the hardest region in
अंडरएज
the world, basically.
बच्चे को पोजेस किया हुआ है. बीच में उसके पापा को बोलता है आई एम हर डैडी नाउ.
For PUBG, but it is wonderful to see. I think for No Slack they're making a real good case for.
I don't
their
like
region
being
and their
inside your
players.
daughter, he says.
It's nice to see. It's a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, really good stuff. Really good stuff. At the same time as this game all did boil down Avenger when it comes to these players, these teams and stuff like that, I'm very impressed to see the standard that Nemesis is playing to. I think that if they can continue this on, like that's
दूसरा डायलॉग.
PGS is down the line.
90
Maybe
साल
PWC
की
if
बुड्ढे
they're
अपना
able to get this
कपड़ा
going
ऊपर
as well,
करके
and that would
थाई
be
दिखा
great
के
for these
बोलती है
players.
कम
There's so many
टेस्ट
great
मिशन.
veterans as well as kind of prodigies on that.
Yeah,
Buddy.
I mean, the combination of all these guys,
Buddy.
if everything is synergized and everything is firing all cylinders. Also,
Buddy.
Diffix, after 3 games, 13 kills, right? We saw
Buddy.
9 other guys, but 13 kills for this guy is just kind of unheard of. But yeah,
Where is the
it
horror,
kind
buddy?
of feels like it's a Diffix fuel story once again this
गोर
year.
टाइप की
On
मूवी थी वो
another
अपेरेंटली
team,
हॉरर नहीं.
What we saw last year
Buddy.
obviously was great from him too, but that
Disgusting सी movie
that
थी.
guy, man, those damn eyes.
I wonder if he's trying
Like
to
it,
go for
it
the
did
run
not
back after
scare
winning
me.
the
Like
PEC
it, was not
PEC,
supposed to
right? Like,
scare you. It
great
was supposed to
champion.
disgust you.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's listen in some team comms from that previous
नहीं
game
अखिल,
here before we get ready for match
हॉट
number 4.
बिल्कुल नहीं थी.
Файт, может быть, мало ли Виталити убьет. Ты один.
Bro.
Молик влево.
One HP if you need. One HP.
Made it.
I'm like, what just happened, bro? I was in the middle of like watching somebody's skin get peeled off, and then like you say that
Speaking me.
I'm her daddy now. I'm like, what's wrong with you, bro?
Dead, nice.
Nice, dead.
Why?
Палку закрой. Я вижу, я его нокнуть хочу. Блять, ну это хуёво.
तुम्हारी भी स्कूल बंद है क्या? बस
Справді
चल ही रही है स्कूल मेरी तो. बस मैं नहीं हूँ इसमें.
Давай. Блядь, я
Они поехали в них. Залезайте, пацаны. Можете зайти чуть назад?
Нокнул смог слева.
И пусть.
Доел твой ног, еще смоке дал.
ग्रीन टी लेके आता हूँ छी 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 अभी तो सच्ची ग्रीन टी लेके आना अब भी अगर मुझे पता चला ना अब मैंने तेरी चॉइस देख ली है अब अगर मुझे पता चला ना मैं तेरे को यहाँ से ब्लॉक कर दूंगी भाई अनमॉड एंड ब्लॉक ही कर दूंगी मैं
Он пробегает, его ебут.
तो इंस्टा पे भी ब्लॉक कर दूंगी बात भी मत करना मेरे से तुम वापस कभी
Виталий снимает. За смоком где-то.
ब्लॉक मार दूंगी
A
भाई
sense of urgency about Nemesis there, but they are able to get it done as we hear from their comms. And
क्या real life
Venture, I think
fanatic
it's
regarding-
really cool to see that again we get
Bruh.
to watch as some of these teams are
No
able to kind
choice
of
नहीं
rise
था,
against
bro.
these teams in the final.
That's good.
Please.
And obviously with all the device.
Oh my
and
God.
everything going on for
Lots of
both.
device.
But how did you
Device,
not know?
You can hear it. The celebratory
Back then
is
भी तो मैंने
also,
तेरे को बताया था ना
effect here, obviously, because the way that they're able to take out vitality, the way that they're able to close.
बता दो
down
क्या
all
पता
the
यूपीएससी
fights,
में पूछ ले तुम कितने
it
साल
was
के हो मैं
easy
अभी
for them
22
in a way that it shouldn't have been, right? Because there were 3v3v3.
नहीं मुझे पे 22 हो गई बर्थडे हो गया ना मेरा अक्टूबर में
The
22 हो
smokes
गई
that was deployed by vitality was then used by them against this, right? So
हमें बताओ सो वी कैन टू ब्लॉक हिम अक्षत तुझे कब से रीजन की जरूरत पड़ी
All right.
Tornado को
Gentlemen,
block
time for a
करने
break.
के लिए
When we return, we'll be ready to rondo. We'll be
तुझे कब से
getting
रीजन
number 4
चाहिए
here,
तू
and
तो ऐसे ही
surprise
डिसाइड किया
results so
पुराने
far
को
from
ब्लॉक
our
कर
first
दो कर
three.
देगा
But we'll see it in the next two. Checking back.
अक्षत आइडेंटिफाइज एज राइट गेम्स मेरे को आज पता चला इतने लोग जानते भी है और पता चला क्यों जानते हैं
Stop on me.
They're gonna see a car. They see a car.
On me.
मुझे आपकी स्ट्रीम पे
They see our safe.
Okay, no.
It's a full four, man.
No, the
Look
car
out
is
the green,
empty.
look out, Dr. Green.
What do you wanna do, guys? Road or compound?
Wait.
Green waypoint, green waypoint.
We should
We
take
should hit
God,
God
no?
compound.
We should
Yes.
hit God.
Yeah,
Yes.
have to.
Nice.
They went, right?
I don't understand why all the horror movies are shifting to like that gore GORE को gore ही pronounce करते हैं ना gore and violence वाला genre like what happened to like scaring people
We killed one. It's
what
not
happened to
pushing,
actually
it's
scaring people like why aren't they doing that anymore
Is green?
You can move toward us if you want. You can come to us. Come to us.
डरा क्यों नहीं रहे लोगों को भाई भूल भुलैया 1 में क्या डरी थी मैं
One more car.
मतलब हंसी भी थी
One more car.
बट जब उसमें डराने के लिए टाइम था मतलब वो that movie got scary when they needed to now it feels like
Okay,
they
guys,
don't
Phoenix
aim to
crash.
scare you
Crash.
anymore
We can never stop short.
next map क्या है रोंडो
Hit him now. 3.
Give me a sec. Two.
Kiss him.
Nice.
Okay.
We should pull up
Nice,
on
go,
that
go,
guy.
active,
We
do
should go
active.
to him. We should pull
Yes.
up on that guy.
Okay, I'm waiting.
they don't try to scare you anymore they just try to disgust you
One more. Renock.
बस कुछ गंदा सा दिखा दो स्कैरी हो गया सिट्स हो गया सोने दो बेचारे को
New team.
Chill. Last should be on
शांति
power,
से
no?
सो लेने दो
Last should be on aura.
हेलो हाय सात्विक
Yeah, on flash, nice. One behind the UAZ on blue mark. Behind blue UAZ, exactly blue mark. Nice.
you know you get it
Did Bushido die?
Yes. Bushido died.
Yes,
Ace 3-man.
3-man ace.
स्ट्रीम
He
से
got
लगा
fast, he
सोने
got
दो
fast,
ना
he's
पहली बार
3-man,
थोड़ी
chill,
सोया
boys.
One more. No,
Nice.
last end.
Yeah.
I don't get it
Inside. Blue healing, blue mark.
but अभी Insidious की नई मूवी आ रही है so I have a lot of expectations from them to actually like scare me like just not like in like post movie
We
I
should
get
kill all of
scared
them.
to sleep at night
Where
scare
are the
me but
boys
like
now?
during the movie scare me
Where are they?
All safe
नेक्स्ट
spot,
टाइम
all safe
थंबनेल
spot.
वालों
Nice.
को बोलो
Get
कुछ
on.
बर्गर
It's
पिज्जा
one-
रखने
one
ये
and two
पेस्ट्री
active.
सब नहीं
Let's
चलता
go,
हमको
go.
पॉपकॉर्न रखा है ना वालों में
Racing.
और एपेक्स में क्या डाला है
Same spot. He's
Quick
picking.
himself. Nice.
एक मिनट
Be ready now, combat coming.
They are gonna drive to
driving
us.
comes.
They are driving to us.
Oh, yeah, help, defend.
I get it.
How many?
Compound's gonna
Running in
kill.
yellow.
Roll on yellow 3.
Your
Yellow 3
channel.
morning. Nice. Kill orange
Live.
now. PGG 2 men northeast.
Watch out behind you, guys. Peeking.
पिज्जा फॉर एपेक्स पॉपकॉर्न फॉर वालो छी कर दी गायब हो गई पिज्जा एंड पॉपकॉर्न तो एक में तो डेजर्ट होगा ना एक में तो डेजर्ट डालेंगे ना दाल राइस रखो भाई इसलिए तू मेरा थंबनेल मेकर नहीं है। इतने साल से तू ग्राफिक्स सीख रहा है, सब सीख रहा है, सब आता है तुझे, एक वीडियो एडिट करना नहीं सीखा। शर्म आनी चाहिए भाई। मैंने तेरे को कितना अच्छा ऑफर भी दिया था, मैं तुझे दूंगी पर मंथ सैलरी। सीख बनाना। नहीं, कुछ नहीं करना है। अब तक वो साइड इनकम से तूने 2 लैपटॉप ले लिए होते।
So this is a slow motion how it's supposed to be. So let's say you're prone right before the edge and you do 180. This is how it's supposed to look like in TVP. The prone and 180.
कितनी 20-25 तो आराम से मिलती है भाई ये काम के।
And in FP it's supposed to look like this. So it's supposed to look like.
मैं एडिटर हूँ, मेरे को मैं ये बनाता हूँ, वो बनाता हूँ, मैं एनिमेशन कर सकता हूँ, मैं ग्राफिक्स बनाता हूँ, मैं शाहरुख खान की कंपनी में काम कर चुका हूँ।
Yeah, guys, just
क्या किया करके अभी आया ना रोंडो।
All right, we've got 2 more games to go here. We will be on Rondo and then Erangel to round things out. And Blank, that was one of the very best. In fact, the MVP of PGS3, showing you why.
हाँ भाई, he worked at Shahrukh Khan's company.
Doing all right so far. 29 points here for the Virtus Pro boys.
Yeah, this is how you do a backflip.
Do you know Vikendi? Nah.
360 on no scope. It's very simple.
Very simple.
But no, yeah, I mean, I'll never.
टाइम नहीं मेरे पास, आपका स्ट्रीम संभाल रहे थे तो काम भी तो मेरी स्ट्रीम से ही करना है ना देख के। छी वॉचमैन था क्या? क्या पता,
Martin, of course.
क्या पता।
Martin uses that trick all the time. I've heard.
I've seen him do
काम तो देखा है नहीं मैंने आज तक।
The mechanical skill ceiling with these guys is pretty high.
मैं सीख गया एडिटिंग, ये नहीं सीख पाया।
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. Is that the
क्या तुम्हारे पास बिल्ली है? No, I have a dog.
Maybe we're showing it a second time.
मेरे तो I think you need to relax. Pune था।
On a social media treasure hunt. Find the rest of the code over on social medias. Combine it together.
I've never seen him like actually do something like.
Which is lovely because we all want G-coin.
Like he was working there when I started my channel, and like he's still working 8 years later somewhere. But like I've never actually seen his work. Like, what creative have you made, buddy? मेरे shorts और reels edits तो तुम लोग देख चुके हो, मैं तो edit सीख के भी post करना चालू कर दी। तू कब सीखेगा?
We just saw it actually. It's fine. Nixie's got it. We just saw it. It's okay.
थोड़ा काम दिखाओ, दिखाओ भाई, कुछ तो दिखाओ।
All right, but DiffX, damn it, versus AXE.
Damn, no, that's a head-to-head.
Anymore. This is ridiculous, Martin. Why do we have to see this hat? He doesn't look cool.
What do you want me to do? आपको animation बना के backflip करवाओ? Yes, brother. Learn how to edit. Animate me backflipping in that.
It's kind of crazy in just 3 games.
रेज में फेंक के मारो भाई, देखना खिल।
All right, let's get to
चलो मैच चालू हो रहा है guys. Yay! They took a little break after 3 maps, right?
As we are ready to rondo. Everlong, you might have had Pachinki, you might have had Picardo, you might have even had Palace, but I doubt you're getting Test Track and Neox Factory in this lobby. Let's do it blank as we have our game.
पिछला टेक होता अभी actually finally rondo आया है। KGF में नहीं था वो पियोन जो चाले के आता है वैसे वाला?
That's not allowed.
No, absolutely not.
Okay. It would be cool though. It would be a really nice thing for the team.
आपको बताया ना मेरे animations?
Nice charity work.
क्या बात कर रहा है? 8 साल में एक बताया होगा, वो भी 8 साल पहले। अंकी आपको वीडियो एडिटर चाहिएगा तो यू कैन कांटेक्ट मी। मुझे फ्री का चाहिए एडिटर, आप करोगे? 5 मैचेस पर डे, यस चंद भाई। 15 गेम्स है, आज 5, कल 5, परसों 5। भेजता हूँ आपको ड्राइव लिंक। नहीं, मेरा अकाउंट हैक करेगा तो ड्राइव लिंक में।
Dead grass.
It's just dirty.
Just saying I haven't seen KGF 2. I haven't either.
But not like.
मैं तो agree करी थी कि ऐसा कोई होगा।
It's very dirty.
Okay. Well, as you said.
लेकिन अब कहाँ मैं एनिमेशन कर रहा हूँ?
Slightly
northern. सीख भाई, मैं तेरे को बोली थी potential बहुत है editing में। Editors are very in demand, bro.
I do wonder through no slack as well where the circle's going to end up popping, because when you're a very west-leaning team, oh dear me, it's Test Track and Next.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind. Everything's normal on Rondo. Forget if I was going to say
editors
anything.
are in demand.
Yeah, don't.
Everybody's looking for a trustworthy editor, not just an editor, a trustworthy editor, because mostly people just give them.
They're always in the circle.
The access, like, okay, you have this,
maybe I was
you
a
are
bit
supposed to
ambitious
clip
thinking that
everything and
Twisted
upload this
Minds and
on your
Navi
own.
would
So
let
I
a
trust you
lot
to clip the
better.
right stuff, post the right stuff, and
It's-
make the
but
right
the funny
edits.
thing
This is very
is that
typical for both these teams as
Gaming
well.
वाली
so,
editing
yeah.
आती नहीं
well,
बस.
for
अच्छा.
Rondo especially, right? It is
Hi Aru.
Twisted Minds and
SL new
Navi
video
have
कब?
an
No
insane
idea,
win
Mohit.
ratio
No
on
idea.
Rondo, and it's in part because of Test Track and Neo Factory. Like, there's no way this will ever be given up by these teams. Internationally, of course, we see, you know, as
यही भी
teams
पिछली
like
बार F1 वाला
17
joke मारा
have
था और
been able
कास्टर्स ने
to
मुझे
kind
कॉपी
of
किया था.
rival that, and even departed from it sometimes. 4AM had to depart from it in PGSs as well. It's just too strong, and people just do never. They will
Inspired by
never
me.
give it up here on this map. As
दो
long as
शॉर्ट
the
मूवी
circles
एडिट
will
क्या
stay
हो?
the way they
हाँ,
are,
कौन सी
especially,
मूवी बता?
like,
तो मूवी बनाओगे तो मुझे याद करना. Done scene.
Friends, Pachinki is nice to have. I do think it's like lost its luster over the years on Erangel in terms of being in a position to go everywhere you want to. I think that Erangel has become so much easier to navigate that yeah, it's just not. It's not as lucrative a position. But yeah, like you say, Neox Factory Test Track on Rondo is just an insane
कपड़ा का बिजनेस स्टार्ट
start.
करेगा तो मुझे याद
Not
करना.
only
Done
in
scene.
terms
और
of
किसी का
just
कोई बिजनेस है
looting
चैट में?
potential,
Hi Meet.
but just getting out there onto the road straight away, a lot of vehicles in terms of the spawns.
Good night,
as well.
Mujahidar.
It's
So
easy
sleepy.
peasy.
Sleep,
It's
sleep.
easy
Good night.
peasy.
Yeah,
What is this
so much
Bhondu
that
map?
you
It is
see,
actually
these
Rondo.
teams actually dropping a little bit further from that location just to get the vehicles on
Not a
board,
bad map,
just a
actually.
little farther out. And sometimes you do see casualties here and there because of that. But,
मूव में एक्टिंग भी मैंने ही
right
की
now,
थी.
not the
वाह.
case.
Shot by,
And,
edited
I
by,
mean, Twisted
starring,
Minds knows
written
that
by.
Navi's here. Navi knows Twisted Minds is here. Neither team really
Produced by.
actually is going to take huge pot shots at one another. They'll just wait on out, get their loot done.
ये वाला आउटरो
and
मैंने
then be
सोच
moving
रखा
on
था एक जगह के
most of
लिए.
the time. Most
तेरे को
of the
पता है
time, unless
400
somebody
किधर के
gets a
लिए.
bit feisty.
End screen.
Look at the leaderboard.
Video
right?
outro.
I think the only surprise for me right now is S8UL. Well, S8UL and no.
आप कब खेलोगे
I think
BGMI?
those are the two surprises. I think everyone on that
Good
top
question.
in that top 8.
वो देखो हम कितने क्यूटली घूम रहे हैं
I
गाड़ियों में.
would expect them to be up there.
ये.
Maybe not in the order they're in right now. He knows like at the top.
चलो जाता हूँ मैं ग्रीन टी
but yeah, I
बनाने.
do
जल्दी
think
बना के 10
S8UL
मिनट में
is
वापस
the
चाहिए.
sort of
इतना टाइम तो
surprise
ग्रीन टी
that
बनाने
they
लगता
have
भी नहीं
had
है.
some tough circles
पानी गर्म
today.
करो, ग्रीन टी डालो, बन गया.
And they are
They've been
playing
chasing.
from the outside edge a lot of the time. But
Yeah,
this
they've
is
been
one of the,
chasing.
I was going to say, this is one of the first times they've actually
Where
been
is
in the
Bolt?
circle early enough. So I do think this is
हॉल
the
में
game
गए,
to
हॉल
get
में.
something done.
उसका डिनर टाइम था ना, खाना
Yeah,
खाने
now
गया
what's
था.
funny is actually some of their success from Rondo has been off the back of having to kind of chase circles, right? Playing kind of edge plays. But the problem is that a lot of those games that have
Damn,
actually
what
yielded success
a-
for this roster when
क्या
it
बोलते हैं
comes to
उसको?
playing edge
Dolly?
play and kind of chasing in
Zoom.
on circles have been like far west circles
Still
or
missing
far
schedule
east
one
circles,
stream.
not
Schedule 1 की
necessarily
stream तो
middle
एक
Rondo
ही
circles.
हुई थी.
So yeah, we will
I
see. We will
think.
see what they're able to get done. I'm a little bit surprised-ish, right?
उसके
Because
बाद
sometimes
disband हो गया
there's been,
squad.
you know, when they were BB team, when they were question mark, there's been stinker days, but then they come back with like a 70-point day next day, and you're just like, oh yeah, okay,
Oh, it was
they're
fun.
back.
It was fun
Yeah,
all
no,
along.
no problem at all. They do
Yeah,
that sometimes.
I mean, a lot of teams do have that in them, right? It seems to be like a pathogen that spreads from team to team, where they have these horrible days. And then again, because this is a marathon, remember, this is just 5 games today, but there is 10 more still upcoming. So it's not the end of it. And there's still time. And again, S8UL, they might have that last game finale, right? The grand finale that they showed us over last weekend during the qualifiers.
I will
आपसे
say,
उसमें
just
मिला
to
था
kind of
कहाँ पे?
round things out for this,
कैसा लगा game? But
one
schedule
thing
one,
that
oh,
I'm
it was a
little
really
bit
fun game.
surprised by
With
right
friends,
now
of
is the
course.
fact that I think they're all in one building, just looking around.
But मैं simulator games इतने
It's
खेलती
not
नहीं हूँ.
like the norm when you're looking to claim like central spots on Rondo or any map for that matter, right? You kind of want like
Dolly
to go
मुझे
for
पता है आपको
2-2,
no way. My
sometimes
best friend
even
is a
1-1-2s,
videographer and
sometimes if
photographer
you're feeling really
professionally.
spicy,
I know
1-1-1-1,
a few things.
and seeing if you can actually get something done from there. So for them all to be in exactly the same location right now is a little surprising to me. Well, I guess we're waiting for a circle for them.
Yeah, pretty much. As is the case a lot of times on first circle on Rondo. Plenty of space to work with on this map. Just a ginormous map in general to traverse through, just in terms of land mass that is available on this one. But again, I am sort of glad we don't have a southeast circle on this one. I think we've seen so much in PEC.
मैं donations नहीं करता.
Southwest Jadena City, the horrible amount of the river in play. Yeah,
included has been Jadena and then shifted away from, right? Like, it's very rare we ever get it. And it's I think Mark said he's had one. I've never actually been able to cover one in Jadena City. But
चले गया वो brother. He's left already. गाड़ी घुमा के
as
भाग चुका है
Virtus Pro now
वो.
has been able to make
आप
their move
यहाँ
up
पे
from that south side here just a little
उसे
bit.
ढूंढते
They
रह
found
गए.
themselves in Dancheng, and we'll be moving a little further up. But
वो
for them,
गाड़ी
this is
घुमा के
basic.
भाग गया.
They think it's basically kind of just a checkpoint location at the moment, right? Eventually, we feel like we're probably going to have to move. Probably what is normal is just south of test track or west of test track. See how they're going to actually posture.
Well, honestly, I mean, Dancheng's like a winning position as well. If the circle does move down towards the south, I wonder if they leave a backstop here potentially, whilst they scout further over towards that north side. There's no reason not to poke your nose in on the north over towards Bushido Wildcats. Get a little bit of information early, but yeah, they do leave Corexi behind just in case we do get that southern shift on the circle. It's a very, very strong position to play in. That is wishful thinking, though. You can't really knock wishful thinking.
Not at all. Mr. Kovalevic here for no slack, doing a lot of the talking. Not too much surprise there at all. One of the masterminds behind some very strong performances from teams in the past. If you're unfamiliar with Kovalevic, he's been able to do some great work for the
हम
likes of
हैं
the
उधर
X8
देखो
guys.
बीच में. ये देखो.
5 guys over
मैं
in
ढूंढ लिया
the
मैंने अपने
Southeast
लोगों
Asias.
को. ये
So,
देखो यहाँ.
demands a
10 आस कर्सर
worldwide
दिख रहा है.
master
10
of
आस.
PUBG.
He's done it all.
He's done it all. Yeah.
I mean, for no like,
और अब तक सब जिंदा है. कोई भी नहीं मरा है.
Very gifted players. I think
Apparently, yeah.
it's a bit of it's a lovely recipe, honestly, for success. And again, I think one of the biggest things that these guys have in terms of advantage is that they just have no qualms with anyone in the lobby. I think it's a very, very hard thing to
क्या
do.
देख रहा है PGG
when
वाले
you
हमारे
come
घर
into a
पे?
lobby like this, and you don't play nervously. I think if you're one of the cup teams, it's very hard not to play nervously into this one. As much as you might psych yourself up going into it, being like, we just got to play our game. Every team here is a no-name team. Like typically, that's how you'd have to play, right? You have to play as if no one has none of this previous success. You're just playing into strong teams. That's it.
क्या कर रहे हो यहाँ पे आप?
I think for NoSite to come into this one, and they've just been taking names all over the spot, and honestly, at some point, it's quite disrespectful. I would say, not to players, but in terms of.
मैं वो ही पढ़ रही थी अखिल. ये accommodity क्या होता है? Accommodate होता है.
It's astonishing. It really is.
Welcome back.
I'm glad that we actually checked on an S8UL's compound there to see how they were kind of fortifying things. Because one thing that does lend itself okay to being all in one spot like this is technically, if somebody gets knocked, at least you're not
कौन
going
आया
to
है मेरे रूम
reinforce
में?
and you can get things going. But circle shift, and it is
कौन है ये ladies?
extremely hard north, and now that is going to force all of those teams down in the south to get a hoof in fast. That is a brutal shift for those teams down in the south side here. The great migration is going to begin. But the funny thing is that even the teams that are already in the circle are like, okay, let's go and try and take that position on the high ground as close as possible. In the gates, if anybody lands on top of that as well. Virtus Pro's doing some damage here to Bushido Wildcats down in the south. So Virtus Pro's are actually not moving as quickly as some of the other teams, but actually everybody's in the cars now. I've just seen it. It's only Lucarux that's just waiting around. He's probably just waiting for the pickup and then just get going. Oh, he's got his car too.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you could pick up some players as they're getting to vehicles, pop a tire or two, as they're escaping, as they're leaving, like that's high value. That is very, very high value, especially as you're passing by teams. And I think they spied this out beforehand, it seems, Kalaris, where they spotted Bushido Wildcats. They've had someone wrap high ground. This is a tough leave now for Bushido.
Yeah, I will say, I think that technically speaking, this is actually doing the lobby a huge favor. Why? Because Bushido was wanting to go for an emergency pickup, and you could assume that they were wanting to emergency pick up straight onto the pillar. And if that had happened, you having a team up there was a huge, huge problem. But them not being able to use that at all, I mean, that's yeah, you've got some kill points there, brilliant, but that's done the lobby a favor for sure.
They would also left VP in the dust, right? A lot of times, if VP can get ahead of Bushido Wildcats, leave them to fend off behind them, that delays other squads. That's going to delay Team Nemesis. Benefits them as well in the long run. But yeah, I think you're right that the big structure to pay attention to is this height over towards the
IEMs hai,
northeast side.
plural.
There's a lot of cheeky areas to play in there. PGG though, they're losing Zabilla. Our senpai from Boars will find that one. I too am also just as upset that does mean wolf in another language, because I am a basic man who speaks one language only.
Yeah,
I
we are
should
idiots.
be ashamed of myself.
Correct. We're just simple northern boys. That's all we are.
We're just normal northern lads. That's it.
Know. Most people where we're from haven't moved from like 5 kilometers, 5 miles around where they live. They still all live there. So, you know.
I'm basically I'm from a small village. That's it.
True. So anyway, stop this.
Just doxing myself live on stream. Classic.
One of the things that was interesting about all of those teams moving north was that S8UL was actually trying to also do that, but realized that there was just too many teams moving up north. So they moved back south to the south side of Test Track here to try and make something work. That does not necessarily aid you later
इसने
on.
देखा क्या PGG वाले को उस तरफ पहाड़ के? एक ही पहाड़ के दोनों तरफ.
He's parachuting! I love it, but I think he's missing the high ground. No!
Oh, he's pulled
Top
him in.
land
Wait, he swung it
He's
back
got a bit.
in.
He's got a bit.
It looked kind of bad. It looks less bad now. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been really high on up, but this actually gives you quite a lot of cover, this location. There is a world where if people move in right below you, you kind of are in nade range, but if the rest of his team is able to kind of hold it down at the bottom, then, you know, jobs are good. And
you have to have a very strong arm on you to get a nade up there, no?
you can pop it. Well, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure you can get up on that little ledge.
Oh, fair play.
But anyway.
I trust in you. The circle does move away from it, so it was all for naught. VP have found an e-pickup and are going to be dropping out alongside Neox around Narvi, actually.
Wait a minute.
This is a bit of a bold approach.
Hi
The circle's
Sharky.
on Test Track and Neox factory.
Yeah.
Okay.
कल सुबह 9:30 बजे मैच है, क्या कर रहा है यहाँ पे?
Hands on stations, quick. How are teams going to actually react to this? Because there's so many teams currently outside in Test Track and Neox factory. They're going to be scrambling for not many spots. There really is a lot of open terrain north of this location.
No slack वाले आ रहे हैं हमारे compound में.
Neox factory in a circle. This is going to be insane.
Yeah, it'll be a great circle.
No slack.
I love the rooftop engagements.
उनके
That's some
पीछे
of the best you'll have.
ascend वाले भी है.
It's great to see, you know, the resident Neox factory
क्या कर रही हो?
right here, just on the northern side.
Yeah.
They've found a great spot for themselves, and they'll be playing that one out.
They ended up there anyway. After all that
No percent वाले गाड़ी घुमा
about
लिया.
central drop locations, that is kind of funny that they're there of all locations. I like that a lot. Now, what NoSlack was doing was interesting. They sent Scav as one, and he's up in the air at the moment, and Mike just lays it down. There's going to be so many people shooting at him. He's opened a parachute very early as well, but the rest of NoSlack actually moved in south side.
What? No, shoot him.
It, so Scav's gone.
No, that's good though. That means there's so many of the teams from that from Neox factory are looking towards him. It's a little bit too little too late. I mean, Navi did have a peek in over towards Scav, were taking shots. But
thought it was a distraction.
I thought it was a distraction. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Levy did get some good info, but it was
Rotation
for naught
सीख रहा हूँ.
in the end. But it was cool.
Yeah, I'm dubious about the distraction. The one thing that they can do from it, though, Blank, is that they could actually backfill where the S8UL was, because S8UL went all the way through to the middle, into the middle of Test Track as well as Neox. So that means there is technically some locations open. I just don't know whether or not they've read that those buildings in the middle of Test Track are open.
I mean, I have to frame it like it was a play.
I like it.
Very slowly for us
today,
huh?
Because otherwise, what he's done there is he sacrificed himself for no reason.
He went up, and I assume he went up before this circle popped, just to be like the info as well as maybe actually like be able to take a spot. But when you get this as a circle, you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't. This is going to be a rough one.
Exactly. I mean, it's one of those things where it's a case of, do we really need to scout Neox?
PUBG PC watch party चल रही है.
Players in there.
North's about to go crazy. By the way. We're going to listen to the team comms on Virtus Pro, see what they currently think, considering they're coming in on the north side of Neox. Let's listen.
2 nades, 1 blue zone. A lot of smokes. Crossing.
Dude, there is that guy. Fucking. He might
free
land
PGG 2.
seconds, the guy.
PG3, sorry.
Yeah, he's gonna land.
Good rest, PW rest.
Yeah, good rest.
Damn, we get team forms mid-game.
It's not for us. How do we kill Navi? Like, we are very AFK. Let's fucking. Do we need to
Like when they push us, like how do we fucking...
I think we can hold them from us if it's still on us. Like if you can later on come to us, and then we take
It's hard for us to come to us because the group guy can just kill us for free.
Comes cars on you.
It's like you're
Play that together. Play together. We cannot help you, boys.
Analysis. And they're winging it. They're winging it just as much as we are. They're trying to figure out how they're going to deal with nothing, which I think is the main takeaway from here. How do they deal with them? For them right now, with Bushido Wildcats coming in from the south side, that's something that they have to capitalize on. They need to herd Bushido Wildcats onto Na'Vi before them, Kale.
Well, you saw it in the distance as well. I can't believe NoSlack got away from that send. Boz has been able to take down the rest of Ascend here, but I can't believe NoSlack has only had one casualty here, maybe so far, with Kovalevi actually going down to that nade. They managed to thread the needle through all the way here to this compound. Or
Did I
building,
really see Watch Party
I guess you could
rise
call
for
it.
the
So
Pacific
somehow,
one
some
also?
way, they've made it in alongside Twisted Minds. In the north, there's going to be a lot more fighting, though, Blank.
Vehicles all asunder on the side. Ares, though, looking fantastic, as per usual. Now, this guy actually, honestly, is my goat. I do love Ares.
Okay.
Fantastic player. Some killer moments throughout last weekend for this guy, keeping the team in check. Team Vitality moving across, trying to take some shots there with the 4x. A little bit of an awkward spray there for Justice. Not too many bullets left either.
Mrs.
Mika
Ankkita.
did swing round, but a bit of a dangerous thing to be doing versus the Leviathan himself. But there is a shot from the sidelines as Justice rocks up.
Yeah, Vitality out. I just think a lot of these teams in the north are like,
नहीं मृदुल ये तो 3 दिन का इवेंट है इसमें आज के दिन से इतना कोई ये नहीं है कल और परसों भी खेलना है ना फाइनल्स 3 दिन के
ridiculous. Defex here going to try and hold down the roadside as well, just as trying to drive away, get out and dodge here for the Mythov. But the rest of Nemesis is just wanting to open up a firing line. I think that the north side for Nemesis right now, just shoot at everything. Don't even try and crash. Just see what you can get kills as quickly as possible. Get those kill points on board.
Hello, bracket na abhi Mridul.
Well, the thing is, this is a circle that Team Nemesis is very comfortable with, though. They love playing these outside zones. Yes, you're totally right, Kalaris, and I completely agree with you. It's probably not making it towards the end game, but this is what Nemesis does best, is that they capitalize off a game like this. They'll get a lot of kill points. They'll get a decently high placing, but it will still be a big positive for them in the long run. We'll see how they do play this one out, but you're right. I mean, if it's a case of we're listening in with VP,
how
do we play this?
No such thing as that.
The comms from these players out in the field.
Yeah, they got such a free entry into Neox.
Whatever is meant to happen and you work towards it will happen.
And chill for the moment.
No such thing as
Nazar. Unfolds up in the north side. Another nade goes forward, posted towards that rock. As it does fall away. It doesn't do too much damage. Schengens, though, does against Marcel.
Everybody was really happy and supportive के PUBG PC में और investment आई है.
Foldable shields out. They're up on the paper. They're up on everything here in this office to try and hold out anybody moving forwards against them. What are they shooting at? What's going on?
We actually got a very warm welcome
I mean, I'd also
from the entire community.
Fair.
Just sending shots back towards him. There's a YouTube channel out there just completely dedicated to this guy's VODs. It shows you what kind of player he is. Nice shot from Lufik.
Okay, with this shift, there is a lifeline for the north side. Oh, destroying Hive on this north side. There is a lifeline actually opening up because
कौन से वाले बाजू वाले अपने तो multiple है.
The fact that technically speaking, whichever team wins that out, and if they get another hard shift, there is a world where they actually could convert big points off the back of placement, never mind kills.
I do think for the Team Nemesis balls, a lot of teams might need to leave, like you say, in which case maybe you don't get a chicken dinner, but there is a lot of kill points out here. If they shifted down towards the south side, very unlikely any of these teams left, and Team Nemesis would be scrambling for some points. But we get into that stage. Starry Skies, though, Kalaris, going in with a Hail Mary from the east.
Okay. We'll see where they actually want to go. There's not that many spots to play. You can maybe get yourself a little bit of a car fought on a dip, but the problem is that so many positions around you here are kind of elevated, so people are going to have lines of sight on you. Twisty Minds was shooting in their direction there for just a little bit of time.
भाई ये monsoon and all sentinels में sign हो गए बढ़िया भाई.
Is actually moving in north of them. They realize they can't survive in the fields for as long as they may want to, so they're going up against what is the solar panelings and everything like that alongside the Neox factory. There's quite a bit of cover there. You can actually exist on that corner for a little while, especially if you've got vehicles available to you as well to kind of cover some of those lines of sight.
I'm still as surprised as you are about No Slack. I mean, they did lose one more player, so they're down to IXC as well as Sata. So a very similar setup to last game. We saw how far they got into that one. Cheetah Wildcats.
बस किसने रखी है घर के अंदर?
That southwest side of Neox Factory.
Daily कितने matches? 5 games a day. अभी 4 चल रहा है, इसके बाद 1, फिर इसके बाद cut.
What's S8UL gonna do? Oi, okay. Well, big explosions. Calm down. Not dead.
It's a good blue zone.
Okay.
Very good blue zone. Delay the push. Especially at this stage of the game, it's like that does hurt going into it.
Can we drive the bus? Nah.
Okay, no, it's just a smoke.
It's just for show.
I thought maybe it was a blue coming through again. If we were going to double up the blues, then it'll be a bit more of a problem. But you would just fall back as Spiro,
Interior designing.
on that kind of spot. Still a little bit there to be able to work
इस warehouse के
on.
अंदर सबसे अच्छा क्या लगेगा?
Wow, okay. This is such a problem.
इसके
This is
assistant
such
ने
a
बोला,
problem
"Boss!"
circle. Look at Starry Skies moving in on the solar panel.
इस warehouse के अंदर ना एक bus डाल देते
with no casualties. That's unbelievably important. Yeah, okay, Vazo is knocked now.
क्योंकि बाहर तो हमने गाड़ियाँ रखी है.
Yeah, it's not bad at all.
तो बस अंदर डाल देते हैं.
I mean, they'd been banking on this position on the eastern side, been playable for a long time, and I do think Starry Skies put themselves in a bit of a precarious situation with that 2-2 split, but they had to give themselves options, whereas Everlong is now sort of out of luck in that department, where moving out from this position, they're going to get shot at by a lot of different teams. Now, I love the setup right now from Virtus Pro. They have players locking the rest of Na'Vi down on this corridor. But they have VP and Curexy still grabbing a lot of information, and Beamy has this side angle. Pretty far goes through. Has the monitors. It's good.
How
it's a
in the
massive molly.
he knocked them both.
Wasn't it a gas can? Didn't he explode a gas can? I mean, it might have been the full trap. I'm not sure. Regardless of the fact they were burning.
मुझे लगा जो push आया ये बंदे पे ये तो गया, but no.
Causing them so much problems. As Nixie takes down Hakatori as well.
No, bro. What a fucking elimination. The Watches Pro, you got.
It's clean. The steak
So
is
fucking
juicy
good.
and
अपने बंदे knock हो गया. अपने 2 बंदे knock हो गए. अपने 3 बंदे knock हो गए.
hell of a play.
Best of luck, G.
I was looking at the map whilst it happened, but anyway, that's crazy. What a hold from Virtus Pro here, showing why they are champions. As Fantasia actually able to shut down what is going on against Nemesis on the other side. S8UL though here against Bushido Wildcats, trying their very best to scramble around this corner because they're going to have the blue pushing them here very, very soon, and Nemesis is gone in the north.
Tactics from
Goes
Twisted Minds.
1
They've been fairly
HP
quiet,
first
honestly,
aid.
Twisted Minds. They've been fairly well, though. Team Nemesis gets clapped back, but still, they come away with this game with 8 kills. Like I said, they were always going to find some kind of value out of this match. They're very used to playing these types of zones. They like these types of zones, in fact. So for them, decent stuff. That puts them in first place for now, but No Slack is still living, and they're in the top 8 now, so gaining those placement points as time does go on. S8UL lose Phil first.
उसने बोला होगा बस आज के लिए बहुत हुआ, बॉस ने सुना बस.
They're down to 1 player now. It is a 1v1 between both these players.
Yeah. Tough stuff ahead. Shotgun in hand, though. Oftentimes, I'd always kind of favor that in these kinds of moments. But he's quite unhealthy. Quite low on health. Bit difficult here to really make something work. Oh, nice nade. Only 3 damage, though. They sees him. He's smoking him. He knows exactly where he is behind that.
Nah, bro.
He is.
Jesus,
why not watching if we pushing?
Take him down.
Stunt था वो अलग बात.
I mean, the smoke comes through, but as soon as his position was revealed, I mean, Crossbow could just run into it, right?
Yeah. It's really tough to counter that kind of flashbang because he knows
हाँ तो मैं क्या joke
where
मारने वाली थी, रुक जा.
on top of him. It's so hard to avoid being flashed.
उसके बॉस ने पूछा ये रूम में कुछ और डालने की जरूरत है या इतना काफी है? तो उसके असिस्टेंट ने बोला बस करते.
It was a gas can, dude. It was.
तो उसने बस डाल दिया.
God, what a gamer.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I
have a little stupid question.
About
पूछना.
their traps, and that was fantastic stuff from Virtus Pro with the gas can. But now, Starry Skies, they don't want to be set alight on this one. Gonna send some smokes forwards. Virtus Pro's on the warpath here, Blank.
Absolutely. I mean, they're looking to take back that first place spot. They lost a little bit early today, but 2 massive games on day 1 is a really promising start for Virtus Pro.
ये लोग FPP नहीं खेल रहे.
QX's starting to move forward here alongside.
I think they're playing on FPP, but we're spectating in TPP.
For the squad.
Right? Because who plays PUBG PC TPP?
Smokes will cover them off for the time being. They do have a side swipe available to them.
I think the spectate is TPP.
Trying to deal with them exactly how they moved in.
नहीं तूने बोला था कि आज के लिए बस हुआ. मैंने बोला कि इसमें कुछ डालना और जरूरी है क्या? अलग थे दोनों जोक. बस पंचलाइन सेम थी. क्योंकि the joke is the bus. अब बस कर.
When the smokes are down and there's like foldable shields in the way, cars in the way and stuff like that, it really limits the movement. So he's going to actually bring down that foldable shield. Love that. Not enough people do that. But he has 400 ammo on that AUG. What am I watching? That is so much ammo. That means he doesn't have much utility, which is kind of
I would actually lose my mind if PUBG PC hosted like an official TPP tournament. Like why? They made a beautiful FPS game. First person. Damn bro, this guy is fucking killing it, dude. This guy is killing it, bro. Bro is on a roll, dude. Bro is shooting heads.
He is absolutely vibing to this game.
The problem for Everlong is he's the kind of guy that can hit those long-range sprays, so you've got to be very careful here as Everlong.
डोर के वैसे TPP ले रहा था.
हाँ ना, बात तो सही है. Up on the north side of this circle, and they are surviving. They will have to move slightly off of this high ground. Hopefully, they've got a few more smokes.
PUBG PC's comp is converted to TPP. What are we fucking
on the west side of this, Twisted Minds and No Slack are still alive and kicking.
I mean, for No Slack, it's fantastic. I mean, they're only getting more placement points off the back of this one. Twisted Minds, though, again, quietly do maneuver themselves into a late game off the back of this one. 4 kills, nothing to scoff at, to be honest with you. Everlong, surprisingly, are still alive, able to maneuver themselves over towards that north side. 15 points on the day, though.
TPP
It's not terrible. It is not terrible from this squad.
Not so far. I mean, they should be able to get more off this as long as they can survive on that northern side. We'll see, though, again, the circle might be a bit testy. It's very rare I actually get to play out circles like this. Just outside between Testrack and Neox Factory. Have a look at Rux. Takes down Verstoy to start things off. On this west side, this is going to be quite impactful. How much can No Slack deny Twisted Minds from moving on through? Because they are 4 alive here.
It's a huge delay on Everlong, right? Getting that knock there is massive. It's a good shot from Sata. Over towards Lou. Twisted Minds loses 1 player. Sata will send out another nade, but it's a great one thrown back towards him. Lou goes down. That's a 3v1, looking very unlikely for IXC to live this one. Another nade in, the pre-fire around the corner. Will find for Story.
No need to set his out on fire. Take him down with the bullets here, but Virtus Pro actually completely eviscerating Everlong. They're going for the big push as well. You can see the car actually blitzing forwards here for it. They clean them up completely, and now it is Virtus Pro versus Twisted Minds, 2 massive contenders, 2 titans able to rule Testrack and Neox Factory.
This has been an insane game for Virtus
Pro.
Game. The grenades haven't even had the most impact. It's been the Molotovs and the gas cans. These guys are having a barbecue right now on Rondo. Now looking for a little bit more. The Lynx AMR in the hands of Perfectix.
Just like 10% lower.
Yes, we do. He's been an absolute monster with this in the past. The question is, though, is that Virtus Pro has stolen away an incredibly fortified location in the middle of a field. Like, the fact that there is so much deployable cover here, this could be massive for Virtus Pro after what a test of a game this really was. Twisted Minds, they've been sat up here for ages and just kind of waiting to have to move from the building.
Just sit behind a tree, bro. Just sit behind a tree and see what they're doing.
This has been an excellent game.
You saw that nade coming, right? You saw it in your TPP.
A lot of squads to get here.
You saw the nade coming, did you? You saw that falling towards you, right? You saw it being thrown in the air at you, right? You guys saw it. It's TPP. You saw the nade flying in the air towards you.
I think Twisted Minds just didn't have to expend any of their utility in a lot of the fights that they'd taken prior, just to maybe 1 or 2 nades to be able to dislodge No Slack, but they've been able to come out from...
हाँ, क्योंकि एनिमे बॉक्स पिछले साल तो AWC वॉच पार्टी में PUBG PC देख रही थी तो FPP था. अब 3rd person हो गया.
To make something happen. but I don't know.
Oh,
The
yeah, Mummy,
angles are
almost.
just too held. There's a Lynx AMR in hand. He's going to be peeking around these bushes here. He doesn't even have hard cover. They know that the Blue's going to be pushing them here. Virtus Pro should have nothing left, but they do take down Lou.
It's a good stun grenade sent through there to buy them some time. The smoke just blooms at the opportune moment. Bullets are sending through the smoke, and he has to throw something back. Example will find Curexy. Lucarux will fight back over towards Perfectix. We're into a 1v2 now. Sun's over the top. The Blue starts to tickle them from behind. There's a chance here for Lucarux.
This guy is shooting, bro. This team is fucking on something. This team is on something else, dude. Watches Pro को कुछ और पता नहीं क्या ये एम है भाई, क्या गेम चल रहा है इनका ये insane. क्या मार रहे हैं इनके एक बंदे पे दो बंदे भी भाग के आए तो भी वो खत्म कर देंगे. इनका एक बंदा भी खुले में जाके 2 बंदों को मार गया है. गेम खत्म करने मतलब जो स्प्रे ट्रांसफर जो कर रहा है ना द एग्जैक्ट
twisted minds in the very last moments. What a game. Virtus Pro 2 wins on the day.
इस नेड वेड आ रहे ना टीवी पे लेके बैठो तो देखो जरा नेड आ रहे.
Mental game.
Yeah, I didn't know that Virtus Pros is the landlord of New York's factory and test track. Evicted Navi, evicted Twisted Minds of their home. Absolutely crazy scene. So well played by Nixie. 1K club for him, I believe this one. At least it was close. I saw the 990 something, I think it was. So absolutely insane. And Lucarux, the double stun to close it off. They try to make a push for it, but yeah, he was able to shut that down, guys. You can breathe a little bit, but wow, what a game.
What a game. What a
beard grooming करके आ रहा हूँ कल बाहर जाना है.
Sometimes when it comes to rondos, I think they're very formulaic. I think we get a lot of circles that are quite predictable how they're going to kind of play out, but as soon as we had Neox and Test,
next map चैनल से पहले आ जाना वरना मुझे लगेगा कि टीवी पे सुन के
bedlam here towards the end especially.
हाँ क्या देते हैं?
Insane match, honestly insane. And we've had some of the most fun games I've seen in a long time here on PUBG at the PEC. Again, this game was so fun. I mean, the hatchet man in Twisted Minds hacking their way through on the western side.
Do I look like I'm going to the gym?
To burn the whole forest down right at the end there. It's such an incredible result for them from Lucarux at the end. Especially when it's been Beamy and Curexy and Nixie really pulling up a lot of the weights these past few games for
How many matches done? 4 done. Abhi last bacha hai.
The teams are got to be absolutely
you look like what a hack, bro.
At the end of that game. You just love to hear the team comms on it.
I mean, they're firing on all cylinders to the point where yes, they won PGS3, but even that performance alone on international soil was insane and actually such an incredible lead against the international competition. But now here, watching these 2 wins, especially this one, Avenger, there is no doubt in my mind this team is podium at the World Championship, if not winning the World Championship, as long as they're able to bring this kind of form as well as the PGS3 form, because they're crazy right now.
Yeah, they are. They're insane, man. And also to do it after having 2 16th places after the win, I was like, they're able to turn it around, and they're just turning it up like this, man. That's just absolute legendary performance here for VP. So yeah, for them to get up to the top here now, you say we're talking about it, I didn't expect the gap to be happening already on day 1, but we have a 20-point gap from top 4 to 5th place here. It's just 4 teams just leading the charge. Completely crazy here.
No slack on Team Nemesis for really showing up when it counted for the cup teams. Twisted Minds, we always expect them to be up here. Example with the 1K club. And Nixie, I'm sorry, Avenger, but your 1K club has been rescinded. 999 damage.
I'll round it up in my...
He had the wrong laces on.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
कब अनाउंस हुआ था एनिमे बॉल 2025 में TWC के बाद. कहाँ अनाउंस हुआ था? मैं तो PUBG PC को फॉलो करती हूँ ट्विटर पे. मैंने तो नहीं देखी है अनाउंसमेंट.
What a game, what a performance, what circle shifts, right? The fact that blank we have, even if it
Watches Pro पे team focus दिखा इनके comms.
Just so many hard shifts, really causing so many problems. And this E pickup was instrumental for VP to even make this happen.
Yeah, the fact they're able to get in on this one, the timing is really, really well thought out as well. It's just as the circle pops, and they quickly make the decision to push on this side.
Look at him, bro.
this is fantastic as well. I mean, they must have had so many smokes to make this happen. They completely blanketed this room as well. So it's a very difficult push when it comes down to it. The Navi's come in. They barely see the gas can on top of the trash can either. You're just fumbling. As soon as you run into the room there and you're on fire, you're like, what has happened? But yeah, incredible fights all around. Really scrappy. But when it came down to it, it really did feel like VP was always in control, trading off their lives for better positioning.
Yeah, it's funny because technically if it was a molly, like molly requires some setup time in the moment, right? But the gas can needs nothing other than a few shots to be able to pop it.
I was going to say that the cool part about that is that he gets the pre-fire and the damage tick off the back of the pre-fire. So his pre-fire is just as good in that moment and is popping the can. Man, it's cool. It's cool to see.
Yeah, it's really awesome. As we take a look at the final moments here as well and look.
Hold our horses here, guys. But yeah, it's I said a 4-horse race, maybe a 5-1. I did not expect this to be my 4 horses that is currently making it. But what a foundations and what a separation they've built themselves already. 20 points.
Like, I just want to know, why have they changed it to TPP? Like, what is the reason?
My case here, that it was 3 kills Lukarux got in the end off stun grenades against world-class players. Against, in the very end, 1v1 versus example, right? Perfect stun grenades to hit and lock that one out. Beautiful play here from VP and Lukarux.
Well, I think we're ready to hear from some team comms. I hope it's Virtus Pro doing something crazy at the end. Let's listen in.
Knock one.
Nice shots.
I think I'm gonna rock that.
Nice.
We have to go.
One stop on blow.
Blow. Do you have your
Two guys again. Net green.
I don't have. I'm pushing. I'm just pushing.
I'm netting it. Chill.
Not green.
One more.
Orange and black.
Last guy.
Orange last guy. Orange, I think.
Watch your twisted.
Orange.
He's one hit.
Nice.
Купи. Дал шот. Сликсы на тройке.
На тройке?
Да, даю молик дал.
On the shield, 3 guys. Pushing right, full open.
Nice.
On the shield, chill. I'm resing.
उसको पता होना चाहिए ना, ये लोग टीवी पे लेके देख रहे हैं उसको भागते हुए.
Тресту тройку. Есть что кинуть? Есть смог кинуть? Нет.
PUBG Global Championship 2025 was last and final FPB comp.
Метку ставлю, метку.
Отойди от щита.
How did I start YT? So Pankaj. पहले मैंने एक अकाउंट बनाया youtube.com पे. फिर मैंने OBS की सेटिंग्स की, OBS इंस्टॉल करके. फिर मैंने लाइव स्ट्रीम बटन पे क्लिक किया और मैंने चालू कर दिया अपना YouTube. TGC 25 also marks the end of FPB in PUBG esports as the game will transition into third-person perspective as the new standard perspective for 2026 season.
So glad we got to see
Okay, but did they say why?
Because what was so interesting, well, firstly, we wanted to hear
Did they say why?
kind of relief of winning that game, and you could hear it at the very end. But also, what was super interesting there, Martin, was seeing that Example actually missed quite a lot of those first spray shots, and that was instrumental in Lukarux taking the 4-piece against them in the end.
Yeah, insane. Not something you usually see here, but definitely also difficult when, first of all, you're hitting the deck, also stun grenades coming out towards you, and you're not maybe sure exactly where he's gonna come through there because there's so many pings, there's so much information that's kind of coming through, right? But yeah, what a play from Lukarux there to get the 4-piece to win the game against Twisted Minds here, game 4.
Yeah,
what a way to do it.
Blank.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I think that when you watch that, it's a case of, you know, the Twitter clips. It's like he whiffs so hard. It's like these pro players, they are so committed to the spray, right? When it comes through, that it's such muscle memory. You can't blame them for not readjusting that. Like, if he's always readjusting.
Why don't you play BG man? Because वो screen पे इतने छोटे creatures रहते हैं, मुझे दिखते ही नहीं है कहाँ से कौन गोली मार रहा है. This kind of ridiculous because the reason PUBG became famous was because of its realism. Yes, which was FPP. मैं तो normally भी PUBG PC खेलती हूँ, मैं कभी TPP नहीं खेलती, मैं हमेशा से FPP खेलते हुए आई हूँ.
Crazy stuff. Well,
TPP feels weird to me.
We've all got to recover. And Martin, I'm getting word that
to line competitive play with the casual player base as TPP is the most popular perspective among the broader audience, maybe.
IGL and Kovo was the co-IGL, right?
Yeah, heard from Scav.
You play in
himself.
tournament CS? मैंने अभी game changers में
Yeah,
attempt
it's good
किया था,
info.
हम 8th आए.
And obviously, Kova's information through that is obviously huge. But Scav main IGLing is cool. Both to be able to frag out and IGL like this for no slag. On this day here must be a huge confidence booster from them.
That's hard to do, though. That is very, very hard to do. You've
अब
got
से
to be
TPP खेलना
super
पड़ेगा, ठीक है.
trusting your teammates to make that happen. So yeah, well played to Noslag.
Also, I mean, a frag in IGL, like it's not often we get like big, heavy fragger IGLs, Avenger, right?
There's some, but it's
There's
hard.
some.
It's hard to succeed, and it's hard to succeed at the very top level. And so far, Scav has done it today. That's beautiful.
Yeah, very impressive stuff alongside some heavy hitters as well in no slack, because that's what we get to call them now, heavy hitters. Look at how they're performing. I don't think coming into, I would say the cups and then kind of coming into this, you would have probably said about this roster that that's the case, but when you're able to hang like this on PEC finals, it's undoubtable now after watching these 4 games. Again, what a treat that last game was.
Map
We have one
5.
more game
Ooh, Twisted
remaining
Minds,
as we compare
XMPL versus
example.
VP Nixie.
Arguably for a lot of
Bro,
people,
this
the
Nixie dude
GOAT
was on
going up
something,
against
dude.
Nixie, who might just well be future
Insane.
GOAT blank, considering the way he's playing out.
I guess you're lucky, me? Wow, bro. Emulator पे खेलने तेरी तो आ जाओगी.
Just crazy scenes.
Yeah, I mean for Nixie, it's been an incredible.
CS का scene तो उनके खुद में चल ही रहा है.
The caramel dancing in the
चालू
room,
match.
the lights going off. It's such a wild way to play, but it's working. He's doing well with it. As we're gonna head into towards our final match of the day.
Yes, we are. All right, Venja, we'll get you after the game as it's
हम इतनी दूर से मिल्टा पावर कैसे जाएंगे?
the grassy pastures. Who's going to be able to prevail? And hopefully for the rest of the lobby, Virtus Pro doesn't get another win.
Yes, because that would be not beneficial when it comes to catching them up, because teams are huffing and puffing right now, looking for a water break on the side of the road as well as they run this marathon. But VP is firmly ahead. It's stressful, definitely stressful at the moment. I think for Virtus Pro, you could round things out.
Oh, हम मिल्टा पावर नहीं जा रहे हैं.
Some teams really down their luck. For
हम
Twisted
तो
Minds,
कहीं नीचे जा
I
रहे
don't think it's
हैं.
that bad for Twisted Minds. I actually think a second place there is a completely fine result for them.
Agreed.
And they have had strong results all day.
I got to agree. I was a bit concerned there at the north side if Melman was going to be
हम तो
dropping
nameless
alongside
homes
Silas
में जा
whilst,
रहे हैं.
and the other boys from Starry Skies, just in case they was trying to contend for a car, but not the case as Vazo's driven away.
When I play
So
RP in
all
Soul City,
is good.
I did play a little
Meanwhile,
bit
what
जब
else is
चालू
going
हुआ
on
था.
here? As
But मुझे
Virtus
RP
Pro's
में
got
इतना
them
मजा नहीं
themselves their
आता.
usual split, the nice split across Ferry Pier as well as some of the northern the compound
मैंने एक
north
चालू
of them.
किया था RP.
And oh my
वाह
days,
क्या
that
zone है.
is a
4
north-north
किलोमीटर दूर.
circle in one of the, well, potentially
खेलती थी मैं भी पहले बबीता जी.
least customized
I am Babita Ji
locations
from
on the
RP.
entirety of Erangel. Sometimes when you
But
get
I
kind
just
of
I
north,
don't
sorry, west of
I don't enjoy it.
Nolene,
I cannot play
and all
something
the
जो
way
मैं
down
enjoy नहीं
into that
करती. कैसे
valley,
स्ट्रीम
it
करूँ
is
जब मुझे
just
मजा
so,
नहीं आ रहा.
so open. So
ये क्या है?
hopefully
हेलो
for
अमन,
these
ये
teams,
PUBG PC
we
की
don't
वॉच
end
पार्टी
there in
है
what is
जिसमें
just
हमारी
the
टीम है
barrens of
S8UL.
Erangel.
मैं thank you for the 40 से मैं क्या play BG man Samsung Tab S8 Plus. Yes dude, मेरे को दिखता ही नहीं छोटी छोटी स्क्रीन में कि कौन गोली मार रहा है. ये डूजी तो वो विजिबल वाले लोगों पे ही चले गया है.
Especially in TVP, it's definitely
घूमी गाड़ी
playable,
घूमी
but
घूमी.
I think it is an
नहीं?
awkward area of the map to work around.
Oh
So
bro.
we'll wait and see. I generally like when we get those northeast circles up towards the western side of Stalber and used along that coastline. Equally, like over towards the northwest side in the tree lines, that's also a fun one. But yeah, I do not like Yaz Lake. Really unfun.
Oh, it's a toughie. It's a toughie. As we are on board with good old Twisted Minds, the
कौन है?
700
EMEA region की सारी teams हैं और उसमें हमारी भी team है
alongside
S8UL.
a litany of international trophies as well. The fact that they, unfortunately for them, got bodied in the end in that fight against Lucarux. Again, you know, small little differences could have been all the rage, right? The fact that Example very uncharacteristically misses quite a lot of shots in that spray against Lucarux there. When
Is this going to be 3 days finale? Yes. आज day 1 है, कल 5 games हो गए, परसों 5 games हो गए, total 15 games है. ये आज का last game है और फिर कल होगा 5 और परसों होगा 5.
You don't expect that, really.
Zerif नहीं, Zerif नहीं खेलता है RP.
Unless they make a mistake, you never win in that situation versus
Yeah,
them.
true, yeah.
Right. That's
I think so.
And that's just the way it goes down.
Look at the double nades at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
There's 2 knocks. It's just insane.
You don't win against that team unless they make a mistake, and I think that is the thing for Twisted Minds, is where
Oi,
there is
T-Bone.
other teams inside of this lobby where I would say that it's way higher. I would go into that with Lucarix in a 1v2 and have an expectation that he
डर गया
might
ना
win
मैंने
that
क्यों देख के
engagement.
मैं भी
There I had not much confidence at all in Lucarix, as bad as that sounds, but well played to him. Well played to him.
No, exactly. I mean, you're going up against the most storied roster of all time in PUBG, basically. So it's we'll forgive the lack
आज
of
बहुत
confidence
क्रॉनिकल
there
मिस्टेक्स
for
हो
a
गया आज का
second,
कोटा
but
खत्म
we-
अरे 12
ours
बज के
was
नया दिन चालू हो
misplaced.
गया
It
अभी
should
तो
have
नया
been
चालू हुआ है
Lucarix
कोटा
looking
अखिल
running about, having a great old time.
Have you
getting
seen G
himself
versus
the US
PEC
on
match
board.
today?
He's done his
No,
team
I
proud
did
there so
not. How
far.
did it go?
54 points for Virtus
Welcome back,
Pro,
Freddy.
54 points for the PGS3 champions, whose eyes are set on the prize. They don't just want EMEA. Oh no! Oh, it pulsed up against the
Hey, Berex,
railing.
man.
You got PUBG.
You've been PUBG, son. M249 not quite ringing out how they'd like, and how
Vitality वाले ने इसको नॉक किया हाई वाले को हाई वाले ने Vitality वाले को नॉक किया
Quizzy. It's a bit of a bombastic
Damn,
approach
Vitality वाले
here
दोनों
for Team Vitality, and the swing round's going to come through. The rundown is there over towards Hello My Bad, and it feels rough. Levante does move in, but Mogul with the hop out into the rundown. Whoa.
Crazy. Oh, and it's been stolen away as well. IXE. How is no slack everywhere? What is... Okay, more points for no slack. I'm not against it. I love my Finnish brethren. I love Swami. Just in general, you know?
Fair enough. I'm on board with you. I too
Thank you,
love
good.
whatever you
Hi
said.
baby
That was
Swami.
good.
It's
Swami?
Finland in
you
Finnish.
went down already
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, there you
You
go.
went down
I didn't know
already?
that. Today I learned.
Now you know.
How was your walk baby
Coming back to the Scav situation
baby.
with him being IGL and then
Bye,
co-IGL
Vitality का एक ही बंदा बचा
being
है
Kovalevi. That's tough. That is tough to do. But it is a massive benefit when you can make it work. You really need to trust in your teammates, though.
I have
But if you
no
can make
idea
that
Pankaj
happen,
no idea
You can have so much more information and be so much more trusting.
ये लोग इतने साल FFP हार्ड वर्क किया और एक दिन बोल दिया टीवी पे करो अब देखना सब चेंज
Well, the thing,
I
the
guess
thing
the
is,
way to put it.
yeah, the thing is, Scav is technically the most.
Do you think they take like the players' opinions
experienced player
into
on the
like
roster
consideration
in
before
terms
they
of
make
these
their
regional
decisions? Like, do you
events
guys think they
actually
ask the
being on
players?
field, right?
They must have, right?
So
Because
it does
there's
make
no
sense
way
in
they
that
made
regard.
like such a huge change without even
As he's
considering if the
previously
players
been
that are
with
actually
a lot of
competing would
squads,
enjoy
events way,
competing
way back.
anymore.
As Mogos hit some
है ना?
nice shots here.
पूछ भी होगे ना
against
player लोग
Slack,
से
who's Still kind of holding them in cube at the moment. You don't really want to be stuck in
वरना
cube
लोग
on a
randomly एक दिन
circle
announce
like
कर दिया और
this.
सब
You
player बोले
can
हम नहीं
stick around
खेलेंगे
here
अभी
for quite a while, but you do want to get moving.
Not ours, yeah, but the ours would take their players'
I think
opinions
it's
into
quite good for
consideration, na?
Nuzak as well to hold on this northern side. You don't really want them wrapping above shooting range, right, over towards that tree line. You want to keep that all for yourself, and they have a lot of time to play around with here. You don't really know where phase 2 circle's going, so NoSack has nowhere to be better than this.
No, true. Get more kill points on the board if you want, lads. See
Hey,
what's
no.
going to be going down. I mean, there are some teams that are centering up, but there's still ways in, right? Like, it's not like everyone's
Imagine
gone
Apex in
super
TPP.
fast.
Too many utilities already to make that
Found a
game
chicken, did
TPP,
you?
bro.
Oh, I like that chicken on the gas station. He's
क्या
proper
TPP
shot.
करोगे? Already तुम्हारे पास drone है, recon है,
example,
scan
that
है,
last
सब है. और क्या
No,
TPP
actually,
चाहिए
no,
भाई
example
इसमें?
barely has
Going
facial
back in,
expressions.
going back
don't
in.
they?
क्या टाइम पे गाड़ी निकाली है इसने शायद TPP से देख लिया कि वो
Whoa! Is this a movie?
नहीं
Is this
डर है.
Hollywood? What's going on?
Okay, I'm gonna stop making TPP jokes.
Well, he's been the victim of it. He's the Sean Bean. He dies in every movie. There you go.
I'm gonna stop.
He didn't quite
Stream
pull
sound
Mark
बढ़ाऊं?
Wahlberg, walk away from that explosion casually.
No.
अभी ठीक है?
In the meantime, S8UL. Again.
आगे जोन में हम
Northeast
chilling.
side. It's a really slow day.
Yeah.
I don't think it's been a
आज हमारा
horrendous
chill
day,
day.
though.
आज relax.
I think
कल करेंगे झगड़ा.
Salik, EGG, TMO, Aries on the outside.
You flashed yourself.
OBS से increase किया मेरे देखो. हुआ
Okay,
क्या?
they've won. Don't worry.
Damn PGG.
False alarm. False alarm,
Yes.
guys.
What was that? Salik's just flashbanging himself. The rest of the team's like, don't worry, bro. We've got you. Calvary's here.
I think the issue on Junkyard and places like that, it kind of comes back to what I was saying before of like, this is one of the least customized locations in years and years and years of PUBG, right? So like, when actually people pull up to these spots, there's just nothing to play. Like, if you crash it, you sure as anything better be wanting to win that crash and get into the buildings fast. And PGG just rocked it.
Well, they did. Bushido Wildcats, they didn't see the circle at the beginning of the game. So they're rocking up from Sosnovka.
They're playing a different game.
Guys, do you all brush your teeth twice a day or once?
Search every single building for an E pickup, and they didn't find one. You always got to make that awkward call, like, you know, when you get to about 8 minutes into the game, it's over. We've got to get in the cars.
No. That's a lot of my IGLing, and you know, because we've played quite a few games, which is just very far long drop. Everyone gets the gear that they want. It's like, circle's far away from us, guys. Find an E-pickup quick! And then we don't find one. It's tough.
One is enough नहीं, one is bare minimum required कि सुबह तो brush करोगे, brush करके बाहर जाओगे.
Exactly.
वो तो bare minimum है.
Although you get to keep your cars.
But रात को भी करते हैं ना लोग सोने से पहले.
But they're rocking
that's
in.
recommended, right?
It's been a quite fast maneuver, and they can always wrap past Yaz Lake anyway, get into a position just underneath Stalber.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
It's not a horrible approach. Vitality got Gedrox in the water.
Vitality का एक बंदा जिंदा है.
That is bad.
चुपचाप पानी में जाके छुपा है.
Team Vitality's had some good holdouts today, but then some of them gone quite wrong.
My favorite player is Soul overall.
If I'm not mistaken, we even had one over on.
What do you mean overall? Like favorite
Tago
categories में होता है?
We had a what?
Where Team Vitality held out Hive.
It
just went badly. Unless that was VP. It might have been VP.
I'm
not sure.
We'll keep thinking on that.
I'm trying. I'm racking my brain. Okay, I'm racking my brain. Hive's had a bad time.
हाँ मुद्गल सब कुछ सेट रहता है ना predetermined. Highway to Japan, yes.
Teams that they run into when it comes to holdouts. So great play to them.
Yeah, in the Masters last year, they were great at threading the needle, being able to somehow wiggle.
Twitter पे एक बंदा लिखता है हफ्ते में 2 बार इनफ है और वो जब बाहर जाता है वो ब्रश ही नहीं करता. शायद वो अपना मुंह ही नहीं खोलता होगा ही. Ew, but that's disgusting.
Keeps you in contention for a day like this, compared to like, you know, the myth of right, you've got 6
इनके कोई दोस्त दोस्त नहीं होते क्या जो इनको बताते कि भाई तू थोड़ा सा ब्रश किया कर.
Deflating performance even going into day 2. So I mean, at least you could walk away and say, well, it can't get much worse than this, right? And then, you know, come back and try and bounce back.
Yeah, and you've qualified for day 2, so
stop that.
It's fine.
No, well, technically all 16 of these teams have qualified for day 2, Blank.
Exactly.
So I guess you're not wrong.
Everyone can be really
Excuse me,
happy
Aman.
about that.
कौन सा boyfriend?
We're all having a great time.
Chewing gum चबाने वाले लोग.
I don't like that this is the thing that you've brought to PUBG.
Disgusting, bro. Like, how do you not feel like your teeth have like layers and layers of like dirt on them that you should brush?
I'm gonna run with it until people are sick of it. At which point I may stop. I'm debating it. S8UL, they do head in towards Pizza Slice.
Hi, Ayush. SK Rossi.
Pretty awful place to play. They were scouting over towards the eastern side in terms of the compounds that sit around there, and they do get best to lock in. And I think they're realizing that it is open, so they can play this spot.
Anyway, you guys should brush your teeth once a day, bare minimum, subha.
Because before this, it's just completely clear to move through.
But रात को भी recommend करते हैं doctors.
Yeah, best loss, Molodox, S8UL, currently locking this down.
It's just good hygiene. Nothing wrong with it.
The thing is you can move in alongside this as Bushido and completely negate the lines of sights for a moment.
मुझे वो करना है, वो water flossing होती है ना. वो वाला करना है मेरे को.
VP ends up getting a rundown over towards Hive and they're just running down.
Bro.
Chasing there.
Okay.
He swings out into the water. Nixie, fishing rod out in hand, realizes he's in the deep.
पानी में छुप गया बंदा.
He said that's enough for me. Actually, he's gotten away. Technically, he doesn't know where
Thank you, Ayush. Thank you.
See him underwater. Yeah.
He was very swift. He's got one of them dolphin badges for swimming.
Quick, name a famous swimmer. Phelps. There you go.
Yeah. Old Michael.
Yeah.
Water flossing videos आपको भी आ रहे हैं?
Try and like
yeah.
keep up with the Americans.
अच्छा होता है ना वो water flosser?
All the time. I was just like, oh, quick, racky brain,
guys,
racky brain.
Chat, water flosser अच्छा होता है ना?
Yeah, they love sports ball.
Couldn't do that.
Okay, we're in the zone.
Yeah.
We're at the edge. We're almost there. PGG के 2 बंदे रुके हैं यहाँ पे जहाँ हम जा रहे हैं. We're headed there.
I'm guessing, guys.
Well, Scav is not going to be guessing about any of the shots he's taking. Doesn't quite catch a lot of
Oye,
Vista
high
moving on
ball
through, but
बंदा
looks like he's
डूब के
going
मर
to
गया.
be playing things
पूरा
out
kill
from the
नहीं
western
दूंगा.
side.
ऐसे नहीं होगा.
Everlong is in the compound south of them. There's not been much bluster
मैं
from
रोज करता हूँ ये
Everlong.
प्रेस
They're only 10th with 60
recommend
points at
some
the moment,
company ना
but,
जिसका water
I
flosser
think that
खरीदना
they
चाहिए.
were
Listerine
really
नहीं
hoping
Listerine
for way
नहीं.
more from
वो
that
जो
Hornby
water
game,
वाले वो रहते हैं ना
considering
ऐसे
where
वो
they're coming from. They just go up
ऐसे
against,
water से floss करते
arguably
लोग.
the best teams in the world.
Yeah, again, at that point,
Recommend करो ना
VP's
कौन सा
also
use करते हो
super
तुम
feeling
लोग.
themselves. So they are 100% warmed up into that game. It's
मतलब gargle भी कर सकते हैं.
a team that's been fighting from like
But that feels so fun.
Yeah, that's hard.
That looks like it
Rocks
would be
up,
so much fun.
Tulins, some great shots on the MK12, and we'll find one in Viz and Artun.
Yeah, Twisted Minds is going to be totally okay with this. Current 2-2 split, actually having the compound.
I thought
east of
Akhil
them
that
as
that's
well here.
something you can
Tulins
do
is
like
trying to
after every
kinda
meal.
lead forwards,
जैसे
see
लोग
what
gargle करते हैं
information
वैसा
he
water
can
floss
get
करे after every
and,
meal
being able to greet them
to
on the
maintain
entrance into that gas
dental
station.
hygiene.
But now it does say,
Matches का map schedule क्या
it's
होता
a
है?
shack down there, so oh no, sorry, it's the pylon.
Like पहले Wrangle
So,
था फिर Miramar फिर Tego फिर
Sure,
Rondo अब
Wildcats.
वापस से Wrangle ऐसा?
I thought they
Is
were
that what
gonna
you're
try and
asking?
go deeper.
Map schedule क्या
I
होता है?
don't mind the
बहुत
pylon
मेहनत
play,
है.
but
क्या
I mean,
gargle
you're
ही
gonna
तो
need your
करना
car
होता है.
fort, you're gonna need your smokes, you're gonna need to be on top of that for quite a while.
It's a bit of a commit, right? You get to this stage of the game, you're probably camping out here for a while. So I hope you brought your marshmallows and your campfire. You can't really take a campfire. Lighter and some
और Acura
twigs.
best wall ये सब क्या होता है?
And
Quick.
marshmallows.
Name a famous
Colgate
camper.
Colgate नहीं करते क्या ये सब?
Bear
Oh my god,
Grylls.
wait, Navi आई है
Yeah,
ऊपर.
Bill Oddie?
TPP
No,
ले लो,
he's just
guys.
a bird watcher. I'm sorry, I've failed you.
Why have you
एक
done that?
तरफ
It's really disappointing, actually, what you've done.
You
एक
nailed it
squad
straight away. I'm
दूसरी
sorry.
तरफ
Anyway,
दूसरी
You should have
squad.
left it at that.
Right, I'm sorry.
Alright, carry on.
Okay, ascend west side. Starry skies north.
Magnus and
as
Palace. Hopefully
well.
we'll see Nihal versus Magnus and that will be a fun
made
anime.
A
That will be
crazy
fun.
dash through onto what I think is the actual the shed
Daddy
next to
Guma.
the secret room. So actually that could be huge for those.
Daddy
The fact that they've been
Guma.
able to thread the needle themselves
Daddy
here
Guma
after being on the west side, whilst they could have been embroiled in this fight.
Enough
right?
with the
Like,
DVP
so for them
jokes,
to be
bro.
able
The
to get
fuck,
here,
dude. I
all
am
the way
hurt.
in, and yeah, okay, they are
2018
with
से
that.
मैंने चालू किया है
Nice.
PUBG
That's
PC
crazy stuff.
खेलना.
Crazy
Yeah,
work.
it's funny the amount.
हजार
of times
घंटे
you
दिए
watch
मैंने
us,
इस
like, play and
game
the amount
को.
of times they're in the shack. And the amount
FPP
of times
खेल
they
के.
get good ranking from a shack.
इसके
I know
tournaments
Black Shack is pretty
It's-
strong.
It's very similar shape and size.
जो
to a
आज तक मुझे
Solna.
लगता था FPP
So,
है वो
and
TPP
they
हो
are
चुके हैं ये मुझे
finished.
पता भी
Yeah.
नहीं.
It's
मुझे
their
प्रोसेस
natural
करने
habitat.
एक दिन तो लगेगा
They
ना.
do love it. They do love a sauna and a
एक
steamer.
दिन तो जोक्स
Oh,
मारने
yeah,
पड़ेंगे
sauna.
मुझे ये सब
A sauna.
TPP वाले.
Is that Danish?
No, it's what the pronunciation. That was very Finnish. Solna. You
Oh,
know?
Finnish. Sorry.
Yes.
He got rap god
Don't-
video from
don't
PUBG.
try and
Actually
pique
वो
the
rap god
Danes'
video में
interest.
मैं
He's
chat
somewhere
में
in
एक
the
बंदे को
background
भर रही
listening to
थी.
us being
उसका
idiots.
गेम से कोई रिलेशन ही नहीं है.
It's last
We are-
game of the day.
मैं
That's how-
game में एक
we
ब-
have
मैं chat
banger
में एक
after
बंदे को
banger
भर रही
after
थी.
banger. It's like, I can only keep this up for so long.
Yeah, I'm not
तब
sure. I'm
full
not sure
edit
we can
slow
follow
हुआ
that
करता था
Rondo
morning.
game right now.
Good night
We've
Ayush.
got the
Good night.
sauna talk. This is a problem.
PUBG
We're
yeah.
having a good time for sure.
Game does
Starry
not
Skies
matter.
might
मैं
not
भरी
be
तो
having
chat
a
में
good
थी.
time at the moment as they moved in north of Nemesis and throwing down smokes after they are being pelted by shots.
मैं
Keta
मॉड नहीं था
once again with the signature K9.
Sure, buddy.
Always good to see, honestly. He loves that gun. Very, very big fan of the gun. The amount of times we see him hitting some big headshots on that over on a Wrangle at least. It does start to feel like a bit of a signature weapon for him, which is cool.
No.
Yes, it does. Keta 98 doing all right for himself. Killing a guy. Does see
Revive
everyone on
him.
the move. But likewise,
Oh,
those balls also making a
oh.
bit of a mad dash as well. Actually, I
वो
think they
नावी वाले
realize that
बंदे ने
this
अपने
this
बंदे
compound's free.
oh nice pistol lock.
Bushido Wildcats actually suddenly tore Navi apart. I see why.
Nice,
They were trying to make
nice
a mad
one,
dash
guys.
through themselves here. S8UL
दो हम एक
also
हमने भी
doing a
किल
bit of
निकाली
damage
और
there
एक
to
नॉक भी
Navi.
किया हुआ है.
And again, I've said it twice. I'm
मैंने
gonna
बोला
say
था
it
ना
a
एक
third
साइड पे
time.
ये
It is
स्क्वाड है
so
और दूसरी
barren in the
तरफ
middle of
ऊपर
these circles,
वो
and
नावी वाले
all of
बंदे
these
आए
teams
थे तो वो
realize
तो
that
ऑफ कोर्स
edge
टीवी पे
play
लेके
is
देखेंगे
only
ना नीचे क्या हो
eventually,
रहा
I
है.
guess, going to lead to death. We want to see if some of those middle spots are kind of open. Navi survived technically, and they are in the middle, just east of the position that we're currently looking at now. But yeah, I don't know how long for. We'll see.
It's a tough one as well because
Tonight,
you're not
dude.
really sure when you want to
Very
start using your
interesting.
cover flares. Saint will get some good shots on to kill your Ankkita. The K98 betrays him.
Damn, उन लोग तो TPP लेके बैठे थे कि इधर एक बंदे आ रहे हैं.
Nixie also finds some good shots over towards Halo Senpai, and he's still sending these out through the smoke. And Saint will confirm the kill over towards Kill Yakai. Neverlong's going in, you're right. They're just sending it, taking a leaf out of VP's book.
Yeah, this is very good. Considering the knocks that we're able to take as well there, Saint, very well done. Just get the finish off of them and then open up a lot of room for yourself if you want to actually play this west side. At the moment, it's Chris is just kind of bailed from
मेहनत करके सोचा ये सब T-bone मर गया भाई.
And also going to be losing the car very soon as well. So drops the foldable shield. Knows his back's covered for a little bit. Rox is still alive.
इसलिए इतने सारे राइट शील्ड डाले इन लोग ने गेम में ऐसे. ताकि लोग उस पे बैठ के
and they do find him. Good turnaround here from Everlong.
There's more like 5 guns all turned his way. Pick up his buddy, run him in. Over the back, and No Slack will once again get a lovely circle coming.
Tomorrow I will not make TPP videos.
They're playing this 2-2 split fairly
आज
comfortably
जीतने,
too.
but आज तो मैं मारूंगी.
And you're totally right, Clarence. In terms of this barren area, this is actually
आज तो मेरे को जोक मारने दो. आज मेरा दिल दुखा है. आज तो मुझे बोलने दो. कल कम बोलूंगी. कल कम TPP jokes होंगे. आज तो करने दो, please. I am very hurt, Big Boss. I am very hurt.
Above the shack on the south side, and that's really important because
वो
that's
टीवी से निकल के मरने क्यों गया? उसको FPV की याद आई. ए वाह, हमने भी नेट से फिनिश किया. ये एडीजी भाई हील करो.
UL guys trying to make a bit of a
ओए
push
बेस्ट ऑफ
against
लक
the
ने
Wildcats.
मार दिया एक
See if they
मीट
can
बॉय.
actually do this against the pylon.
मारो मारो, नाइस वन. खत्म करो इनको. खात्मा कर दो इनका. केपी निकालो, केपी. वो देखो पेड़ से TPP ले रहा है. अरे तुम भी TPP लो. Oh fuck!
I think they're being shut down. There's a lot of damage coming
आपको
out.
चारों तरफ से घेर लिया गया है मोनोडॉग जी.
They're on the rocks. They're on to try and do something. Double blue zone against them as well in that POV.
बहुत ही फकौल जगह है ये. फिल फर्स्ट यहाँ ना आओ. अपने टीममेट के बारे में ना सोचो. अच्छा सोच के बचा भी लिया. Very nice. राइट शील्ड लगाए, हम भी TPP लेंगे.
In this circle, people are scrapping for it at the moment, Blank.
Yeah, sending 3 blue zone grenades and jam that.
Thank you. वाह अक्षत वाह, अच्छा जोक मारा तूने.
He's the one that goes down versus Melman, but it's not a massive amount of casualties here for VP, and unfortunately for Noslak, they will lose Scav off the back of that. That means that their position is now a little bit more compromised. I don't really know how VP was able to make that send in. They really did get a nice little
no, play zone से मर गया Phil first, but वो तो revive करने गया था. तो बंदा जिंदा हुआ और ये कैसे knock हो गया? Oh no, Aduzi भी मर गया.
You're right. They're currently playing secret.
अकेला बचा है.
It's a bit. They're playing the bunker, basically.
Yeah. Makes sense completely here, and nobody really has anything to be able to answer it as well at the moment. Diffrax though does hit Nixie.
Positioning के लिए खेलो, best of luck.
That is the only place that they have as a bit of salvation. If they get in range, they're so close to being in range.
देखो इन्हें दिख रहा है ये सब आते हुए. देखो. फिर भी
उधर
ही खड़ा है. फिर भी उधर ही खड़ा है. देखा भी ऐसे घूम के देखा भी. ये देख मॉलो आए. ये देखो मॉले. फिर भी खड़े खड़े देखा उसने. मतलब.
The door is closed, and the grenade goes over the top. It doesn't get in. A little bit nasty bouncer, but it gives time for the boys from
Nemesis हमारे ऑडियंस को पता है ये टीवी में खेल रहे हैं.
Another nade over the top. Again, that UAS is being absolutely nightmarish. Salek with a nade over towards Kovalevi and IXE. No Slack's position becoming absolutely bruised on that northern edge.
Yeah, hugely compromised at the moment. And Versus Pro here in a Hail Mary just throws out smokes everywhere like fireworks to try and keep themselves alive. This is the problem with these spots, because technically they're the only proper cover. You want to go to them, but is sometimes it too early to try and actually make them work. PGG did blindingly well to be able to dislodge those. Likewise, so did Nemesis against Versus Pro. Our lobby leaders
favorite player in PUBG PC, man.
It's an incredible Molotov that gets sent over the top from Team Nemesis. And again, those nades, if they were thrown a little bit higher, a little bit longer, it would have been devastation. But because of all that, VP has to back away and ends up getting backstab off the back of it. M24 from PGG, who looked incredibly good last week, now look to put their staple on this game right at the end of the day. Team Nemesis might have something to say about it. Navi as well, with Spiro and Hakatori still going strong in this match. And Twisted Minds waiting ever so silently down towards the southeast side.
It's a little bit of movement. This somehow weathering the storm from the gas station as Twisted Minds was
कितना
being very
spread out है
irritating
ये
against
map
them.
में
It
सब.
does feel like that 4-horse race is somehow still very much alive right now in day number 1, because right now Nemesis and Twisted Minds still alive, 4 alive here. Virtus Pro, no slack, now falling down the tables a little bit potentially here if they can
FPP
continue
उन
to
लोग ने camera
convert.
mode switch किया just to see
This
his
is,
butt. Very wrong.
This game turned spicy, really spicy.
Yeah, I mean, it's very hard for No Sight to drop out of top 4, though. Right?
Good night, good night, Akhil.
It's
Good
52
night.
points
Yeah,
down
no
to
chance.
26.
Yeah,
So
I'm just saying it's crazy how they all these 4 teams have set themselves apart. Yeah.
It is wild. It's a great first day for all these teams.
अरे टीवी पे लेके देखो तो सही बंदा तुम पे पीक ले रहा है कि नहीं. क्या कर रहे हो? गोली आ रही है वहां से, पता है उधर से बंदा मारे जा रहा है. एक बार टीवी पे लेके देखो तो सही. भागना सेव है क्या?
PGG set themselves up with a line. Defex will send outwards over towards
Hello guys,
the
good
Mercy cover
morning.
flare here. This is a dangerous position to hold.
लास्ट गेम को
versus
हाँ
the
वैसे खत्म ही हो रहा है,
angles
फाइनल
from
जोन चल रहा है,
PGG
अभी तो
down the
देख के ही
way, as
जाओ.
well as the final player here on Viz in pains.
You should play like old times.
Yeah,
What,
big threat
FPP?
at the moment for them. No way. There's no way that connects.
अब तो सिर्फ टीवी पे चलता है, अब तो टीवी पे खेलना पड़ेगा न्यू टाइम्स जैसे.
Jeez Louise. Okay.
Stop.
It's weird. Like, well, Defex survives to fight another day. Twisted Minds charging up some nades as well. They want to get rid of Na'Vi at the moment. They've used those smokes to be able to get into nade range, trying to do as much damage as they possibly can. Realize Spiro moved on the right-hand side. That's dead target on him. And that is Spiro down here. Former teammates.
Good night,
Billings
Ankkita, the
does a
TPP
lot of
range
damage
beater.
to good old Spiro.
अरे अभी रुक जाओ ना, 5 टीम बची है, अब तो ये देख के चले जाओ फिर. इतना टाइम रुके सब देखने, अब देख ही लो फिर कौन जीत रहा है 5th मैप.
Put even more pressure on, but they're not there.
यहाँ तक आए हो तो देख ही लो गाइस. अब जाके क्या फायदा, 2 मिनट और रुक जाओ. Top 4 Nemesis, Twisted Mind, VIS and PGG. चलो VIS तो नहीं जीत रही है, उनका एक ही बंदा जिंदा है. ये अब भी डाउन हो जाएगा. ट्विस्टेड माइंड के 2 बंदे नॉक हो चुके हैं, ये भी थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट लग रहा है. नेमेसिस वाले अच्छा खासा स्प्रेड आउट होकर पोजीशन लेके बैठे, इनके पास चांस है. PGG वाले
If you come at the king, you better
जोन नहीं है,
make it
लेकिन
count.
नेमेसिस वाले के पास PGG वाले जोन तो लेके बैठे.
Still kicking, still alive, still making a run for it
तो
here.
वो एडवांटेज है
How
उनके
do
पास.
you
PGG आई
beat
थिंक ये गेम जीत
Twisted
सकती है
Minds?
गाइस.
The answer
नेमेसिस
is
वालों का
currently being
जोन में
given
आना
to us
थोड़ा
by the
इंपॉर्टेंट
likes of
है.
No Slack Virtus Pro,
आने
Nemesis.
देंगे क्या?
But Twisted Minds never dies. They've not even had super flashy games, but stayed makes a huge play against Perfectix an example. That's a perfect play for them. If Nemesis takes out Twisted Minds here, they're number 1 on the day.
I mean, for
चलो देख लेता पूरा
Team
टीवी
Nemesis
वाला
is
मैच.
just
हाँ
an
भाई.
incredible day overall. And again, they play very similarly to Twisted Minds, where it is this slow, calm approach of eventually.
अपर ग्राउंड था ना उनके पास, तो वहाँ से उन लोगों ने सब फेंक दिया इनके ऊपर. और अभी एकदम कंफर्टेबली जोन आ रहा है. लो कवर बन गया. लो मार दिया PGG वाले को. लो आ गया फ्लैंक. लो रेंगते हुए आ रहा है एक मेल मैन. बट ये नीचे से टीपीपी ले रहे. देखो टीपीपी ले रहे, देखो इसको, देखो टीपीपी लेते हुए, देखो. अरे गन निकाल, गोली मार, देख तो रहा है. Yeah, shooties.
Unless PGG can do something about it. Alex starts off. He was the one that was able to dislodge
वो
No
भी
Slack
टीवी पे ले
in the
रहे. हील
early
करो,
moments of this game. Very important
दोनों
stuff
के
here.
एक एक प्लेयर डाउन, और ये देखो गाड़ी घुमाने का टाइम है. ये कोई टाइम है,
You need to shut down
ये
Saucer
कोई
here.
समय
He's
है.
a free target. You've got to be able to shut him down.
That is. Thank
No,
the Lord they
but
found those shots in the end there. I
PGG
mean, like you said, that was a free target.
बोला था
Team
ना,
Nemesis
zone one
realized
सब
they need
लेके
to
बैठे
gain
हैं.
some ground off the back of this one.
करो,
Team
कूद
Nemesis
कूद के टीवी लो.
potential to get their player back up again, but I doubt that PGG is going to give them the time. There's a Panzerfaust in play as well. He's
reload
going to
मारो.
launch it far over towards the back lines. It goes too long though.
What a performance from Salik and the PGG boys. They have been fantastic on this north side. We've not
पैंजर
focused
गिरा
too
के
much on
दूसरी
them.
गन भी उठा ली
As
उधर
there has
से.
been, of course, Nemesis, Twisted Minds trying to do a lot of work here on the west side, on the south side.
देखते रहो आप.
PGG
कौन आ रहा है आपकी तरफ? देखते रहो, देखते रहो.
shutting down some of the big
अरे
names in this lobby
देखो
at the
देखो.
moment. And now
वो
they
लो
are flexed
TPP.
out to
ये
have
देखो.
way more angles, but DFX starts things off. Salik's down, a big scalp to take at the moment. As he maybe the res? No, stayed. with a nade. Will it connect?
Yeah.
It's a good bounce on it. Not quite far enough, though. But that might have been the opening that they needed, but they're creating space for themselves. They do find a knock, and that might mean they're able to get a player back up even in Sosa, but he is quite far away. Diffec's going to send another nade over. Buy them some time, but it is short, and there's a foldable shield up as well.
Love that. Really good usage of util, making sure that foldable shield gives you just a little bit more defense. The thing is that they'll keep posting nades over. They just try and get you, and if one hits the foldable shield,
so much damage
for you.
Sloy on a wrap over towards Team Nemesis. Diffex as well as Sosa kind of exposed on that edge, but
why think of your
spotted now by Stage, so
when
they
you
have a
can
rough
focus
idea of where the players
on
are.
the next.
This is all going to come down to mechanical skill and outplay from both of these teams. PGG slightly locked in over on this edge. Stade has got a bit of a run ahead of him to get out of dodge here. You do wonder how it's looking on the utility wise.
I would have said high boxing. We've been playing for a long time. मैं खेलती थी मजे के लिए e-sports में नहीं. ये क्या पूछ रहे हो? Since you've been playing for a long time. मैं खेल रही थी, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि मैं देख रही थी कौन से टीम है.
It was a good idea.
क्या खेलते हो?
Bring down those foldable shields wherever you can. Slow and steady here.
मेरे गेम में थोड़ी आ रहे हैं इनके और वाले.
First move. Nobody wants to have to go into the open terrain in the middle. Stayed very low.
That's not even a shairi. It rhymed. It's a shairi,
off
please.
to the blue of all things. I think he realized there was no moving out of that
Low
spot.
zone se
It's just too open. You can see it in the distance there. Those triangles are pushed into the blue now.
Yeah, the run out for him it's a death trap, right? It was pretty much a death sentence.
2v4. अरे आपने देखा नहीं टीपीपी में नेड आते हुए आपके बाजू में से गिर रहा है? देखा ना यहाँ पर अपने टीपीपी में नेड उड़ के आया है वहाँ पर से? भाई क्या गेम चल रहा है? आप पीजी वाले आपने देखा नहीं बाजू में से आया? यश कुछ पूछ रहा था क्या पूछ रहे हो?
Yeah, it was great repositioning. He saw the nade coming in on the peripheral vision. Now it's flashed at the moment, but that's not really causing too many problems for him. Present is going to go for a drive on through the smoke, or into the smoke here, and try and use some cheeky camera angles, see if we can get more information about this. It does explode. So the fact that he was able to do that, and now he's going to use the cars a little bit more cover once again. He doesn't know exactly where they are, but he can assume definitely one near the cars. Where's the other one?
So out in the blue right now. It looks like they might go for a deny potentially, but yeah, I think again it's so difficult for Team Nemesis to play this out. But they've got very far into it.
क्या प्लान है दोनों टीम टीपीपी लेते रहेगी?
जोन आने तक. Stun grenades.
फेंको blue zone grenade फेंको. Let टीपीपी फेंक के मारे.
Spray his soy jacket. There's no way, man. Like. I mean, they've been great all day, but if they win this somehow,
that would be
catastrophe for PGG. They should have this.
यार यश कुछ लिख रहा है मुझे पता नहीं समझ में नहीं आ रहा क्या लिख रहा है bro. What an aim, bro. These guys are fucking insane, dude. Bro, these guys क्या हो रहा है ये सब? ओए क्या मारा उसने?
He's in the open. No, why are you switching?
What?
Oh, PGG takes the win. Oh my days! I almost had a heart attack there at the end. Nemesis. I can't believe they made a meal of that one at the very end, but PGG takes the victory blank. Oh my heart! What were these last two games?
I know.
What?
It's been an incredible day. It has been an incredible day. I mean, for PGG, there's almost a world where Diffex hits that double spray, right? He hits the spray transfer, and he's able to get both of the knocks.
अच्छा खाना खा रहे हो यश? खाओ अच्छे से खाओ.
Insane way to end the day.
Bro, listen. Bro, both are like 1 HP. Look at them. Okay, now that guy is 1v2 on 1 HP. Okay, focus on the team Nemesis के दो बंदों की HP है, and look at उनके 1 बंदे का HP. 1 HP. Okay. Look at him. Look at him fucking peek and fire. 1 down. And then 1 HP. This guy's full HP, bro. This guy's full fucking HP. Look at him. Look at him. क्या उसने डेट जिगल करके मारा bro. Insane.
Sure, as we take a look back at some of the highlights from this game.
TVP around is
I will say it, Blank. This game surpassed my expectations because I said it so many times. I'm
खाना
like,
तो
"What's
शादी
got
में
cover
खाना
to
था।
work with? This is rubbish. What are these teams going to do in this area? It's so hard to play." But that's actually what has forged such an interesting game to see these teams try and solve the puzzle, to work with just scraps of cover wherever they may.
Yeah, it's just, it is fantastic to watch. I mean, that tiny mound here, like Avenger said, makes all the difference.
Yeah.
You don't have the utility to clear it. This was the God spray, and again, if Salig doesn't spam peek on that, he's dead. He is dead. Like, if he's not wiggling from side to side, he just loses that trade every single day. It comes down to just pure mechanical skill at the end of it.
We came fifth
and
with
it's just
5
too
points.
hard of a shot to hit. Again, for Team Nemesis, though, I saw all the way
10,
through
6,
PEC
5, 2,
Cups
1.
as well as day one. Is it they're just
No, we did not come
inevitable. This
fifth.
team is inevitable.
We did not come fifth. Everybody else just does not have
The
points.
lobby message. I need to
We are
screenshot
not
that,
fifth at all, guys.
But yes, PGG
I thought हम
breaks
fifth
the
मरे, ये वो वाला नहीं है, the
gridlock
match
that
का score है।
was the top 4 teams here taking all of the wins, and they do manage to take it away.
Yay, good
And again, Avenger, when you
job.
look at PGG from the north side of
कल
this
पूरी planning
circle,
साथ आ गई। Yes, ये तो day
unbelievably
1
important that they were able to
research
dislodge
purposes
no
के लिए
slack,
होता है ना।
then continue to make that, and now they find themselves in
We
5th
are
place here at
second
PGG.
last.
Yeah, impressed with that.
बस इससे ज़्यादा मैं स्लैंडर नहीं सुन पाऊंगी। I am done. Is there any chance if we lost this? We're not losing this, defound. 3 दिन है ये. We are gonna win. बोल रही थी चेंज ऑफ प्लान ये अर्ली टू बेड राइज वाइज मेज सब सही है प्लान चेंज वैलो नहीं हो रहा है सोने जा रहे हैं कल सुबह 9:30 बजे उठना है क्योंकि उसके बाद मुझे अपने नेल्स कराने जाना है आई थिंक ये वैम्पायर वाले नेल्स में और थोड़ा टाइम रखूँगी तो मैं सच्ची वैम्पायर बन जाऊँगी तो इनको छोटे कराऊँगी और फिर रात को वापस से PUBG PC आना है तो दोपहर को सोने का भी तो है चलो गुड नाइट अर्ली टू बेड अर्ली टू राइज मेक्स यू हेल्दी वेल्दी वाइज हाँ वैलो ओपन किया था मैंने सोचा था अभी करूँगी बट चेंज ऑफ प्लान मेरा आईडी भी लॉगिन करके देख लो ठीक है लॉगिन करके देखते हो अभी वैलो खोल ही दिया है तो चलो टीवी पे लेना सोने से पहले देखूंगी कोई वोल्ट आता नहीं रहा बाइन टीवी पे चलो गुड नाइट गाइस होप यू एंजॉय द स्ट्रीम सी यू इन द नेक्स्ट वन ये दोस्ती हम नहीं तोड़ेंगे दम मगर तेरा साथ ना छोड़ेंगे ये दोस्ती हम नहीं छोड़ेंगे